522 for Excavation.
Scorching, absolutely scorching from Excavation.
Some incredible memories from Top Gun night last year. Who's going to create history again? But we're not far away from the opening race. First at 12. Let's go to Mitch for a market.
Yeah, let's have a look at the market here for the first, as well as some statistics here at the Meadows. Let's look at Kelly Jet. Is your favourite $3.40 in from $3.70. Zari Elaine, that's my on-top selection. It's been well back. $6 into $3.90. We'll get a long way back, though. Number 6 Point Break, $4.20. 1 Come On Larry at $5. 7 Mapunga Shadows, 7 out to 9. It's the Drifter, as is the 4 Thank You Brian Taylor, $6.50 out to 11. $11 for the 5 Ivory Inns. I won well here last time out, and $31 for the 6. And then we get to some box stats here. Let's have a look at the inside draws. Over the 525, 92 wins and 70 wins over the 525 from boxes 1 to 2. So much more than those outside draws. It pays to draw inside here over the 525, as is the 600s, the exact same. Over the distance, though, you'd rather draw a tad wider. So boxes 7 and 8 hold a couple of wins there, opposed to the inside draws. So favours the inside here at the Meadows over the 500 and 600 metres.
Yeah, great to get those box stats. And as we're seeing, we're going to have the favourite jumping from box 2. Guys, from a speed map perspective, we know it's going to be so crucial, but what are you expecting here for the first?
Yeah, we see the sports map, sports bet speed map, put them together, sports bet and speed map. We've got the red Come On Larry, who's expected to go out quick. The 8 Shaded Pale is probably one who can show initial speed. I don't think he'll be there as the race progresses. But then you see Kaylee Jett, who on debut went 5.07 to the first split, which is well above average for maiden class. So you would expect he's going to go forward. Zari Elaine, number 3. Look where it is on the speed map, sort of back in the field. But if we're talking thoroughbred terms, you're looking at 3 back on the inside, just playing for a bit of luck. And I think if Zari Elaine gets the right luck, the way this speed map shapes, it's going to get a pretty decent run through from the draw.
Yeah, we're watching a replay here of Zari Elaine coming from box 7. Unbelievable run here. Tracked off wide. Still doesn't look the winner. I mean, if you had a ticket here, you'd be in a little bit of trouble. The issue I have with this greyhound here tonight, and I understand your point of view and Mitch's as well, is how far is it going to get back? There's a couple of unknowns in the race in terms of some greyhounds, and I'm not sure they're going to run out the journey.
Well, that's the thing. I think the 1 and 2 have to go at each other, and she just needs to push through 3rd, 4th inside. Look at this.
It's a huge run. I think the key to her, though, is going to be 600 metres going forward, isn't it? So, it's just how far back she gets, Kate. That's the concern for me. The ground in box 1's got some nice provincial form, but whether it can bring it to the Meadows, it is a little bit wet too, so it's a hard run here. It's harder than at Sandown Park, so there's some unknowns in this race. I think they're hard to bet on sometimes, these races, aren't they? Because a couple of greyhounds are just learning to ply their trade, and we don't know the best of them until their 10, 15 starts in.
I'll give you that answer after the race, Kate, if it's hard to do form on them, because I'm half keen.
Can we really quickly, just with this wet, because we saw from a thoroughbred, don't worry, I'm not going to keep talking about the thoroughbreds at all, but we know the wet plays such a big factor, especially we saw it at Flemington today, Stakes Day. I know with the dogs, we're not looking for wet trackers. What happens to the surface? Does it compact? But when we've had drizzling rain all day, what kind of effect does it have?
Do you want to go first, Joe?
Yeah, look, my answer to that short answer would be I'd say like a track like the Meadows, and all of the tracks do a wonderful job, the curators at all of the venues. But being sand, obviously, it's a little bit different to being turf. The drainage is fabulous. There's a bit of a camber to the track, so the idea is for the surface water or the rain to land on the sand and then drain off. I think sometimes the lighter rain for a long period of time can sort of make it a little bit soggy. And then that's when we start to have a bit of a problem. Generally, a decent hard shower of rain can actually be a good thing. It almost firms the track up. And I guess the best way to describe it would be if you have a look at the beach right beside the ocean where it hits the sand, it's actually quite firm and quite good.
Yeah, you make a good point. This is Kelly Jet. This is the other greyhound in the market, obviously. Totally different to Zari Elaine. She showed really good speed last start or on debut, running 30 and 36. To your point, Kate, I think it's a tougher run, isn't it? If they start slopping in a little bit, it is a tougher run. So when I talk about question marks from greyhounds, if they're running on top of the ground, they probably can get the 500. This is going to be a little bit tougher. She did get a little bit tired here, which is the concern.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go here. Obviously, there's a couple right up in the market here with that speed drawn on the inside. Let's head out to Jason. Jason, who have you got?
Thanks, Kate. Runners coming into parade yard here at the Meadows ahead of the first. Now, this is a mixed 6-7 event, so full of greyhounds with not much experience and not much winning form. Now, the first girl I want to speak to is Mia Sharp. She's got Callie Jet. Now, this greyhound here, Mia, has had 2 starts. Looks to get a little bit tired, so can we expect some more strength?
As long as he jumps, I feel like he'll eventually get a bit better and better every time. So, yeah, hopefully.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, there's Mia Sharp representing the Sharp team. I want to have a chat to Cooper Bradley, who's got Zari Elaine. Now, Cooper, this one here lacks speed, got a big motor. We've seen a similar sort of situation with Zelda Cavilla, who's improved and now lining up in a Hume Cup. What's expectation from this one?
Yeah, no, look, she's a very good dog. You know, she doesn't come out too well, but she's got plenty of strength, and if she just sits on the rail, you know, she's got a good chance, and that's just all she's got to do, just sit behind them, and she can storm home and win.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Cooper Bradley there representing Team Daly. Now, Brett Mackey's the next person I want to speak to. He's got Point Break. Now, Brett, this boy's had about 11 days off since his last run. What have you done with him in preparation for tonight?
He had a hand slip at Sandown, so this is his first 500 though, so he'll need the run, but he's running for a bit of luck there from box 6.
Would you expect him to get out and go early?
I think he's going to be in trouble.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Brett Mackey there with Point Break. I think there's the latest word from some of the key chances here ahead of the first, guys.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jason. Team Daly could have a really big night. Obviously got the 3 coming up in the Hume Cup as well, starting the night with Zaria Lane. But how are we seeing this first one unfold?
Yeah, just on that, Daly's won the Hume Cup last year with Zipping Kai as well, so they're no stranger to a night like this. They've had phenomenal success, and I guess if we are talking thoroughbred terms, probably like a Chris Waller type of setup, like one of the bigger number trainers in greyhound racing. The way this race shapes up, look, I think the speed map is key. 1 and 2 step, Kate. Yeah. We need Zaria Lane just to tuck in. As I said, 3 back to pegs. If we're talking harness racing terms, you're looking for the double sprint lane. If this dog gets it, you know it'll hit the line hard.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried about how far it's going to get back. There's a little bit of speed in the race. There's probably a little bit of value with the greyhound in box 5. Another Daily runner in Ivory Inzai, who's got okay form here at the Meadows. It's had 5 starts and placed in the top 3 on 3 occasions. So, look, it's a tough race. I'm not really keen to have a really big bet here. I think James and I are keen on one in the next race. We're just trying to work out these greyhounds as they move forward. But, look, we want to see some speed from 2, and hopefully the 3 gets home for the boys.
Yeah, we're not far away from the first. Looking forward to a massive night for Top Gun. Mitch, where's the late money going?
Yeah, the money's going to the 3 Zari Lane into 390. Point Break is had support into 420, even though Brett Mackey didn't like it. And Come On Larry's drifted out to $5. But Zari Lane has been the one that's been back. Kelly Jet holding firm, and I'm quite keen on the 3 here, guys, so hopefully it can salute. Chance about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the Gambling Help website.
I know our cameras can't see this, guys, but the tents out there, it's getting really, really packed.
It is.
You've got to hand it to people. It has not stopped raining all day, and the crowd back there is absolutely fantastic.
It's really good, and not only that, I think if I was not needing to be here, George, I'd be watching racing.com. I think.
Yeah, but I've heard you're a little bit precious, mate.
Yeah, okay.
I've heard you like the finer things.
He wanted a heater for underneath the desk.
4K, not for me.
Just being considerate.
I am. Trying to look after our new host. Just on that, we got rid of Gareth Hall, and yet he was still on the intro.
Yeah, we've got to fix that up. Yeah.
Hawley,
if you're listening, Gareth.
Sorry, Gareth.
We'll be off
We
next week.
love you, Gareth.
He would be listening. Tips for race 1 on 3 on top, Zari Elaine. Going to need a bit of luck in running, but I think the speed map favours from 216. Georgie, your
it's
numbers?
2315. I think the value is the 5.
Come on, Larry, the expected leader, Kaylee Jet. Do we see Kaylee Jet on debut, or do we see that bomb the start from start number 2, Georgie?
That's what we're going to find out, don't we? Absolutely.
Are you confident with a young dog that was just a miss last start, and maybe the first up run was what we can come to expect from this dog?
She gets her opportunity from an inside draw, or close to.
We'll see what plays out. This is the first. Let's get up to the voice of Top Gun Night, Daniel Hibbard, for race number 1.
First of 12 here at the Meadows tonight. The first night of the Dream Chasers. All in. Green light. Set to run. Race number 1. Ready. Beginning quickly was Come On Larry on the inside. Going away, Kelly Jet now goes up to join it. Wider out was Mapunga Shadow. Ivory Inside bumped it out of the way. Got up to third now. Then came Point Break. Well back was Shade of Pale. Thank you, Brian. And Zaria Lane's got it all to do at the rear of the field. But Kelly Jet the leader. Two in front. Ivory Inside starting to reel it in. Then came Come On Larry. Further back then to Point Break. But Kelly Jet's going okay. Ivory Inside's getting there. Closing in. But Kelly Jet a length on the line in the end to be Ivory Inside, and third home will be Come On Larry. Fourth home was Point Break ahead of Mapunga Shadow. Next in the field was Zaria Lane, who we never really got into it. Shade of Pale was back with Ed. Thank you, Brian was last. Time of the opener is 30 and 28. Number 2.
9, I'm with Mia Sharp here, of course, representing Team Sharp. And Mia's he's gone better than did his first start. So encouraging to see some improvement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. I think he would just improve every start. So, yeah.
Tell me what sort of personality he is at home.
Oh, he's so lovely. He's just so affectionate. He's one of my favourites.
Now, you guys about call that kid later on this evening. Do you sense it's going to be a good night for the team?
If he jumps and gets out early, I hope, anything can happen. So, hopefully.
Well, you're off to a flyer. Good job.
Thank you.
Mia Sharp there, guys, as Kelly takes out the first here on Top Gun night.
Beginning quickly was Come On Larry on the inside. Going away, Kelly Jet now goes up to join it. Wider out was Mapunga Shadow. Ivory Inside bumped it out of the way. Got up to third now. Then came Point Break. Well back was Shade of Pale. Thank you, Brian. And Zaria Lane's got it all to do at the rear of the field. But Kelly Jet the leader. Two in front. Ivory Inside starting to reel it in. Then came Come On Larry. Further back then to Point Break. But Kelly Jet's going okay. Ivory Inside's getting there. Closing in. But Kelly Jet a length on the line in the end of it. Ivory Inside.
The punters were on.
Well, there we go. There's the winner of the first, Kelly Jet, number 2. Early speed, the key. And so often we say here at the Meadows, if you can bounce in front, you're halfway to finding the winner. 350 and 190 locally. Ivory Inside runs a great race at 260. And Come On Larry, that early speed at $1.60.
Well, continuing a massive day on racing.com, of course, we had the Flemington races as we closed out the Melbourne Cup Carnival. We've got a massive night here at the Meadows, but we've still got a couple more to come over from Perth. Let's go to race number 7 at Ascot. And King of Light, the favourite, able to get home in the recent event there. We can see at Ascot 1, 5, 4 and 3. Came from a long way back and was able to get a nice result. But we're not far away from race number 2 coming up here on Top Gun night. Let's go to Mitch for a market.
You know what, they come around thick and fast, these races. Hot Nanu is your favourite, $2.30 into $2.10, blistering early speed. Number 8, Never Ever Late, something I am not, $3.60. 2 set to Sizzle, $4. 5, Holden Bale, $6.50 out to 7. Then we get out to double figures, $18 for Count the Stars. Number 1, Twilight Tory is $20. Had a nibble there from 31s. 4, Gary Stunnon, the crowd favourite at 27s. And 3, Poor Yaz at $46. Now let's have a look at one of the features of the Sportsbet app. Sportsbet Fast Form. Click on your race, then click on the Fast Form. You can see place rates, early speed, in form. It's all there for you to make life a lot more simpler if you have no idea. And if you have an idea, well, listen to James Vandermatt. But what are you really gambling with? 1-800-858-858 is the number, or visit the Gambling Help online website.
Too good, Mitchie. Let's take a look now. Looking forward to seeing his favourite, Hot Nanu's, able to bounce back. Where's the speed coming from for race 2?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting speed map. I think the red is the certain initial leader, Twilight Tory. She comes out like she's been shot out of a cannon. Just bang, straight to the lead early. Doesn't generally sustain the heat for too long. Set to Sizzle. Georgie Farrugia owns a share of this boy, so we'll have to have a chat to him about that. But obviously the key players, I think Hot Nanu, Never Ever Late to carve across from the top of the track. And I guess if you're backing into Hot Nanu, you're hoping that Twilight Tory just stays out of the way of Hot Nanu when they hit that first corner. And if they do, I think Hot Nanu is clearly the superior with the speed dogs in the race.
Yeah, again, 20 starts here at the Meadows. Hot Nanu for 14 placings in the top 3. Been racing against better dogs too, Kate, than this. I think it's a bit of a drop in class. And we're going to watch a replay here of Hot Nanu off box 1. Jumped pretty well, Kate, as you can see, but sort of got crowded up, James, didn't it?
Yeah.
But what I liked about the run was it came again down the back, as we'll see.
Yeah.
It's got really good acceleration. I don't mind it from a wide draw here. It's handled wide draws in the past, and it was a terrific run.
Midsection here, there's the secondary check, which I think is the run stopper, I suppose. But that middle section, you could argue that he was taking ground off Kenya Mayhem, the leader, who was the $3 favourite in a Cranbourne Cup a couple of weeks ago. So the run I thought was huge. It was on resumption. He should only take fitness from that run. I've marked him the best bet of the night. I think class on a night like tonight will just rise to the top, and he's going to be too good.
And we're going to watch another replay of him, this time off a wide draw, guys.
This is the Hot Nanu show, isn't it?
This is the Hot Nanu show. This is off box 8. And you see, he's able to drive off the wide,
James
use his brain.
James gets. We're going for the Hot Nanu.
Georgie wanted this one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the one I picked.
Keen.
Yeah, look, he's a talented type. I hope he does well. I've got a dog in the race, so I'm cheering mine. But I did breed this dog, so if he wins, it would at least pay for my daughter's addiction to high-quality sushi.
So do you get $250 breeders bonus if they win?
Yeah, we do. That's all right. That'll
see this.
Pay the shopping bill.
I told you, a Leviathan owner, didn't I? You'll be making money while he's making money tonight, this man.
Well, I want to know about your dog. Come on, set to sizzle. Give me a bit more information.
Yeah, look, had a fairly serious injury. He's only had a couple of starts back. I didn't mind his run last start. He does like to use a little bit of the track, so I don't know where he's going to be on that first corner, and his best distance is probably 650, so it's a little bit short to him. So I think Hot Nanu, I'm with James. He's my best of the night. I think he'll be hard to beat.
This is a worry, Kate. We very rarely
we're
align with our best. It could be good, it could be bad.
Watch out. Yeah.
Best of the night early, though.
Yeah, we've gone early. Look, we've got a couple of others we like, but he just grades well in this race.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, if you go through his form, I'm going to jump on your computer here, Georgie. Running with Smooth Plane, Dr. Asher, Ascender Static, Flying Zulu, Here Comes Diesel, Traumatised, Kenya Mayhem in the last 7.
And at the Meadows. I think that's the biggest thing you were saying as well. To be able to have that kind of consistent record here.
6 starts ago, he finished 3 lengths behind Flying Zulu, who's
huge form.
Who's a bona fide Group 1 star. So
let's play devil's advocate, though, to get Hot Nanu beaten. Never ever late applying heat to him early, or Twilight Tory getting in the way through the first 100 metres. Would they be the two negatives?
Absolutely. That's a concern.
Yep.
Let's head out to Jason, though.
Thanks, guys. Building up to race 2 here. They're just about to get into the yard. Now, the gentleman I want to speak to has set the sizzle, Nick Britton. Now, Nick, you were very critical of this boy's owner, George Farrugia, last time we spoke on air. What's your expectation of this boy tonight?
Yeah, look, it's probably not his ideal distance, but with a draw close to the rails and a fairly wet track so far, I think it'll work in his favour.
Now, you've got Mapunga Reward later on in the Top Gun. Who's a better looking boy? Because this guy's a cracker. Him or Mapunga Reward?
Oh, it's hard to look past Mapunga Reward. He's beautiful.
Predictable. Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Nicholas Britton there. All right, let's move down to these wider runners. And Mia Sharp once again has got Hot Nanu. Of course, a lot of people here are keen on Mia. This fella here now, he got caught on the fence in his last start.
Yep.
A big break between that. So from the camp's point of view, how well is he going?
He's going well. Hopefully he just jumps tonight and can win, yeah.
He's done a lot of racing here at the Meadows. Has that been intentional?
He loves it here, so yeah. And he's feeling good tonight, so yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Mia Sharp once again. Corey Heinrich, where is she? She has the pink runner here in Never Ever Late. Now, firstly, Corey, is there a story behind the name of Never Ever Late?
I didn't name him, so I wouldn't know.
Now, well, in terms of his chances tonight, he's had a fair few inside draws lately. What do you guess take from him being an outside draw tonight?
He was a very good run on Monday, but no, probably not tonight. Track's probably a bit too heavy and out wide's probably not the best. So
Love your honesty. Good luck.
thanks very much.
Corey Heinrich needs to get on her bike, so back to you guys. And there's the latest ahead of race 2 on Top Gun night.
Yeah, too good, Jason. I love that honesty as well. Probably a bit too wet for Never Late, but Hot Nanu hopefully just jumps, runs, gets the win here. Mitch, what are we seeing from a market perspective?
That's what it's all about. We love honesty, and if they can't win, then we'll steer clear of them. But Hot Nanu's the one they're after, $2.10 and favourite. Never Ever Late drifted slightly out to $3.60. Set to Sizzle out to $4, and Holden Bale, I think, is a nice price around the $7s. I think poor Yaz, ridiculous price at $46. But Hot Nanu's the one they're after, $2.10. What are you really gambling with? Chance they're about to lose. 1-800-858-858 is the number if you need to call it.
And as we heard from both of you guys, we can see the money coming for the favourite too. No concerns about that wider draw.
Yeah, he can win from anywhere, especially in a race like this. Like, this is a huge class drop from what he'd been racing against, even last start. So he finds himself in a really winnable Grade 5 heat. He's won from inside, he's won from outside, he's won from the middle, and he's just a model of consistency, George. You seem to know what you're going to get. You don't want to put the moz on him, but
no,
he seems to just jump and run.
If he can win with us being as his best, this dog is going places.
Especially
to your point about the rain, again, Corey made a good point. Number 8, never ever late. 525 is right on his limit. So he wants a fast track, and he's not getting that tonight. But you know what happens in greyhound racing? If you can get to the front, there's a bit of trouble behind you. Yeah.
You lead on a wet night, they flick up a little bit of the sand. It's probably harder to
Nobody wants sand
see.
in their face, Joe.
No,
I
had a dog race here on Wednesday night. It was a little bit dewy, and I tell you what, he looked like he'd been swimming in a pool of sand. But he was out the back early.
I
hit
liked
the line
your
all
beach analogy before.
Yeah.
And it's also because we've had this persistent rain. It's been going all day, because we know that sometimes here it can get a bit compact, even a little bit quicker, as we know from the beach too.
Yeah.
But that's only if you get that quick, heavy rain and then it departs.
And to be fair, George, the track staff at all the tracks, they do such a wonderful job. Like, these are prepared to the minute. If you come here through the week, you'll see the tractor going lap after lap after lap after lap doing work.
Best in the world. Best in the world.
100%. Safest racing, that's the key, and that's why they do what they do. Runners are moving in. Tips here, George?
Yeah, my numbers are 7, 8, 2 and 5.
A best here, we're both on number 7. 7, 1, 4, 6 for me. Expect the speed from the red initially. Let's get up to Daniel Hibbard. Race number 2, the Sports Bet Heat 1.
Line about to move in. Second line moving up. Where the conditions, it seems to have eased in terms of the rain. It's been steady all day, but it's clear at the moment. They're set for the second. Ready? And away. Slow to go there was poor Yaz. Winning the start, Twilight Tory. Leads from Hot Nano and Never Ever Late. And they're clear on poor Yaz and Gary Stun on. Next in the field was Count the Stars. Well back Holden Bale. And Set to Sizzles at the rear. Well, Hot Nano found the rail, found the lead and got clear. 4 lengths on Twilight Tory, who wants to stay away from the paint, and going through Never Ever Late. They're well clear on Gary Stun on. But Hot Nano's got a massive lead. Right up against the Dulux. Wins it by 8 lengths. Second was Never Ever Late. Third's really close. Twilight Tory was hanging on to it, and I think may just get it over Count the Stars and Gary Stun on. Next was Set to Sizzle, who did its best work at the end. Poor Yaz was next to last, 30.048 the time.
Well, a lot of us were keen on Hot Nanu. He's got the job done, and Mia Sharp was speaking to you once again, which is a good thing from your point of view, and you must have been pretty relaxed with how that race settled early.
Oh, it was actually our other dog, the 6, he went inside and he kind of gave him the clear run. So, yeah, it was good.
And for this boy, I know he's only just returned from a bit of a spell. Would the plan possibly be to go to a Melbourne Cup prelude at Sandown on Friday night?
Potentially. I'm not too sure. I don't do the nominations, so you'd have to ask my dad.
Hey, now lastly, how happy will Mum and Dad be about taking out the first 2 races on Top Gun night?
Oh, very happy, yeah. So, it's been a good night so far, so yeah.
There we have it, guys. Outstanding start for Team Sharp. Gone bang, bang in the first couple of races here on Top Gun night.
Punters rejoice. A dominant win from Hot Nanu. Your best bet for both of you gets up. Well done.
Pure bliss.
Oof. James was high-fiving me at
right
the
there.
catching pen.
Yeah, before that, I think.
Yeah.
George looked really nervous. Once the red led and we went underneath, there was no way known Hot Nanu was going to lose that race. And
I told you, I was just worried about that sushi bill of my daughter's, but we got the breeder's bonus home for Hot Nanu.
Yeah.
The other 2 greyhounds, again, we spoke about the wet, but there's the on-pace runners clearly run 2-3 as well. So
the sand in the face, George.
Yeah, get out and go. That was an impressive victory. You mentioned he's a 29.8 dog. That's his PB here. But he's still run 30.04. So the track, considering the rain, Kate, is holding up really, really well, which you mentioned.
I think he's honestly come back in really good shape. Like, this is a dog that, if you trained him, would you head towards a Melbourne Cup, or do you think it's a little bit too soon?
I think it's a little bit too rich for him.
Yeah, right
but
now.
There's other races you can pick off, I'd suggest.
I reckon he's going to come back to being a really serious dog this campaign. Really serious dog.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
For your breeder's bonus.
Yeah.
What about Set to Sizzle, mate? What did you make of him? You would have had one eye on the 2.
You know what I did? I was watching on it. I hope the trainers aren't listening. Look, he's going to be better as he gets a few more runs under his belt.
Great start to the night for the Sharps. And these guys off and running. This betting on the Greyhounds. How good. Get involved. On in the Sports Bet app. We're into a break on racing.com. We're back. Much more. Sit back, relax. We got you covered. And Hot Nanu, Too Good, taking out race number 2 on Top Gun night. A comprehensive victory, James.
Oh, yeah, it's exactly how we like it, Kate. Straight to the front, easy viewing, best bet of the night home. And well done to Team Sharp, too. They're 2 races in tonight, and Team Sharp have won them both, so it's a good training effort.
Well, it's our pleasure to be able to have Daniel Gatt joining us. Yeah, Jungle Johnny gets into the field only this morning coming in for the Top Gun. How did you feel when you got the call up?
Yeah, excellent. I seen him at about 8 o'clock this morning. I seen he got a start. The 6 dog was scratched, and yeah, excellent.
Did you sit there doing the times, I suppose, to say, well, if I find out at 8 o'clock, there is enough time for me to get Jungle Johnny to the Meadows in time for kenneling?
To be honest, all week I've had it in the back of my head. If at 9:30 we could have done it.
You had to,
So how long have you made the trip? So where exactly you've come from? Obviously with New South Wales, Sydney, but how long has it been?
Well, it's about an 8.5 hour trip. We're from the southern part of Sydney, so it's helpful. It's not like we had to go through actual Sydney, so yeah, it was good.
I love what James was saying, like, you got to time it out. Car packed, maybe thinking that there was a chance. Yeah. Was there whispers going around?
No, didn't hear nothing. Actually, I forgot my pants. I just ran down the road and had to buy some pants, to be honest.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the story of the 7:15, where was it Jack Smith? His better half broke down, and then somebody was able to bring the dog to the track. That's a little bit like this with you and your story,
I
mate.
remember that story. Yeah, that was probably a bit more extreme than my one. But
no pants.
Someone had to pick her up and all the way around.
No pants at 5 o'clock. A few hours later, you're a winner of a Top Gun. That sounds all right. What about this, mate? In the lead up to the Hume Cup, you gave him was it a box-to-box from the 600? Were you happy with that?
Delighted. He went really good. Handled the track enormously. He's such a good dog in the sense of his mannerisms. He's actual gentleman.
Yeah.
Anything the whole way down here.
Is he a real gentleman? He's a beautiful looker, but to have
beautiful
that same
nature
attitude.
dog too. So.
And mate, he's a quick dog. Let's not underestimate his ability either. 32 starts, 17 wins. He hasn't just got the beauty; he's got the speed to go with it.
100%. He's got a massive motor. Can be a bit tardy early and takes 2 or 3 strides to get going. But if he gets clear air, he's a very good dog.
What did you make of his run last week? I reckon it was arguably one of the better heats of the Hume Cup we've seen, not just for this edition, but for the last couple of years. He was okay on a pretty soggy, wet track.
He never got a go, to be honest.
No room.
Making excuses after the race, but there was a dog outside him that just laid into him, and that's racing. He should have got off the dog, but he didn't. And I think it was a blessing in disguise because he didn't do that much work. He was sort of held up for about 300 or 400 metres of the race. And now looking back, it was probably the best thing that happened. Not for the punters on the night, but
just want to find out, mate. Are you confident he can win the race tonight?
I feel like you.
I love this dog.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be quiet about this. I was on the Top Gun panel, and I said my word when we spoke about Jungle Johnny was he's X Factor.
So so you're on the
he's
panel.
An X Factor dog.
Not
only that, I don't mind him in a 500. Look, he'll win races over a lot further than 500. He's strong, but if the gap's open at the right time, as you say, they didn't last week. This boy can win the Top Gun.
100%. And at the odds, I think he's just way over the odds. I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm hoping. He's prepared to win. He's there. He's going to need a heap of luck. There's some really good dogs boxed down low that probably go to the front and be hard to beat. But if he gets the right run turning around that corner, they'll know he's there.
Mally Beauty pushes up the track. There could be room on the rail at the right time.
Got to be the fairy tale. Just imagine it. Glad you went and got your pants. Thanks so much, Daniel. Really appreciate it. We wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Daniel Gatt. We've got correct weight coming up here, though. This is out of race number 2, but we're not far away. We can see the numbers there. Hot Nanoon, Too Good for Jason Chubb, 7, 8, 1 and 6 coming up in 2. But it's time now for race number 3. Richie Bale, let's go for a market.
Look at race number 3. Firstly, Jungle Johnny, $15 and $2.80 in the Top Gun. But let's look at Paul Waverley, well back, $3.30 into $2.60. Ferrets Knock My on topper, $4.60 into $4.20. 2 Elite 1, $4.80 out from $4.40. 3 Paw Zevons at $6, as is the 6 Overland Boy. 5 Crackerjack Kev, $10. $31 about Cooper's Legacy, probably drawn upside down. And 4 Leviathan, well, there it is. Could it get up at $35? Do we need to change the name to George Farrugia? Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the Gambling Help website.
Oh, just over 6 minutes till the jump from this third event. Paul Waverley jumps from box number 1. How does it line up for the speed?
Yeah, I think with genuine early speed, but this is a race for mine where there's going to be burn from the moment the starter lets them go. Paul Waverley's a quick beginner, Elite One's a very quick beginner in 2, and Paul Zevon's a fast beginner as we see off the speed map. I think they've nailed it. Leviathan's actually probably got more speed than what the map's giving this particular dog credit for. Overland Boy is a front runner, and Ferret's Knock's got a great turn of speed. So I think there's 5 dogs that could generally get to the front in a race where they get that clean air early. So only one of them can lead, George, and that's the biggest challenge, Mr. Leviathan owner.
They're starting to be silly, and it's only race 3. You wait till they get to race 12, Kate.
I didn't know you were such a big time owner.
Oh,
I'm not that big.
You'll struggle to find a man who can make more money in one night. He works on the coverage. He's got dogs winning. He's got breeders' bonuses. What else are you rolling with, George?
To watch the replay now, James.
Yeah,
this is your replay, right?
It is, but it's speaking for itself. Early speed, Paul Waverley straight to the lead, never in doubt. That's the key tonight. She has to jump like this, and she has to run like this. The last 50 is a little bit of a concern.
That first split of 640, Kate, is absolutely humming there. And if she can come out like that, I mean, that is just incredible. That was a very, very fast run. Its record here is good. It's had 8 starts and finished in the top 3 on 7 occasions. So I can understand. I think you've got it on top, obviously.
I do. I think the key could be Elite One, who's got really good early speed.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready for the 500 metres.
Yeah.
So you want Paul Waverley to lead,
yeah.
Elite One to lob second, and almost be the cover dog to keep the rest of the field working.
Yeah. So there's not a blame her that we saw last start. Just that little bit too speedy for her in Paul Waverley.
Yeah, look, I think, you'd hope off the inside that instead of having to work across from box 6 at Warragul, tonight you just have to kick up and hold. So you don't have to be as quick as when you draw out wide. And in a race like this where it's pretty hectic to the first peg, I think the inside draw could really be advantageous.
That's why I've gone for a little bit of value in the race with Overland Boy.
He's a good dog.
He's a greyhound that's gone around 29.30, 29.40, which is a very, very good time for a young greyhound at Sandown. We backed him at Warragul recently where he started as a short price. He ran second. I think he's just a talented greyhound. And with all that speed on the inside, James, that you're alluding to, I think it's probably the one. But as Mitch showed us, it is a drifter in the market, Overland Boy.
Do you reckon the drift is because of the speed underneath and it makes it harder for him to get that soft run to the lead?
Possibly. He does like to use a bit of the track too, so I don't mind him out there, but like you've pointed out, there is a little bit of speed in the race.
Let's learn a bit more. Let's head to Jace.
Thanks, Kate. Yeah, Paula Bella right here. Now, this greyhound is called Elite One. Now, is there any truth that this boy is named after you, Paul?
100%, mate. 100%.
I knew you'd say that. How well is he going to run out the 525 metres tonight?
I'll tell you after the race. He's only a young dog, and I've chucked him in the Group 3 after a few starts, and tonight's another big step up, but he hasn't let me down yet, so the future looks promising for next year.
Winning chance tonight?
Always a winning chance, mate.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There we go, the Elite One. Paula Bella, self-reported. All right, let's head over to Kayla Cottrell. And Kayla, Ferret's knocked this girl here. Now, she's had one start back after a long spell. How is she really going?
She's going really well, Jason. Yeah, unfortunately, she had a bit of an injury where she had to have a couple of months off and she was sidelined. But yeah, ever since she's come back trolling, she's been super and hasn't lost anything with that minor injury. And yeah, look, tonight, box 7, I do like it for her out there. She does like to use a little bit of the track, and most of the pace on paper seems to be down low. So just hopefully a nice, clean run down the outside.
So we take it as a sign of confidence that she's straight into the Meadows' second start back.
Yeah, look, she knows this joint. Jake schooled her when she was younger, so yeah, now I've taken over training. Yeah, I've got shoes to fill, don't I?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Kayla Cottrell there with Ferret's Knock. Now let's get over to Robin Moore, who's got number 6 in Overland Boy. Now, Robin's a Carlton supporter, so we feel for him, but he's got a very handy greyhound here, Robin. Now, come over here. He's talented. He doesn't always get it right early. How is he going to win from box 6?
We're just going to hope for luck, that's all. Hope for luck. Hope we're going to go better than Carlton this year, last.
That would help. You've been called over, mate. Good luck.
Thanks.
There we go, guys. Here's the final word from the runners ahead of the third.
Oh, too good. Thanks, Jason. And John, what did you make from what we heard there with Robin talking about Overland Boy? Hope for luck and hopefully more than we saw with Carlton and maybe also in the trade period as well.
How's Jason singing the boots in, taking their full forward for next year? He's a Sydney Swans fan, for those that don't know. Old Jace Adams patch. But, yeah, look, it's a terrific little race, this, with a lot of early speed. We'll know a lot after 50 metres.
Not far away, just a minute till the jump. Mitch, what are we seeing from the late money?
Yeah, Paul Waverley did touch 245, back out to 270 now. Ferret's Knock nibbled into $4 and Overland Boy 650 into $5.50. They're the main movers in the third race here at the Meadows. But Paul Waverley on the drift, back out to 270. If you liked it before, you're getting more value.
Yeah, that is true. What about Ferret's Knock, jumping from box 7?
Yeah, I think her run last start was actually better than it looks on paper behind a couple of really good ones. Tarawai Therese won the race, and She was first up for 3 or 4 months, George. I think they've thrown her in the deep end tonight to a 5.25, but she's got the ability.
Really good winning strike rate. Provincial form stacks up for a race like this. There's no doubt about it. So, again, that early speed battle is going to be imperative here.
Mitch is saying he's keen as well.
He's keen. At a good
Does that mean I
price
should
too.
get on?
I think you should.
You'll have to ask Mitch, I reckon. Are you real confident, Mitch?
Well, it's drawn where it wants to be. She can show all this speed, strong as the day is long, gets the right run, very hard to hold out.
There you go, Kate. I think that means, yeah, get on. Yeah, look, I don't know. I think Paul Waverley's the key to the race, and I think Elite One is a bit of a key to the race. Do you think Elite One will run 500, George?
I'm not sure if it's ready. I think you make a good point. You watch it come out and run 29.80 right now, but I've just gone for the value guys here today. I'm not sure what your tips are, James. I'm 6, 2, 7 and 1. Where are you leaning?
Yeah, look, I'm 1, 3, 6, 7. I'm Paul Waverley just based on that early speed, but if she doesn't kick through and lead, she's 1,000,000 to 1. She will not win the race from behind. Just going through Ferret's Knock as well. If you go back far enough in her form, I remember calling the Pink Diamond final down there at Geelong, and she's just stormed down the outside. So she's content with a wide draw, and there's a little bit of support around, and a couple of punters are keen on her. But I'm with Paul Waverley. I think you'll know your fate pretty early on, and she's a pretty short price favourite, though, in a race that is very, very even. Again, let's get up to the voice of Top Gun Night here at the Meadows, Daniel Hibbard, for race number 3.
Got plenty of ability. $7 Paul Zevon, who won at Horsham 4 starts ago. Green light. Set to run. Race number 3, second heat of the grade 5. And they're away. Flying out was Paul Waverley, and it landed 3.5 lengths in front. Early over Cooper's Legacy and Ferret's Knock across. Then came Crackerjack Kev. Well backed into Elite One, Paul Zevon. Leviathan and Overland Boys at the rear. Paul Waverley has come back to a 2-length margin. Ferret's Knock's right there. Cooper's Legacy was next, further back to Crackerjack Kev. Paul Waverley's away from the rail, and Ferret's Knock knocked on the door, said ta-da, and raced away. Ferret's Knock's going to win it by 3 lengths. Paul Waverley second, Cooper's Legacy third, Crackerjack Kev ran fourth. Elite One was next from Paul Zevon, Leviathan and Overland Boy at the rear, and it's a good gallop, 29.97. Number 7, Ferret's Knock.
97 for Ferret's Knock, who takes out race 3 here on Top Gun Night. And Kayla Cottrell, you gave us a lot of confidence pre-race. You must have been pretty happy to see her land when she did through the middle part of the race.
And look, I don't usually give too much confidence, but yeah, just how it was drawn. As I said, she likes to use a bit of the track and just be left sort of alone. And yeah, she came out great and yeah, done everything perfect. And look, that's her first fight. Yeah, I got no doubt with her. A bit more racing on there as well. She's going to be a really nice person.
So she comes back here next Saturday night for the final. Is there any long-term plans after that? Have you got a race in mind that you might target?
No long-term plans. Look, she's getting more towards 3 now because unfortunately she's missed out on a fair bit of racing. So anything that comes up, I think we'll have a crack at if she's right, because like I said, she's not getting any younger, and yeah, she's got the ability to win some nice races moving forward.
Now your partner Jake owns this girl. Where is he tonight? What the hell is he doing?
He is here tonight, but I thought, you know what, I'm the trainer, I'm going to get out there, and this bitch adores Jake, and yeah, I said to him, I think she needs to start getting used to me and stop looking for you. So no, I'm rough for Jake. He done these pups at home with mum and put all the hard work in, and yeah, he deserves this.
You take the credit too, please. Good job.
I will, thank you.
Carla Cottrell there with Ferret's Knock taking out the third.
Well, Paul Waverley from box 1 got the early lead, but the ferret was too good. And Mitchie Abaya on her shoulders there, riding her home all the way, guys. Too good.
I tell you what, if Mitch was 10 kilos lighter, maybe not even needing to be lighter, he could have been a jockey, I reckon, the way he rode that one home.
3-year-old in a Cox Plate.
Just got into a beautiful position, didn't it? Right behind the red. I mean, Paul Waverley, if you had said to me she's going to go 5 dead, 17.76 on rain-affected ground, I would have said, well, we're counting the cash, but Ferret's Knock was close, and you'd have to say, George, she's got plenty of upside, this winner.
Yeah, and probably really close to Kayla's heart, considering it's by Fernando Bluey, a greyhound they had a lot to do with, and yeah, got to the line really, really nicely. Paul Waverley began as well as that replay we showed at Bendigo. I mean, just come out beautifully, but Ferret's Knock too strong to the line. Before we started talking, the rain had stopped. It's just trickling now, and I think the track's holding up really well. That's the first ground to break 30 seconds. It's only going to get quicker from here.
Just on Paul Waverley too, we just needed Elite One or Paul Zevon to push through into second or third and run that that cover. There was no cover from inside, and the Ferret got over, and from there, Ferret's Knock, pretty strong dog, was too quick.
Jake's got the beanie on. I think we need one of those as the wind comes
I've got
through.
a nice woolly jacket over there, and I tell you what, if the temperature drops by another degree or two, I'll be wearing it on air. No worries about it.
Quaddy legs.
We were getting this heater sorted out. Maybe I am a
Ollie?
bit precious as well too. Ferret's Knock too good, taking out the third event.
I'm rubbing off on
Another
you.
win on the program for this bitch. Head to a break on racing.com. We're back over at Ascot for the 8th event on the other side. Super Spin, the favourite, second up from a spell, gets home 9, 8, 3 and 2 in race number 8 at Ascot. But we're turning our attention back. We've got race number 4 coming up from Topgun 9. Let's go to a market with Sportsbet.
Well, we're absolutely flying through the card here up to race 4 on the program. Now, the Sharps looking at another one to their list. Panadero Ruby, $4.40 on opening into $3.10. Intrepid Bale's gone the other way, $2.90 out to $3.30. She's Wired's 3 out to $3.60. Papa Easy, it has been easy, 5 out to $8. Cheryl Blues, 8 out to 9s. 61 into $15 for the 4 Inga Johnny's been a good long odds move, as has the 5 Bounding Chief, 71 into 16, and $41 for the 6 Nova. And I think that's crazy overs for a dog that is strong and can show good early speed as well. Let's have a look at one of my absolute favourite parts of the Sportsbet app, the Black Book. If there's a greyhound out there that you think might be a big run, might have been backed off the map on debut and not got the jockeys, you can throw it in your Black Book, chuck a description in. Make sure to be precise with your description and you'll get a reminder when it is about to run. So the Black Book function on the Sportsbet app, it's an absolute belter.
Too good mention. Apologies. I gave him a pretty poor intro there after he'd, seen the previous one. Rode her home well. Seemed like beach balls to be able to get a nice result with the Ferret too. So unfortunately, but we got a wide open event coming up here for the 4th.
What did you call him? Sportsbet.
You've got to throw it in. You've got to go to Sportsbet.
Just call him Sportsbet now. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, here's the speed map, guys. Race number 4. She's Wide, a lot of early speed. Papa Easy, I reckon's got more early speed potentially from the inside. Intrepid Bale will go back. Nova Owen will go back, 7 and 8, and the 8's got speed. So for me, it's the 1, the 2, and the 8 that are jostling for supremacy at the first corner, George.
Yeah, and when people are having a punt, it's one thing about the speed, but also where other greyhounds are drawn and next to them. This is a greyhound that you wanted to highlight. She's Wide. Got a lot of early speed, obviously, in this race. Got to the mark pretty quickly. And then just was never really pressured. Ran 29.50 overall. Talented greyhound. It's won 3 out of 15 here. PB's 29.93. Will win the race if it can run that here tonight for sure, but that was a good run.
I like the 2 strings to the bow, I reckon, because she can lead like this, go straight to the top, and that could happen here from box number 2.
Yeah.
I think she's got enough strength, and you see that in the way that she sort of hit the line okay, fled the scene, ran second in that race, and he's a really strong dog. So for me, it gave me the confidence that if Papa Easy goes through to lead from box 1, he can still run her down. Here's your replay, George.
Yeah, Panadero. Yeah, 4.97 early. And why I like it here tonight is that what I mentioned before is the greyhounds in 6 and 7 don't possess a lot of early speed in this race. So she should get the clear running if she can step cleanly. We see her with the bandages out the front, high balling, and it was a good win here in 29.53. Similar time to She's Wired. So there's not much between them, but a greyhounds with good early toe.
And you mentioned there, Georgie, the bandages on the front. They're obviously standing out because they're bright yellow. The reason for those generally?
Oh, there might be a little bit of wrist soreness, obviously, there. And they might
precaution?
Yeah, precautionary. And I think they're Richmond supporters, yellow and black, I think is probably the main reason. But, yeah, look, I really like where she's drawn. She's got an okay record from the pink, but I just think with 6 and 7 being slow, Kate, I think she's a big chance.
Yeah, well, as you touched on, so we've got a bit of speed obviously drawn low and then also with wide as well. Yeah. Could you see Intrepid Bale maybe be strong late or might not map well?
Yeah, look, got good form over 600 metres as well. So absolutely, definitely a chance. I wrote a pro and a con for Intrepid Bale. The pro is that his PB is 29.89 here. The con for me is at 13 starts for only 1 win this track and distance. So that's the bit that worries me.
Could you argue though that and Mitchie might be able to argue this as well that
Sportsbet?
Yeah, Mr. Sportsbet. Intrepid Bale might have been racing in stronger races that maybe don't have the speed map this one does for him because he'll get back. He'll let that speed go to war and then he's just going to drop on them late.
Yeah, definitely. It just depends on which greyhounds are in front of him at the time. That's probably going to be the majority. But Intrepid Bale is a greyhound that's been racing against better class than this, I would have thought.
Yeah.
It's just whether you can reel him in if he does give it too much of a start. But
And the box draw, Mitch, too, just out wide.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much, to be honest. Not going to step well. It's slow beginner. There's going to be a lot of speed in this, and the rail's going to be there at some point.
Yeah.
So just got to find the time to get down there, and whether that gives them too far in advance, well, who knows?
Is he
loves the fence,
unders? Is he unders price wise
he
though
is,
for a dog who needs luck?
Definitely, I'd say probably should be $5 or $6.
And at $5 or $6, I think, Kate, you're having a bet.
You'd have it.
Well, I was going to say, give me some help here. So before we get to Jace now, who wins from all three of you?
I'm She's Wide. I just think she's got the advantage of those two strings to her bow. The red leading potentially, and she just camps leaders back and then pounces, or the flip side is she crosses, takes the lead early, and from there she can win. But Panadero Ruby's got the speed.
Yeah.
It's going to be on early, and then you've got Nova and Intrepid Bale storming home. So it's interesting, George.
8 for me. Yeah, Panadero Ruby. Yeah.
I like the red. I think the red can jump lead and win, and I think the 6 is silly overs. I think the same race multi, if you're having one with any of the selections that we've given out, you have to have the 6 in there somewhere in the top 4, top 3, top 4. I reckon it's great value.
Gee, so it's all a bit of a mix now. This is, you told me you guys don't always see eye to eye.
Yeah, dog's breakfast, this one, isn't it?
To be honest, we
There's
need
no
like
papa-
a 7-leg same race multi, I reckon, between all of us.
It's no hot nanu, is it?
No,
we're really
this
keen.
that's the thing. Like you'll have races, and I reckon this is a little bit like you do in gallops and a lot of punters do. It's important to have a good staking plan because a race like this, you're not going to go bananas, but you might have, as Mitchie said, 1 unit a place even on Nova Row, and yet you're having 10 units on Hot Nanu earlier. So if you get your staking right, that's as good as backing a winner or backing a loser.
Well, let's get an all-important weather update. Sad news this week. Lavinia Nixon stepping down with 9. Let's go to Jason. Jason, can you give us your best Lavinia or Jane Bunn as well? What are we seeing?
Kate, you're never going to get me confused with those two, but hopefully part of the crew. But look, it's raining a bit now. It's spinning. It's not heavy. And as I look towards the track here, I mean, there's no sitting water on the surface. So the Meadows traditionally is a track that drains really well as opposed to a track like Sandown. But fingers crossed, I mean, we weren't meant to sort of get a lot of rain after, say, 7 o'clock. So fingers crossed it's just a passing drizzle. And soon enough, it can be nice and clear and ready to rock for the big races coming up later on.
Too good. He's been tough out there, isn't he? You know, we're being a bit pampered poochers in here.
It's the pecking order, isn't it? Because I used to do that, and now Jason's.
Oh, please. I think he's the best out of us all. Jason, we'll come back to you now.
Thanks, Kate. Look, I'll let Johnny Barbara look after his greyhound for a tick. Let's just go to these other runners. Mia Sharp, again, this will be the Mia Sharp show sooner or later. Mason Kaufman, he's got Intrepid Bale. Now, this is a boy who's always in good races. Is this a field tonight that he can be too good and win it from off the pace, or does he still need that luck?
On paper, it does look a decent class drop for him. We've given him a couple of weeks off, just try to freshen him up. We bypassed Hume Cup, which would have been ideal for him, but he's been up and going for a while now, so I thought he needed a couple of weeks.
Now, his record at Sandown seems to be better than what it is here at the Meadows. Is there anything to read into with that?
No, I don't think so. You know,
Whatever's happening running.
He's all quality, just a good chaser. Yeah.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Mason Kaufman there representing Team Gredfell with the powerhouse that is Intrepid Bale. All right, I want to speak to John Barbara, who's got Paparizzi from box 1. Now, Johnny, this is a greyhound who hasn't had much experience over 500 metres. How well is he going to run it out tonight?
Probably the last 30. Hopefully he's out in front and just can hang on.
Has he had a hit out over this distance from a trial point of view?
Look, we pulled him up about 30 metres from the post the other day, went 5:05, 17:70. So the dog can run, but whether he can hang on, we'll soon find out.
And for anyone out there who's wondering what those times are like, they probably equate to him leading for most of the race tonight.
He has to lead to win. So. Loves the rail, so hope for the best.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
There's Johnny Barbara with Papa Easy. Okay, Mia Sharp's got the pink. We've spoken to her plenty of times tonight. Might be a good thing to get the latest because Team Sharp are absolutely flying. Mia, Panadero Ruby, she's got a lot of pace. She's luckless in her last start. How do you feel box 8 suits her?
If she jumps and gets out there early, I think she'll do well. So, yeah, it's probably good to be on the outside. So, yeah.
It's been a hot start of the night. Have you heard from Mum and Dad?
Not yet. Haven't checked my phone, so.
Oh, haven't checked the phone. They want to get in touch. They're absolutely flying. There we go, guys. Ahead of the 4th, you're on Top Gun night.
Yeah, not far away from the 4th. Love to be able to hear from everyone. We're just under the 2 minutes till the jump. Let's get in. I'm going to have a punt on this one. Let's check the market first, though, Mitch.
Yeah, big money around for She's Wide. It's been absolutely truckloaded. Was $3.20 before. Now it's into $2.60 and favourite. I think that'll be some of JVDM's money.
Moving market still,
Yeah,
my boy.
I think you might be. I'm with the red, and it's around $8. I think it's a great little each-way play, Paparazzi. And the other one in the market, Panadero Ruby, is $3. So, look, Paparazzi, value off the red.
Yeah, I was going to ask with Papa Easy, because we know that he can have that early speed, but what for you guys is a little bit, the slight concern that you might not have him on top or even at the value selection, is it maybe being able to sustain that?
Yeah, but really good insight from the trainer, John Barbara, because people that are having a bet on Paparazzi I think their heart would be warmed by those splits. They're very, very fast. And as Jason alluded to, the track is starting to really settle here. So he's more than capable of leading all the way, especially from the draw.
A lot of betting is price related. You'll sit there and look at a race and say, well, this at $8.50 is worth a bet.
Yeah.
If Paparazzi's $3, we're leaving him alone because that risk factor's too high. Look, I'm She's Wide, but $2.50 now is getting to that risk factor price.
Yeah,
I think it's too short. In an ideal world, Paparazzi's not in box one and she just crosses straight to the lead, and then you say the $2.50 is a fair price. The concern for both She's Wide and Paparazzi, even Intrepid Bale lobs at the first corner and he sucks through along the rail to third or fourth, he'll mow them down for fun. Nova Rowan's a bit the same at 30 or 40 to 1. So there's chances in the race. 2-1-7-6 on with She's Wide. I'm hoping she can just camp on Paparazzi and nail him when it matters. What do you think, George?
8-2-7-1 for me.
Okie dokes. Well, these runners at the start, it's a dangerous price, I reckon, now for number 2, She's Wide, into $2.50, $3.50 Intrepid Vale. If you're backing the black, you're going to rely on a little bit of luck through the first 100 metres, but I think there's no doubt he will be storming home in the last 100, 150 metres. Just a little bit of light rain falling, a little bit of a headwind for them to deal with up the home straight as well. Here's race number 4 with Daniel Hibbert.
Here over the 5.25. Moving in, 4th of the night. This is the 3rd and final heat of the Grade 5 series for Sportsbet. The green light is turned on and the lure is on the move. They're set to run. Ready? Racing. Good speed out Paparazzi, and also She's Wide, but Paparazzi flew through to lead. She's Wide gets a clear second. Panadero Ruby across to a stalking third. They're 3 on Intrepid Bale. Next in the field was Cheryl Blue. Further back, Nova Rowan, Inga Johnny and Bounding Chiefs at the rear. Paparazzi's gone hard, but he leads by 3. She's Wide trying to close in. So's Panadero Ruby. Intrepid Bale next. Paparazzi's all out. She's Wide checked off heels to the outside. Lunges, wins. She's Wide got there and beat Paparazzi and Intrepid Bale. 4th home was Panadero Ruby. Next was Nova Rowan making ground. From Inga Johnny, Cheryl Blue, Bounding Chief was last. 30.06 the run.
She's Wide wins the 4th on Topgun Night. Ben Magri. Now you settled up behind a greyhound that we learnt before may not run out the 500 metres that well. Yeah. She's got the job done. What do you think about that?
We thought if she'd jump with him and sit behind him, we'd be on the money a little bit, but yeah, she's been going well the last few weeks, so she put it down tonight, which is great.
That early speed's crucial, but is it encouraging as well to see her come off the pace with a bit of challenge up front?
She's nice. She's a good bitch. She sits there nice and she knows where to be. She actually crossed at a weird putt. I didn't think she'd go out, but no, she's done a super effort. I'm proud of her tonight. It's great.
Well, you've got Stomping In later on tonight, probably the best greyhound of the camp. Congratulations to that one and good luck later on. We'll chat to you.
Appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you.
Ben Magri there, guys, with the 4th run and 1 here at the Meadows on Topgun Night.
And She's Wide too good. She's been underrated, not by you, Jimmy. You are very keen.
Yeah, Jimmy Vandermaat does not disappoint with that one, does he, eh? She's Wide, box number 2, beautiful run. I was saying post-race, though, team, that I reckon Mitchie's tip on Paparazzi's almost a better tip, because at $8 or $9, look at the race he runs. Like, it was always going to get tired. She's Wide. You can give yourself a pat on the back when you do the form and you say, well, she's going to speed map to either lead or be leaders back. This is what worried me. There was room for her to come through, I reckon, but I'm going to go around.
She absolutely nearly cost herself the race. She was going to win by 3 lengths.
The Papa was tired, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, and again, thanks to Johnny Barbara for being as honest as he could, because those splits are exactly what he ran in the trial. Absolutely.
Just on that, Kate, a lot of people probably don't understand, especially from a thoroughbred racing background, just how consistent these greyhounds are. He trialled, as he said, 17.70 to the 100th down the back. He comes out on race night and delivers to the absolute decimal point. to the 100th. It's extraordinary.
And again, credit to John for having a go. Now, whether he comes back to the Meadows or whether he thinks, you know what, maybe the 450 is going to be my go. But
What
in
would
saying
you do?
that,
What would you do?
I'd keep persevering because the time was good. So he's still running low 30 seconds, and that's good enough to win races. The speed map was really hot, wasn't it? Between those three, 1, 2, and 8, and that's exactly how it panned out. So, and the 7, the class ran on late. Hopefully, the first 4 punters got involved there.
Did Jimmy get the trifecta in order? Did he?
Oh, jeez.
You got the try, mate. You got the try.
In
I tell
order.
you what, we're going okay here. So let's see how we go.
Oh, how good. She's wired. Takes out race number 4. We've got plenty more to come, including our 3 Group 1s on Top Gun night. Stay with us. We're a third the way through Top Gun night. She's wired. Takes out race number 4. Paparizzi got that early lead, but tired late. And she was able to capitalise there. What a good result. As we heard before, Jimmy saw it exactly 2, 1, 7 and 8 in the 4th. Well, there's a lot of action going around. We've got the crowds coming through the gates here as we build up for the Group 1s at the Meadows. Let's head to Chelsea and Aaron Finch.
There's been plenty of speed on the track, but this is where the action is going to be happening right here in the middle. Finchy, what do we have up for grabs?
$5,000 on the line, 2 winners from this. Tough challenge though in these conditions. It's freezing. Just hope everyone's got appropriate footwear.
Oh, there's some runners, there's some... But anyway, what is happening here out on the track is we've got all of our sports bet competitors. They're from all different walks of life. We've got our local clubs, cricket, footy. We've also got people from the deck down here going to give it a go. Now, what is happening is we're going to count down. They've got plenty of cricket gear to put on. They're going to be the opening batters for this second heat. And they're going to make it all the way to our crease on the other side. So we're going to count them down. It's been dreary conditions. So are we ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Interesting tactics at the moment. Getting the pads on and undone, that's probably one of the hardest things you can do in a hurry. People seem to panic, but there's some good technique going on here. Now, what I'm really interested to see though, is somebody going to put the gloves on before they try to put the helmet on, because that is difficult to try and get that helmet on and done up properly with a set of gloves on.
That would be an absolute disaster. Though we did have some experience in our former heat. It was 2 guys from Hague Faulkner Cricket Club that got 2 positions.
This is going a bit slower than the first heat, but the conditions are understandably rough. No one's even taking the bat out just yet. My tactic for this would be dump all the kit on the ground. Just pack on whatever you can. Come on, you're close. You're close here. Helmet on. Yep. Helmet on. That's good. Gloves on. Don't worry about the strap. That's... How are we going down this end? Pads are on. Everyone's got their pads on. Oh, we've got 1 away. 1 away, 2 away. Couple of winners over the line. Big celebrations. Or fighting out for the minor positions.
Oh, look at the slide across the line.
Great technique. Great technique. Sliding straight across the line. That's brilliant.
That is absolutely brilliant. We have got the guys in 2 front positions for our final. Later on, we're going to tell you more about it. They're going to be up for $5,000. 1 more heat to come. Scan that QR code and get down here in the middle of the track. It could be all yours.
$5,000 up for grabs, and the competition was fierce. It might be cold, a little bit dreary. The crowd loved it as well, guys. And geez, it was getting close out there.
Mitchie loved it too. Every year when there's a cricket themed
Yeah, well,
event
I've heard one of you is a cricketing superstar.
That's
so
Mitchie, yeah.
okay.
He goes, oh, I would win that if I was out there. And you know what? You know what, George? Did you see how quick I ate that souvlaki?
I
I
tell you
reckon if
what.
it was a souvlaki eating contest, I reckon I could just about win that.
Tell you what, I've seen some good souvlaki eaters in my day, but that is next. I was actually watching you, not the cricket, but there's a couple of local cricket clubs here. I see their jumpers on in the little marquee areas there, so they were cheering on their boy who got the job done in the first of the heat.
Can I jump in? Because Jimmy said he scoffed the souvlaki. That's not a souvlaki, mate. There's no meat in it. There's no falafel in it. That is just a pita with some chips.
That's why he was so quick to the mark.
There's no chips in there either. It's just a pita salad, but it was nice.
Mate,
Garlic sauce.
You cannot be claiming how fast you ate it then. Like, seriously. You know what he said before? He said, what's falafel? And then he goes,
Then he said he
I've had
didn't
it before.
He didn't like it, he said.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like the falafel ball things they do, but
come on.
I just
Jeez, I tell you what, you're hard to please.
We need a culture lesson here before we get on to the
I
next
think we
race.
do.
So what do you
Oh. Well, you're a cricketing superstar. And what about, can you give us a mark?
Well,
And
let's
here
go.
as we come in. Let's go.
This was one of my better bets of the night, but it's really short. 170 into 160 was 150 at 1.2. Magic Snowdrops 310. I think that's severe unders. Was 650 on opening. Copper Rush is value at $8 in from 9. Scotch times the overs of the race at $11. I think is a really nice same race multi-play. 3 Ngelke Road 450 out to 14. That's understandable. Wants to push up the track, and I don't think can run out a strong trip. And the rest, $20 or greater. Same race multi, more places. Check this out. This is one of the best additions to the Sportsbet app. Click on more places. If you like something to run top 3, top 4, you can back it straight out. You can have it in the same race. You can do whatever you want. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call that number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
Well, I'm chips in on this bitch, Mapunga Lara. Very keen, just a tough win last start. Took the gap, and geez, the call wasn't too bad as well. That nice
He's
win.
been waiting for this call to come up all night.
Well, we're not there yet, are we? I think we've got to do a speed map first, and then I tell you what, I'll give that caller a plug. But no, she's going really well. The red, Mapunga Lara. She's look, speed map wise, she's on speed. I think the obvious two to look at here, King Ron. He's a slow beginner, but he does possess a turn of foot. And Star Stay's a slow beginner that doesn't possess a turn of foot.
Yeah,
Copper Rush out the back.
Copper Rush is the other one that can get out and go off box 6. Just interestingly, this greyhound Mapunga Lara is by Mapunga Isla, who was an absolute star, Kate, and she is also the dam of Mapunga Reward, who's in the Top Gun later. So she's well represented as a mum today. But yeah, this greyhound gets over 700 OK. Really good PBs on both city tracks, James.
Yeah, just a greyhound heading in the right direction. This
Here
is
we
that
go.
race. Yeah,
Here's
this is
your
the
race.
moment. It's a pity we have to talk over it. We just can't crank the race call because he absolutely nailed it, the bloke who was calling this.
Which maybe speaking in the first person again. Who was the caller?
It was me, Kate, but that's all right. He got it right, though. Number 2, watch this. King Ron gets up underneath of her, and you're thinking, is she in a little bit of trouble here? Now, you would suggest as the 4's laying up the track, there's no room. Look at the way she just squeezes through. Like, for me, that was desperation. That was a will to win, and it was really, really brave. And I think from box number 1, she might not have to do that. Just watch the 4, King Ron. He just continued to run in trouble. He's a little bit of a smoky in this race. I haven't tipped him.
Yeah.
But if he goes around at a crazy price, he faded late. That's the problem.
Yeah, she did get away from him a little bit. But yeah, look, she's got the form on the board. She's drawn well. Copper Rush will provide a little bit of early pressure. Goes about 490 to the first marker, which is a good run. It sort of leads a lot of races here. We're watching, as James pours some more Gatorade over himself, we're watching Mapunga Lara win off box 1 here. And again, obviously, this is the box she's got here. Breaking 40.
She's against.
Yeah, against pass mark, ethanol water. Look, I mean, if she runs up to this sort of form, James, you can understand why she's $1.60 here. But yeah, look, she's a talented type and could be a big night for the Britton
And it's a
family.
great draw, isn't it? Like, that just makes a big difference.
Yeah. Look, she's got a little bit of a flat spot, but then she comes again. Yeah,
there
she
is that
does.
flat spot, isn't it? And
Yeah.
is that a concern that a King Ron, a Copper Rush, even a Magic Snowdrop might take the heat to her? Because in an ideal world, she lands in front, there's no pressure, and she's away. If one of those, and we saw that at Geelong, King Ron was actually travelling quicker than her down the back straight.
Yeah.
Is that her problem tonight?
Well, probably comes back to your point about her being brave. Is she going to be brave enough? Which I think she's shown and proven. As Mitch alluded to, we're getting pretty short here, though, Kate. I understand you want to be chips in, but you don't want any shorter than $1.60. I would have
Who else should I add in? Who should we add into the multi?
Put the chips into the souvlaki would be my advice if you're a vegetarian. Don't worry about putting them on Mapunga Lara. What's that, Mitchie?
Chips out.
Chips done.
So, yeah.
I'm chips in the souvlaki, not on this dog.
No,
I think
the
the
$4
$1.60-ish is a little bit too short just because of that flat spot. Do I think she's the best dog in the race? Is she the best drawn in the race? Yes. So she ticks a lot of boxes. There's just the price, which is, I think, a little bit lean. But
Who am I adding in? If we're going to Quinella or something, come on, Mitch, help me out. Come on.
Four.
Okay.
I've plugged it into the sports bet app. Same race multi, 1 to win, 4 Scotch time to run top 3, getting $3.25. I reckon that's a lovely play.
Yeah.
I think the 6-2, Kate, because it's got exposed form here, it goes okay. It's placed in 3 of 6, so you always got to factor that in, I think, on nights like this.
Where do you think we're going to see Copper Rush? Same, take up the speed?
Yeah, look, that's its only hope, because it does get a little bit tired to the line, but it can show some good speed. It's got some good PBs over 5, 6 and 700 metres, so it's been a talented type. But I just think, in terms of class, I think Mapungalara is the one with the upside.
James, final thoughts?
Yeah, look, I'm the one, but I was half confident when I sat there and I did the form. The more I'm pulling apart this race, look, she should get the right run, but I am just a little bit worried of the speed of Copper Rush, the mid-race turn of foot of King Ron, and although Magic Snowdrop I don't think will be there at the end when the whips are cracking, they might just really take the heat to her when she's having that flat spot. Now,
where have we been seeing her having that flat spot? So when
I'd say from the 300 to the 450 of a race, so probably at the midsection, maybe 20 seconds in. If she can withstand the pressure through that 100-metre spurt where she's maybe just a little bit flat, then she's away. We'll see what plays out. I think we're going to head out to Jason Adams now. It's starting to team down rain, but he's not stopping our man Jason Adams.
Giving him an umbrella, hopefully?
He's about to give us the inside word on Mapungalara with Christiana Dubos.
Hey, I won't stop, Jim. If it keeps raining, it'll have a head like a beaten favourite by the end of the night. But on we go. Christiana, you've got Mapungalara by your side. Now, she's been pretty good of late. Is there more to come, or what we see is what we get with her at the moment?
No, I think she's only young and she's still got a lot of racing ahead of her, so maybe next year we'll see a lot more.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right, there's Christiana with Mapungalara. Lockie Scott, you've got Magic Snowdrop here. Now, there's no third dividend, so we're getting a price for a place. Sell her case to run a drum, because she does it often.
Yeah, no, if she gets the start right and can cross the lead, she'll be right in the race, I think. The last 30, 40 metres might be a bit of trouble, but we'll see how we go.
All right, I'll let you go around the dais here and I'll pick you back up. So there's the latest from Lockie Scott with Magic Snowdrop. Now, he's got another runner here called Star Stay, who will jump from box 7, who the guys have spoken about. Now, speaking about that last 30 metres or so that he's doubtful with Magic Snowdrop, I tell you what, Star Stay won't have an issue with that. We'll go over and catch back up with Lockie. Now, Locke, you've got Star Stay from the wide draw. You spoke about this one here, and maybe the run home could be challenging. It's not going to be the case for the other boy, is it?
Yeah, no, totally the opposite. If he can be close enough, turn it for home, he'll be right in the race, but he's got to stick on with them early.
Now, you go through your form. Can you catch this lot?
He can, yeah. If he's the right dog tonight, he'll be with them at the end, yeah.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, Ned McDonald has got in Jelke Road. Now, Ned, for the thoroughbred fans out there, this boy here is owned by Peter Moody. What's he like as an owner?
He's good, mate. He knows what the game's about, so he's easy to deal with.
Now, this bloke here in Jelke Road, he hasn't been over 700 metres for a period of time. So what was the thought process in making that decision for him tonight?
No, he'll run 700 all day. It's just it's hard to get races out in the country over 650, so if you don't get him, you sort of got to prep him, trial, and he's had a good prep, and I think he's a big chance.
Maybe Bowl Treece bound in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, probably where we head, yeah. That's probably where we go. Not
good
many
luck.
other races, so.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate.
All right, there's Ned McDonald. Jeff Mitchell with Scotch Time. Now, Jeff, you're a Melbourne Cup winning trainer, as we saw a couple of years ago here on racing.com. This fella here runs all day. What's your summary of the race that he finds himself in tonight?
Well, he runs all day. If he's up there on a home turn, he should run him down, hopefully. That's my chance, I reckon.
Good luck, mate.
Should be there. Thanks, mate.
All right, there's the word from some of the key chances, guys, ahead of the 5th race here on Top Gun night. Of course, the 6th race. We're building up to the first Group 1 of the night, the Hume Cup.
Pat's doing a great job out there in the cold and the wet, but we're building up very shortly. Coming up, the Group 1s, we've got the Hume Cup, just our next event. But coming here for this staying event, happy 50th, Darren. Do we know who Darren?
No, happy 50th to Darren. I'm
Getting
sure he's
around you,
upstairs
Darren.
enjoying. You know what I liked about those interviews, Kate? A lot of those trainers were really confident in their chances. And sometimes they're pretty brutally honest sometimes and think, nah, look, I don't think I'm a chance. There was 4 or 5 of them that thought, you know what, I'm a big chance in this race. For a race that's got a $1.60 favourite in it, you don't often get
Some of them at big prices.
Yeah, they are.
I think everyone believes they can beat Mapungalara, but you probably don't want to tip against her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bit of a strange race. The Topgun Stayers obviously has the top echelon stayers. Could you argue that this is sort of the next batch of quality stayers that aren't racing in the Top Gun tonight?
Yeah, look, probably a few more from interstate. I'd suggest that.
Victorian-wise.
Yeah, Victorian-wise. Yeah. I think we'll see another race on Friday at Sandown for shootout night. There'll be a 700 metres there, so it'll be interesting to see how few of those go.
The depth isn't enormous at the moment, is it, in staying racing, to be fair?
We just got to talk about the sushi money for you. If you win, you bred the 7 here, so if you win, the breeder's bonus goes to you.
I'll be screaming, don't worry about that. Mitchie, what's the market doing, mate, just before we get to this race?
Mapungalara is your firm favourite here. Scotch Time still around those, nibbled in from the $11 earlier, but Mapungalara still holding firm around that $1.50 mark of sports bet. 8 starts, 5 wins, and a place from inside draws 1 to 3. I think that screams why she's so short.
All right, well, I'm 1-7-3-4. I tipped Mapungalara. I threw Star Stay in there, hoping to cause the upset for the sushi money. You're with the red as well, George.
Yeah, similar numbers, 1, 3, 6 and 4 as we head up to Dan.
This is the entree to the Top Gun Stayers over the 7:30. Let's get up to Dan Hibbard for the staying event.
Happy 50th, Darren. The mix 4-5. First look at the quad, they're sets. And they're away. And Mapungalara jumped fairly well, but there was a lot of speed out from Copper Rush, and it'll sail across and find the lead. Mapungalara through to second underneath the Magic Snowdrop. Next in the field was King Ron. Deep round in Gelky Road wants to go wide from Scotch Time, and Star Stays at the rear. A lap to go. Copper Rush is the leader. Out by about 3 or 4 on Mapungalara. On the inside, Magic Snowdrop. 2 lengths King Ron, 2 lengths in Gelky Road, 3 lengths Scotch Time, and a length the last Star Stay. Off the back, it's still Copper Rush in front. Mapungalara starts to extend, goes up, takes the lead, comes up on the outside of Copper Rush and goes clear in the finish, and Mapungalara will scrape home by a half. Second, Copper Rush. Third, Magic Snowdrop. And fourth home was King Wrong at a price. Next in Gelky Road, Scotch Time and Star Stay. Time 42.87.
42.87 for the favourite, Mapungalara, who gets the job done from the red. Christiana Dubos, she was tough. She had a leader in which she was probably going to get late, but you just had to see her do it, didn't you?
Yeah, look, I know she can kick back at the end, so I wasn't too worried, but with the heavier track, there's plenty of rain around. You know, you just never know how it's going to happen, and I was there cheering for her that way behind the boxes, so you just got to hope for the best.
Hey, it's the first win on the board for the Jeff Britton, Angela Langton camp, and of course they got Mapunga reward in the Top Gun later on tonight. I'm sure everyone's pretty excited about the occasion.
Yeah, I am, and I know he's strong, so I'm just hoping he's going to finish off well at the end.
Good job with Lara.
Thank you so much.
Christiana Dubos there, representing the Jeff Britton campers. Mapungalara takes out the staying race outside of the Top Gun Stayers tonight here at the Meadows.
Too good. The short price favourite gets up in the 5th. How'd she do it, guys?
Well, the chips were in, weren't they? It wasn't the most convincing win, George, but we were chatting as the race was progressing. Copper Rush led, which we had as an expectation. She got into the beautiful spot here, leaders back, and she was just able to get far enough ahead of Magic Snowdrop. Now, here's the flat spot of the red. You can see it. It's quite obvious. The two's gaining on her. Right here, if she doesn't hold the 2, she loses the race.
That's where she won the race, absolutely, because we know she got home hard and then got to the 6 quite easily. And looked like she was going to win by 4 or 5.
Behind Mozzo on the home corner?
No, yeah, probably, yeah.
I said here it's a tipping procession tonight.
Yeah, she just, she went a little bit wide, but she did enough to the line. Got to hand it to Copper Rush. I thought he stuck on really well in 42.80 odds. So.
And nothing else was making ground. So
no.
It's not as if she's weakened. It's just that I think Copper Rush really pinned the ears back and wanted to do a bit of giga kick, didn't he? He wanted to really fight this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. He did. He really pushed hard. So a nice little result there, hopefully for punters, especially with Copper Rush.
And for Kate.
Paying, Kate, I think, took the Quinella. She's very, very happy. Souvlaki's all
chips
around.
Chips
in. I put a few of my chips in as well. How good was that?
At $1.60, you put 2 chips down, you get 3 chips back.
She's my Via Sistina as well from today. The shorty gets up here. We've got our 3 big Group 1s to come from the Meadows. But before we get to that, let's go for the penultimate race coming up from Ascot. Well, as we build up to our big feature Group 1 events, we've got the Top Gun Stayers and one of the best stayers in all the land, without a trace. Trained by Peter Pursuit. Peter, I saw your big flashy paper spread, you and your wife Natalie, you had the blogger coming in.
Yeah.
And of course, your beautiful bitch. She is one of the most eye-catching dogs going around at the moment.
She's a pretty thing, isn't she? Yeah, no, stunning looking thing, and she can run too, which is, and she's a marvel at home, so she fits everything, she ticks every box.
How are you feeling going into the Topgun Stayers?
Yeah, no, I feel reasonably confident. I think she's had a pretty good preparation going into it.
Some of those times,
yeah.
Up in Sydney for the heat as well.
Yeah, well, that was kind of unexpected, but the first week and then the second week, again, she performed well. So she's had the same preparation going into this series, to this race tonight. I expect probably nothing different, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. But she's certainly done everything well since then, and she's feeling fantastic.
We talked about how she's so striking looking. It sounds like you've always known she's good. She has that ability to get to the top.
Yeah, no, well, I didn't know about staying ability, but we knew early days when I first pre-trained her, she had well above average ability, and I didn't know how far she would go, but in the short period of time from when we started racing her, she's come a long way, and I just think she's just scratching the surface still. So, you know, we just hope that everything stays sound and safe, and she can continue on her journey.
She's got to take on one of the other big star stayers in Ethanol Water too.
Yep.
So to have them together, asking the guys if she can beat her, obviously a bit more on the up and comer against a horse like Ethanol. Oh, not a horse, my goodness, a dog like Ethanol Water.
Yeah.
I'm done my thoroughbred thing. But to be able to take her on, that she really could end up being the best national stayer, like that's massive.
Well, it is massive, but I mean, at the end of the day, Ethanol Water's won nearly probably $800,000 and been doing it for quite some time. Without a Trace is up and coming. You know, it'd be great for her to take her mantle. It'd be fitting, but you know, Ethanol Water's been a champion as well. So let's hope she can take her mantle at some point. Hopefully, it's tonight.
Well, speaking of a champion, we know you got the family, son James. Come in, Natalie. I saw you in the paper as well, getting the good, beautiful smile. Talk to me about what it feels like to be able to do it with the family and to have a dog at the moment like this.
Oh, look, just everything we do at home at the moment is a family affair.
Who have we got with us?
We got James,
come in.
Hudson, grandson, Henry,
hello,
Daniel, my other son, Nat, and Renata, my daughter-in-law. And they are just amazing to have with us. They give me so much support. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So I can't thank them enough. Regardless of what happens tonight, it is a journey for us, and it's a family affair, and everyone's involved. And I couldn't be prouder of them for what they do for me and all that. So it's fantastic to have me tonight supported.
How are we feeling? Can she do it from box 5 tonight?
Oh, yeah, she can. Just everything has to go right. She's got to step like she has it in the last 2 starts. So there we go.
Natalie, how are you feeling?
Bit nervous, but no, she does us proud. So proud of her. And proud of Pete.
We were saying, is she best looking dog going around at the moment? Oh, come on. Oh, there's tears. Imagine if you take it out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. It's going to be...
I'll be crying too.
It's nearly 2 seconds. We've got to get to the next race. Guys, thanks so much. Wishing you all the best here. And you just got an unbelievable... I can't wait to be able to see her compete again.
Thank you. Thanks, Kate.
Oh, Mitch, let's go to a market. I'm nearly tearing up here.
It's fantastic stuff. That's what it's all about, the emotion of greyhound racing, families involved. Let's have a look at the Hume Cup final, 75k to the winner. And your favourite is number 1, Urana Xavier. Open 440, now $4. My on top selection, number 5, Nigel DeVere, is 4, out to 480, and they've crunched it back into 420. 4 Magpie Hectors at $5. 3 Accredited, 6 into 550. Also $5.50 is the 6 Zelda Cavilla. 8 Paw Vortex is $11. $15 around for the 7 Ascend Ecstatic, and 2 the Old Boy Shadows of Blue. Georgie Farrugia tipped him not too long ago at Sandown Park as the best. He saluted. See if he can salute tonight at $18. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call that number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
And guys, back with you guys here. This is the one we've been waiting for as well, to be able to kick off these Group 1s, the middle distance feature, the Hume Cup. As I said, I've got to dry my eyes after having a bit of a chat there. But
I was going to say, before we talk about the Hume Cup, that was an awesome interview. It's a family gathering. It's so emotional. James, you're the same. The whole family's involved. Everybody helps out. That was brilliant. So good luck to them tonight. Peter Prosciutto and his family have had such a good run in the last 18 to 24 months with very good greyhounds. She could be the best of them all.
Yeah, I think he's underrated as a trainer as well. And I think right now he's arguably got the best kennel of young dogs for a small trainer in the game. He's got one called Off the Chart, who is a legitimate freak. Like, so much early burn. He had one win the other night called On the Prowl, again through the Pulio connection, and of course he's got Without a Trace, who's the kennel star. But you'd almost say that right now, if you had to pick a dog moving forward that you'd love to own or be a shareholder in, you'd almost pick Off the Chart, and that's saying something. So yeah, a big 12 months ahead for the kennel.
Too good. Well, let's try and find the winner coming up here in the Hume Cup final. This is wide open. So what's the speed telling us?
I'm not sure, to be honest, Kate. It's a tough race because you've got a dog like Urana Xavier who can begin time to time, but he also can miss the kick. You've got Shadows of Blue, who I think will just camp on the back of them. Accredited, well, he can jump okay, but he's generally just a moderate beginner in 3. Magpie Hector's probably the one that we can bank on being slower early. 5, Nigel DeVere is one of the likely leaders, with maybe Zelda Cavilla and Paul Vortex out wide. And where does the centre static get to? Because this is a seriously hard dog to follow.
Yeah, it is. We're looking at your replay here of Urana Xavier off box 4 here, guys. And look, lobbed in a nice enough position and got onto the fence is exactly where it wants to be. A little bit of a bumping duel there, but still the strength shown in this greyhound. 5, 6 and 7, I think, Kate, is where the speed is in this final. This guy and Magpie Hector are the back markers who get to the line really, really well.
See, I'd almost beg to differ. I feel in a way, George, off the red, Urana Xavier might be able to jump a little bit cleaner, because I reckon he can lob closer than what he did on this particular occasion. And your girl Summer Quinn, she's a genuine speed machine too.
I have to thank you for showing me that replay of my dog getting beaten in Group 1. But I agree with you. He's
on the line too.
He's certainly not legless early, but is he a greyhound that's going to match 5, 6 and 7, where they can break 9 seconds to the mark considerably?
You wouldn't think so, but he can camp right on them.
Guys, taking a look here.
Yeah, this is my top tip, Zelda Cavilla. Look, I'm not really enamoured by the box draw, Kate, but this greyhound, its last 6 to 8 weeks has been outstanding. Went to Angle Park, run very, very fast time. I know it's a sticky draw, but had to work hard from box 8, James, here, and it was a terrific victory.
Yeah,
it didn't show much early, did he?
Yeah, well, this is a dog that I think sort of just burst onto the scene in the last couple of months, and it's probably... We see it a lot with Team Daily. Like, their kennel stars don't necessarily start off as kennel stars, and maybe it's the way they train them. They like to sort of, I suppose, teach them, educate them in races. So as they're getting through their first 10 to 15 starts, you don't write them off. You just see where they're at. And then after 15 starts, if they're going to be genuine top shelf talent, they sort of show it at that stage. But yeah, it's an interesting race. It's a genuine Group 1 field where it's just any dog could win with the right run. I think it's a tough one.
Talking about good teams, Team Daily have got a very, very good team, especially with the Sale Cup coming up in December, Jan. So
not only that,
greyhounds look up.
What a massive effort to have as many dogs as they do. Like the actual logistics.
How many have they got?
Well, I was driving in today. 28 dogs in the one vehicle. They had the big trailer, the big truck. It's a crazy setup, and that's why they're so successful, because they do it so well.
Too good. Speaking of successful, let's head to our man Jace. Jace, what are you with?
Thanks, Kate. Look, there's a whole heap of them to go through. As the guys have spoken about, it's a very, very even race. All right, who have we got? Jack Smith. He's got Magpie Hector. Now, Jack, time to talk to me, mate. This boy here, he's a slow beginner. Where does he get to from the middle draw?
I'm hoping, I might be dreaming, but I'm hoping the inside lot get out quite good and he'll see the fence and head that way and get a spot. Whether that happens, we'll see.
Do you consider him the strongest dog in the race?
Oh, I'll leave that up to you fellas. I really don't.
Give us something, mate, will you?
Eh?
Give us something, will you?
He'll be running on.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Jack Smith there with Magpie Hector. Another man I want to speak to, Buddha Pal. Now, Buddha, your boy Nigel DeVere absolutely lit up the sectionals last week. Now, that was his first crack over 600 metres. Is he going to be second crack? Is he going to be better the more experience he does get over this distance?
Yeah, well, he should be better for the run. Normally they do. If they're going to be stronger over it, they'll come up for the second run. So fingers crossed he does.
Do the conditions weigh on your mind tonight?
No, same for everyone.
That's it. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Put a pal there with Nigel DeVere. We've spoken to Jack Smith. We're going to have a chat to Ned McDonald, who's got Accredited. Ned, this is a fast dog. Now, he's done a lot of racing over 600 metres in a field that's hot as what it is tonight. What are your expectations?
No, you sort of, you know he's got the ability, but his box manners are far and few between. So hopefully he gets the start right tonight and he'll be much better for the run this week.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Joshy Formosa, the handler tonight for Urana Xavier. Now, is this boy surprised the daily camp, the way he's running on over 600?
Oh, not at all. We knew he was strong and he's got a stack of ability, and box draw helps him tonight, so he should be in for a good show.
Where is he after 50 metres?
I reckon he can settle probably in the top half for sure. Just the red will bring him out a bit, and he can come out okay, so I think he'll be hard to beat, to be honest.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Craig Solkin's got Shadows of Blue on behalf of Angela Langton. Craig, can this boy run a place?
He should be able to. If he comes out the way he did, then he should be all right.
Good luck.
Cheers.
There we go, guys. There's some key late mail before the first Group 1 of the night, the Hume Cup.
Yeah, amazing to get that kind of insight. And guys, we haven't even talked about a dog like Accredited. You know, for Ned McDonald, it would be massive.
Yeah, it would. He's going to need a lot to go right, but he's a fast dog through the middle section. That's the key. Box 3 maybe doesn't do him a favour. Maybe it does, though. Sometimes you just don't know. Like you can sit there, you can pull apart the form, but at the end of the day, once 8 dogs are let loose, you can't guarantee the way the race is going to play out. But I tell you, boys and girls, I've done a little bit of form of Urana Xavier. 9th of January at Sandown Park, 2025, 11 months ago. Runs off box 1, 5.12, which is going good, 18.76 off the back. If he can replicate that speed, he will win the Hume Cup, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only concern I have, James, is that was a long time ago, and whether he's a bit more dour. I love him. I think he's a terrific greyhound. If you look at his box draws, Kate, clearly his best racing is off 1, 2 or 3. Absolutely. So he's where he wants to be. Shadows of Blue uses a bit of the track.
Accredited can use a bit of the track too.
Absolutely. So the speed in 5, 6 and 7 is going to be the key, and then can you run them down? Nigel DeVere last week, 8.84 to the post the first time. The record's 8.78. So only a length off the fastest greyhound ever to the first mark here.
On a wet night.
And we've been racing over 600 metres for a long time at this track. So I can understand why he's got his fans. Terrific race. Absolutely terrific race. Great honour roll. Some very good greyhounds have won this, and someone adds their name to glory tonight.
Yeah, and it's wide open. So many of these dogs could take it out. The first Group 1 of the night for Top Gun. Mitch, where are we seeing punters go late?
They're with the one. Urana Xavier's crunched into $3, $4.40 for Nigel DeVere. I think he leads this, and I think it's going to be awfully hard to run down. Last week, had the fastest 2 first splits and only got done on the post, and I think he can lead all the way here tonight. But with the support from the daily camp, Urana Xavier is $3 in from $4.40.
Mitch, geez, they've crunched the red, like you said. I mean, you could have got $4 all week, probably even a little bit more, into $2.50, around $2.50. That's a big go late for this greyhound.
Absolutely.
I think they've heard Jim Bob Vandermaat spruce about him from his run back then. As a young pup, he flew, absolutely. He's a very good dog. So.
Every dog I've tipped tonight that's got home has been crunched in the market, and you almost sit there now and go, gee, $2.50. I'm not sure I want a piece of that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Tips for the race. The first of the Group 1s, the Hume Cup, 600 metres, 75k to the winner. I'm 1 Urana Xavier, just needs to jump a little bit cleaner. Lob top 3, and then he's a real player. 5 Nigel DeVere is the danger with that early speed. 2 Shadows of Blue, just doing Shadows of Blue things. And number 8, from the outside, Paul Vortex, who's going to need luck, George.
Yeah, probably the greyhound that I've tipped a bit of value now at around $7, Zelda Cavilla. So 6, 1, 5 and 3 in an awfully hard race.
Peacock.
Overs, I think the 8 drawn out there gets a lovely card across. Paul Vortex is the value play.
We might have had a little gremlin in the microphone system there, just
5
confirming.
5 on top, Nigel DeVere, and I think the 8 is the value play.
Kate, you're in a bit of form now. Mapunga Lara got home when you were chips in. Who do you like in this one?
Ooh, I think at the price I'm going to go with the 5, Nigel DeVere.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we like
Early
to hear.
speed.
Here we go, guys.
Early speed, the key. The first of 3 Group 1s. A triple treat here tonight at the Meadows. It is the 2025 Hume Cup. Up to Daniel Hibbert.
First of the Group 1s, just about ready to run. The green light turned on And the lure on the move for the Hume Cup of 2025. They're set, racing, flying out was Accredited, and it led the way early over Poor Vortex to second. Urana Xavier was next, and then came Shadows of Blue and Magpie Hector. Ascend Ecstatic was next, Zelda Cavilla, and last of all was Nigel de Vere with it all to do. Accredited has taken off down the back. He's 4 in front. In second, Urana Xavier. Trying to run on was Shadows of Blue. Round the outside, Magpie Hector making ground, then Zelda Cavilla, Ascend Ecstatic. Accredited still in front by 4. Urana Xavier's not going to get him, and Accredited leads all the way and wins the Hume Cup. Shadows of Blue has burst through and got second. Third across the line, I think Urana Xavier just ahead of Magpie Hector. Next in was Zelda Cavilla, well back Paul Vortex, Ascend Ecstatic, and Nigel de Vere. Accredited leads all the way, 34 and 21. Thank you.
A faultless performance from Accredited in the Group 1 Hume Cup. Ned McDonald, you are a Group 1 winning trainer, mate. How does that feel?
Yeah, it hasn't sunk in yet, but no, it feels good, mate. It's what we do it for, so yeah, it's a big thrill.
How'd you feel when he got out the way that he did?
Oh, when he pinged, I thought, oh, geez, we're a big chance here, because normally, like I said, yeah, sometimes you can do that, but it's not very often. So when he did it, I thought, geez, we're a big chance here.
What does it mean to you, mate, to have a Group 1 by your name now? You've had a long-standing family history in the sport. You've gone out on a limb throughout the most recent 5 or 6 years. What does it mean to now be a Group 1 winning trainer?
It's everything, mate. It's what we do it for. You know, there's been a lot of success in the family, so it's good to get a little slice of it yourself. And yeah, like I said, it's what we do it for. These are the races we want to be in.
Now you own this boy as well. How did you get him?
No, well, the other owner wanted to sell, and we thought, well, we know how much ability the dog's got, so we'll have a go at him, and mate, it's paid off now, so it's a big reward.
How are you going to celebrate?
A few beers are about to get deleted, I think.
Deleted's a good way to put it, mate. You deserve him. Good job.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
There we have it, guys. Faultless performance from Accredited and Ned McDonald's first Group 1 of his career. And I tell you what, probably won't be the last. Superb performance from Accredited.
Massive, and they could not catch Accredited. We know that he's built well, coming up to this 600 metres 5 years after Ned was able to reach the final with Zipping Zeke. Takes it out. He said that Accredited's the fastest dog that he's ever had, and what a way to get the first Group 1.
Group 1 winning trainer from a Group 1 winning family. Really happy for Ned McDonald. And guys, we have a new sectional record, 874. Previous record was 878. He has broken the sectional record, and he probably needed to. He just got out absolutely perfectly. Ned before the race said it's few and far between, but what a day to pick to come out and break a sectional record.
That's the challenge, isn't it? Look, that type of race where you just needed things to go right. And I've delved into the history books of Accredited. 31st of July at Sandown Park. Now, we looked at Urana Xavier with sections. This boy at his best, 5:04, 1862 down the back at Sandown, which would lead a Melbourne Cup, let's be honest, 29-13 overall. So if you took that type of run, he should be the even money favourite. But like Ned McDonald said, those performances from this boy are few and far between. But again, a credit to Neddy Mack. It's his first Group 1.
Well done.
And what a way to do it.
The big stick, I call him. He's a superstar. I like him. He's a nice guy.
Can you elaborate on where that nickname came from?
He called me Big Stick one day, and I said, no, I'm going to call you Big Stick. I like that. The only issue I had with him today was I thought the 5 and 6 and 7 were going to put pressure on him early, but he began that well that it was a non-event.
You know what I reckon we didn't read into enough? The wide draws at the 600 metres. Even though they were the quick beginners, it is so hard to cross from the outside. And the way I like to line this up, Kate, Kathy Freeman in the 400 metres, if you're starting out wide, you start ahead. If you're off an inside lane, you start back. And that's the biggest challenge with the 600 metre start. We're on a corner, so it's advantageous to be drawn 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at the numbers. 3, 1, 2 and 4 effectively.
The other thing too, guys, is...
Shadows of...
Absolutely. Zelda Cavilla, it was almost like sitting in the boxes having a Suva. It missed the kick terribly.
And like you said, you reckon, the Suva
well, it could. He cannot do that in this type of races. No. But well done to Ned. Terrific result. 29-13 at Sandown as a younger dog, and now he's a Hume Cup.
He's always shown ability, Accredited, and he delivers in a big way. A first Group 1 for Ned McDonald as they take out the Hume Cup final. What an incredible win from Accredited. Take out the first Group 1 of the night. The first opening night of the Dream Chasers Festival. And what a comprehensive victory. They couldn't catch him. Ned McDonald continues a family legacy and gets the Group 1 on the board. Well, as we build up for the next two Group 1s, including with the Top Gun, Team Thompson looking to take it out for a 6th time. And James, you're catching up with Shona.
Indeed I am, Kate, and this is racing royalty, and it's not just racing royalty, Shona Thompson, it is Top Gun royalty. You won at 2023 Transponder, Excavation last year, one runner in it this year, Flying Zulu. How's he going to go?
Oh, look, he's done well off box 8 in the past, James, but, you know, he's getting older now. He's 4 years old now, so he probably should be going around the veterans rather than the Top Gun, but a huge thrill to have a runner in the race again this year.
Drawn box number 8, we're going to get straight to the nitty-gritty. Is there a way that you, Jason, the family have looked at the race that he can slide across into the race from the outside draw?
Oh, I think we're looking back to the Harrison Dawson where he did it at Sandown. We all know how difficult it is to lead off the pink at Sandown, and he came out beautifully that night. And then in the Nationals, up at the Q, he came out beautifully the outside again. So that's the key to him. He needs to begin, and we'll need a bit of luck, but he's there.
Sensing some confidence. What about this? We're seeing on the screen now Timmy Zoo, drawn box 1 last week. He goes around in, I think it's the next race. How's he trekking? And secondly, what did you make of this run last week over the 600 from the red? The gaps just didn't seem to open at the right time for him.
No, they didn't. And look, he's trialling super. And to be honest, we were quite excited when he drew box 1. He hadn't had the red for quite some time. But I think he just didn't actually know what to do with box 1. Things didn't go his way. He didn't have a lot of luck. He's a big dog. He does need to have things go his way, but quite happy with where he's drawn tonight.
A great insight. You believe he's still trialling sort of where he was 6 months ago, because he hit a real purple patch mid-year where he was arguably the best dog in the country.
Yeah, look, he did, and he's still going great. Again, you know, he's getting older. These dogs have been up and racing for a very long time, and we know that the end's, you know, getting close with them, their racing career. But he's got a couple of litters on the ground now, Tim Zoo, so he's got that to look forward to, and when he's had enough, he'll let us know. But for now, he's quite happy racing.
As I said a moment ago, racing royalty, this family. You must be so proud of what the whole family are doing. Obviously, Luke, Holly, the whole crew are involved, and Benny Boy as well up there. He rode a winner, I think, at Eagle Farm with Lyles this afternoon. So they're winning races everywhere, Team Thompson.
Yeah, Ben had a winner today. He's been going super since he came back from Hong Kong. They're doing really well. Steph's doing a bit of media work now, and they've got 2 young kids, so they're doing great. And then Luke and Holly both home with us. And then young Sophie, she helps feed, and she's not quite old enough to handle yet, but yeah, a few more years, Sophie will be out there too.
I reckon, Shona, there'd be a lot of greyhound racing participants and punters who sit there and go, how do they do it? Like, what do you think the key to success for Team Thompson is?
For us, it's our family. Jason and I have been doing this for a very long time, and we don't go to the track a lot now. We send the kids. Probably if we didn't have the kids to go racing, we might not be, you know, have the dogs that we've got. But yeah, we've been very lucky to have the family involved, and we love it. We love the dogs, and we love what we do as a family.
How special is it doing it as a family? Because I think it was one of the Group 1s, might have even been a Top Gun last year, where you were right in the placings, and there was 3 of you there embracing in a post-race hug. Like, it must be an amazing feeling to be able to do it with the whole family.
Yeah, look, it is. I actually was thinking about that earlier in the week with having the one dog in the Top Gun, that it's just going to be me down there. Phoenix night was really special, being down there with Luke, the emotion when Explicit won the Phoenix. So Jason and I actually love being at home and watching the kids, and they love coming to the track. So, yeah, it's great.
So here's the replay last year. Excavation, Explicit, Flying Zulu, the stars of the kennel going to war on each other. It was a phenomenal race. Just on that, Explicit, I think a lot of people expecting that we're probably not going to see him until he defends his crown in a Phoenix as the fairy tale swan song. Is that the plan, and is it on track at this stage with Explicit?
Yeah, look, we're still just going along with him. He's got the best life. We actually live in Lionel's world. I think I tell people all the time, he's a part-time race dog, part-time stud dog, full-time pet.
Sounds all right.
He's loving life. He's almost got 100 litters on the ground now, which since January is a huge effort. But yeah, no, he's still going great. And Excavation from that race last year, I've just had him registered at stud, so he's available now too. He suffered an injury and he won't race again, but he'll stay at home forever. And yeah, if he can get a couple of girlfriends along the way, it'll be nice.
I'm sure he will. I cannot wait to see the baby explicits hit the track as well. It's going to be exciting times moving forward. Firstly, good luck with Tim Zoo. Box number 3 or 4?
Box 4.
Box
tonight,
4. Would have been nice to have
box
3,
4.
I think. But box number 4, and of course, Flying Zulu in the big one, drawn box 8.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Well, there we go, Kate. Shona Thompson. Another big night potentially on Top Gun night for Team Thompson.
The all-powerful Thompson team. I can't wait to see the champ, Tim Zoo, coming up in the next event from the Meadows. But before we get to that, let's head back to the Perth. It is the final race coming up from Ascot. Over in WA, 1, 14, 6 and 16. Let's head to Mitchubaya. Mitch, let's get a market for the next.
Yeah, race 7 on the program. This is your third leg of your quaddie. Good luck if you are still alive. There's value in the second leg. Tim Zoo, shout out to the great man Matty Hovey and his mates up there tonight. They're having an absolute ball cheering this boy home. $3.10. Sharapova Star, the speed machine, $3.80. 8 Mapunga Tully drawn out in the car park, $4.60 into $4.40. 6 Tribeca, 1 last start, looking to go back to back, $4.20 out to $4.50. My selection, 3 Poor Ike, $7.50 out to $8.50, back into $6. I think he's a great each-way play. Number 1, Paul Gordy, $21, $26 for the 7, Paul Yanell, and the 5 is at $30-odd. Same race, multi and more places. Check this out on the app. Select Greys to finish anywhere in the top half of the field of all Australian tracks. You can put top 2, top 3, top 4, whichever way you want to go with your selections. For me, in the next, I'll be having Poor Ike somewhere in the top couple and maybe Sharapova Star as well. But what are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
Oh, I can't wait to see Tim Zoo. What a champ. But from a speed perspective, guys, what are we seeing?
It's a good race.
Yeah.
It's a cracking race. And
speed. A lot of speed in the race, especially down low. Sharapova Star is as reliable a beginner as any in the country right now. I think Paul Gordy's going to be right up there following Sharapova Star. And then Tribeca, Paul Yanell, Mapunga Tully, the next line. And then you have Tim Zoo with also Paul Ike sort of jostling for that position that could end up being leaders back to the back, George.
Yeah, absolutely. It just depends on what Tim Zoo we see. And I'm not saying that because he's been inconsistent. He's been a terrifically outstanding greyhound. He's won $870,000. But he hasn't won in just a little while. He's just been a bit tardy early. Sharapova Star's going to get out and go. And we're just going to watch. We're going to go to Jason here, I think. But look, I've gone Sharapova Star on top. But Kate, my only hope is that she's 4, 5, 6 in front down the back. And she's capable of doing those sort of things. But if Ike and Tim Zoo are sitting behind her, it's trouble for her.
Yeah, let's go Jason the Parade.
Thank you. Well, ahead of this free-for-all, which is a great race. Now, Tina Woman's the trainer of Sharapova Star. She's a little pocket rocket, is this girl. And Tina, the more runs that she gets over 500 metres, do you think she's still getting stronger?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's just brilliant early, so that goes a long way in winning races over the 500, I think.
Now, she's had about 10 days between runs. What have you done with her in between?
Just normal. She runs free gallop, and if I wanted to work harder, I'd run her with a faster, stronger dog, and she'll go further. And and then just basically the same thing.
All the best.
Thank you.
Tina Woman. Now let's head over to Miles Delbridge, who's got Poor Ike. Now, Miles, has this boy ever been going better in any stage of his career?
Oh, probably. He has been racing for a while, so probably. But he has been getting back into it. His last start was pretty good, so hopefully he improves in that and runs a good run again.
All right, you're getting called up. Good luck to Delbridge team ahead of Poor Ike's chances in this free-for-all. He's been powering home, guys, hasn't he? And if he finds the rail here, I think he's a massive, massive place hope. Could be a winning hope too.
Yeah, and both with a bit of speed. We saw a bit of a push there from Tina with Sharapova Star and Poor Ike with that speed drawn underneath.
Just noticed there, Tina Woman refusing to go the sort of the dais route, I suppose, and just continued on the sand.
The pocket rocket, Sharapova Star. She's a bit.
She does what she wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Really interesting race. As we said, I think it all revolves around Tim Zoo. If we see the best of him, I think he puts out a warning sign for the rest of the Dream Chasers series because we know at his best, he's unbelievable. He's a little bit longer in the tooth now, Jace. That's
nearly 4.
Yeah,
he is 4.
Yeah.
October 21. That's the concern. Mitchie, just a quick market and your tips, mate. What's moving at the minute?
Yeah, Sharapova Star's $4.20. Tim Zoo's your favourite at $3.60. Mapunga Tully $4.60. I'm still sticking with Poor Ike. $6.50, $1.60 odd the place. I think he's a great place play in more places. Same race multi, whichever way you want to go.
Yeah, top 4 play, I think, for sure. What do you think, George? What are your top 4 numbers?
2, 6, 4 and 8. Funny we haven't mentioned Mapunga Tully, who won an Australian Cup here. Likes a wide draw. Is she going as well? That's the only thing.
Tribeca won the Silver Bullet, which is generally a lead-up race almost to the Top Gun.
And he's getting better from wide draws.
He is.
Yeah, good race.
Elite race. I'm 3 Poor Ike on top as well, but I'm place heavy. I think in my sports bet feed, if you want to follow me, James Vandermark, just search it up.
He loves it.
Getting the followers. You got to do what you got to do when you're an Instagram influencer like myself.
No.
But
a new account, I see.
Yeah, new account. Jimmy Vandermark, I think it's called. But jump around that. There'll be millions of people in a couple of days.
We've got some good grabs from this show for James, haven't we?
I think this dog Poor Ike, though, on a more serious note, is probably more of a place bet. And that's what I said on the feed. I had a little win bet on it because the price was delicious.
Especially if the zoo's in front of him.
That's right. There's a few that could beat him, but if he gets the right run along the rail, he will be absolutely thundering home.
So is that the key? Find that spot in between, behind the speed in the rail.
And you're backing Poor Ike to win. He's got to be ahead of Tim Zoo in the first 100 metres. That's the key. Anyway, we'll soon find out. It's a terrific free-for-all, and as George said, it might be a race that sort of shapes a little bit of the Dream Chasers Festival with the Melbourne Cup around the corner and a Phoenix in early December. Here's the call of race number 7.
390 the field. Mapunga Tully's going to go the favourite in what is a wide open race. Green lights, lure on the roll. They're set to run race number 7. Racing Sharapova Star fast. So was Paul Gordy, and they're going to burn away early. Mapunga Tully's trying to get across, did so, caused some havoc behind it. Tim Zoo got checked, so did Shimmer Blush. Further back to Tribeca. Poor Ike was near enough to last. Sharapova Star's the leader. The margin is 3. Paul Gordy's after it. Mapunga Tully was next. They're a mile in front of Shimmer Blush. It's Sharapova Star, but she's getting tired, Paul Gordy, and here comes Mapunga Tully. Still Sharapova Star. Oh, she wins. She's too quick. Sharapova Star won it. Paul Gordy second, Mapunga Tully third. They're a minute in front of Tim Zoo fourth, and then Shimmer Blush, Tribeca, Paul Yanel. Time is 29 and 87.
29 and 87 for Sharapova Star. We mentioned in the pre-race, she's an absolute pocket rocket, and that's what she was tonight, Tina. That was very good to watch from your point of view, wasn't it?
She's just a little ripper. I just love her. She does everything right, other than being a little bit stubborn. She's just the best dog.
Why is she stubborn?
She won't walk. She won't walk around the dais, and she won't go in the scales, and she just does what she wants to do.
Even at home?
Yeah, a little bit at home, but I've got treats for her at home.
Well, she was tough as nails tonight. Now, I assume the next step is towards the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, she is. She'll have a go at the Melbourne Cup. Hopefully, whatever happens there, she'll go here for the Australian Cup, and then she'll be retired.
What does she mean to you?
A lot. Not as much as Dennis.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
There's Tina Woven, guys, after the winner, Sharapova Star. We know she's got a lot of speed, but tonight, a bit of tenacity, a bit of mongrel. She held on to win the free-for-all this evening.
Summed it up perfectly, Jace, and they could not get it, doing it in a time of 29.87.
How's this, George? Look at Tim Zoo, the 4, just bully Poor Ike at the first corner. And he's so desperate for the fence. And you can see why Tim Zoo's still trialling quick. He just didn't get the luck when he was starting to really burst into it. Sharapova Star, good selection from you. You find leaders in greyhound racing, you go a long way to finding the winners. And as it turned out, each way price, inside draws, on-pace runners.
My hope was only that, James, that she got our way and went 17.59 down the back would lead a Top Gun. They might not go that quick in the Top Gun. I mean, that's how quick she is. She's getting stronger. Sandown's an easier run than the Meadows. She's a live Melbourne Cup chance if she begins like that.
We shaped up potentially before that race saying that this could be a race that sort of, gives us, I guess, a little bit of an insight to how the Melbourne Cup and the Phoenix and races might play out post-race. What did you make of that?
Well, I think the Britton family will be happy with Mapunga Tully. That was a little bit of a return to form. I think Tim Zoo, after all that trouble, still ran fourth.
Just a forgive run?
Yeah, but is his future going to be maybe his last couple of runs over 600 metres where he really...
Is there much for him? Maybe a Sale Cup?
If he gets the 640, can you imagine him in a Sale Cup? That'll be a series we'd want to watch, absolutely. But we're just seeing some good footage of Tina Woman. Pardon me. She's been around the sport for such a long time. She had a really, really champion bitch called Miss Tantine around the same time that the immortal Brett Lee was going around. Race very similar to this. Get to the front and see if they can catch her, and Sharapova Star wins again. Sister to Ferret's Knock, who won earlier as well, as Mitch was alluding to. So it's been
160k in the bank, if you don't mind, too.
She's been fantastic.
Yeah.
She's been fantastic.
Been a nice purchase.
And you guys said from an attitude perspective as well, she just does what she wants.
You see how goey she was before? She don't want to move now. She's had enough. She wants an ice cream from Macca's. That's what she wants.
Did you hear just before the race was being around Mitchell Bay giving his best impersonation of the great Maria Sharapova taking a serve? Did you hear that?
No.
Could you give that on air, Mitchie?
She was the one that kicked it off.
Yeah, could you give us a
I'd rather
a
not.
reenactment of the
the
opening round of Wimbledon?
No, I don't think I want to be going there, James, because we'll scare off the .com listeners. But
they'll love it, Mitchie.
I will mention Sharapova Star was purchased for a little under 20 grand. And what's she up to? 160. There you go.
160.
Fantastic
And still
purchase.
more to come, Mitchie.
Well,
Still
early speed. For those out there that want to get involved in greyhound racing, try and identify something that's got a little bit of early zip, because how many leaders tonight have won?
That's where I'm going wrong, because I'm using the GRV race data to try and find strong dogs that are slow early.
I'll just find the
that's where
ones
I'm
that have got
going
the
wrong.
fast first sections, Jimmy boy.
And as you mentioned, James, she's getting a little bit stronger. Like
She is.
12.25 is not bad. Like, it's not the elite type, but the way she runs down the back, it's good enough to win a big race like that.
Hey, Jimmy, quickly, Zipping Zayden's coming up at Winnie Park. I know you're a huge fan.
In my Phoenix Power
There
rankings
you
on the
go.
Green Light On
Well, I'll
podcast.
just throw that in there.
Speaking of pumping up my tyres, yeah, look, I think this is a serious dog to follow.
I agree.
Whether or not he comes down for the Phoenix, I'm not sure, but for X Factor, he seems to have plenty of it.
Sharapova Star takes out the win. Set the cracking speed, and they were not able to catch her there. What a result. I love this bitch. Does whatever she wants. How good. Coming up next after a quick break, the Group 1 Sportsbet Topgun Stayers. Sharapova Star for Zini Woman takes it out there. 2, 1, 8 and 4 in race number 7. We're not far away though from building up Group 1 action in the Top Gun Stayers. But before we get to that, let's find out where Chelsea Rides found herself once again out here at the Meadows for the Sportsbet activation.
We're down here for our Sportsbet activation. It is the final. $5 grand is up for grabs for one of our 6 lucky contestants. They made their way through the heat with all the cricket gear. They ran to the crease, and now it's time to see if they can field. Can they catch the ball? We have Aaron Finch, our opening batsman, down the other end to fling the ball up in the air, and their chance to catch, it's going to be the last man standing that wins that $5 grand. All right, who have I got here first really quickly? What's your name?
Deshaun,
And Deshaun, where are you from? What club?
St. Andrews Foot Square Cricket Club.
Cricket club. All right, so you got the skills. Send the ball up this way, Finchy. Let's kick you off. That was a bit of a shocker. We'll go again. Here we go. It's in the air. Oh, there was no doubt coming from that one. All right, thank you. We'll get to our next contestant. You're still in the running. And what's your name?
Sean,
Sean, are you a batter, a bowler, or better at fielding?
bowler,
Bowler. All right, so let's see how this catch goes. Who are you with?
Grand United Cricket Club.
All right, Grand United, get behind him. Let's go, Finchy.
If you don't know where
We've got a bit of a traveller here. Oh, another easy catch. We're just warming up. All right, next contestant. We're getting straight to it. All right. And away we go. A bit of a runner off to the side. Let's go another. We'll fling it back. But 2 easy catches. Let's see. As I said, we're just warming up here. The concentration, beautifully done. Some nice support from the crowd there as well. Next up, it's happening already. Step in. Woo! On the chest. All right. Our 5th contestant. Eyes on the ball. Keep on watching. Nicely done. There was almost a slight fumble at the end. The conditions we've got here is that slight drizzle. Running. Nice. All right, as I said, that was our warm-up. That is everyone. We're going for our second round. This time, one-handed. I want one arm behind your back. Pick which arm. All right, let's go, Finchy. Next level of difficulty. That's all right. We'll go again for our camera crew was in the way on that one. Give him another shot. All right, one hand. Nice. All right, keep it coming. One hand behind the back, looking very gentlemanlike, going for the bow, but oh, we've had our first drop of the night. Thank you so much. We identify 5 contestants. Let's go, keeping that energy up here. Oh, and here's another drop over the head. Got to judge that distance. We've got our cricket clubs supporting, cheering them on. Oh, and there's another drop. So we've got one contestant at the moment that's still running for $5,000. Let's go. Nice, on the knee. Bit of technique there. All right, contestant number 6, got it. All right, guys. We're gonna count that as a catch. Yeah. All right, the 3 of you guys come on up. This time, it's one hand behind your back, and we want to spin around on this one. Spin around and one hand behind your back. So you have to spin and then catch it. Just to disillusion you. Yep, so you can do the spin as soon as Finchy releases that ball. All right, off you go, the spin. And catch it. Oh! The disappointment. All right, we've got a bit of a jog, a bit of a warm-up. We're ready, keeping that energy high. Crew, cheer him on. The spin happens. Nice. You. That's what we're talking about. All right, the spin, then the catch. Oh, that means we have our winner, $5,000, thanks to Sportsbet. All goes to you, our friend. What's your name?
Nathan Fernando.
And who are you with?
Hey, Faulkner Cricket Club.
And what are you going to spend $5,000 on?
Oh, probably shouldn't announce that, but for the beers for the boys, mate.
Beers for the boys, you've all heard it here. Well done. Some fantastic cricket skills, all thanks to Sportsbet. $5,000 for our Top Gun night tonight. How about that, Finchy? That was great, wasn't it?
That was very good. Well done, mate. That was great technique.
Cheers. Keep enjoying your night. Enjoy the beers.
There we go. Chelsea and Finch's doing a wonderful thing. And how about that 5K coming out to the Meadows? That is so good. And speaking of so good, we saw a couple of those blokes then trying to catch the ball, really soft hands. And our next man that we're going to have a chat with is now a Group 1 trainer with soft hands after he just loaded Accredited into box number 3 and he came away like he was shot out of a cannon. Welcome, Nettie Mack. Congratulations, my boy.
Thank you. Thanks, mate. Yeah, what a thrill. It hasn't sunk in quite yet, but it will shortly.
Talk to me about the run, mate.
Oh, just like I've been saying all week, he's got bad habits. He can do that, but he can also get it all wrong and be out the back. So the minute he come out, I just thought you're going to have to be good to get to him.
Ned, hasn't rained for 24 hours. He's a greyhound that shows tremendous speed. He's got a really good PB at Sandown. Maybe the last 50 is a concern against the backmarkers. What were you feeling like when you looked up and seen 874 early? Like, I mean, that sectional record, he just broke him up so easily.
Yeah, like I don't think he got real weak. Probably the last 10 metres but when you run 21.70, like it's very hard to get a dog to be 8.74, 21.70 and run home in 12.10. Like it's hard to do it at both ends, but to be so far in front and break him up down the back, it was good to watch.
And you're concerned about probably some of the greyhounds on your outside, 5, 6, 7, didn't eventuate. I mean, when you begin like that in those big races, that's that.
Yeah, and it's like the worry was the 5. Like I thought the 5 after last, I think it ran 880 something.
Yeah, went 884. Yeah,
and I thought if I'm out there beside it, I could be in a trouble. It's going to come across and get me. But no, he just come out absolutely perfectly. He was 3 in front by 5 metres, so it just all went to plan.
Well, mate, we're on the racing.com coverage. This is Nettie McDonald, a Group 1 winning trainer tonight. Nettie, you reminded me of a jockey. I had my binoculars out from here, and we're probably 200 metres from the 600 metre start, and I saw a bloke behind the boxes pull the whip that hard that his right hand actually made contact with box number 6. Is that correct?
Yeah, they said I look like D. Oliver on Moonamek in Perth. No, I give the boxer because it's just, mate, this is what we do it for. These are the races. Like, it's hard to win any race. So it's just good to win a big one.
Explain, Ned, sorry to interrupt. Explain, Ned, how special it is to have family on track as well. I mean, it's not a one-man job, is it?
No, it's
These
everything.
type of things, to have family on track and the emotion, you could just see it. Explain that to us.
No, it's everything, you know. Like, it's not a one-man show. Dogs aren't a one-man show. You need good support and good backing, and, like, my father's my mentor and probably the best mentor I could ever ask for, and I just listen to everything he says, and I've got Mum there that's, you know, she's not afraid to put the work trackies on and get out there and give us a hand, and my sister, my partner, you know, it's just a massive, big organisation, and everyone deserves credit for it.
And you've got a young child. Fair Christmas present now after that money jump in.
Yeah, he wanted a trampoline, so it looks like I'm getting him one now.
Oh, you're getting a real whiz-bang one now.
I'm tipping so. Yeah.
$75,000 trampoline on the way, mate. Just as we wrap up, explain the feeling of becoming a Group 1 winning trainer. What's it feel like?
Well, it hasn't sunk in quite yet because it's still very fresh. But no, mate, it's unbelievable. Like I said, it's hard to win any type of race. So to win one of these and be up there with some of the big names, it's like, I've got a long way to go, and it's just humbling. It is.
Mate, congratulations. We love getting around you, Nettie Mack. Group 1 winning trainer, this boy. We'll chat to you soon. Mitchie Abayer, over to you for the upcomer.
Yeah, we've got a big race upcoming. I wonder why I'm holding a cricket bat. Well, there was a little competition on the inside of the racetrack just a second ago. $5,000 to a fella taking a one-handed catch. Now, he was very good. He even ripped the shirt off, did a bit of Kevin Sheedy, rubbed his belly, and he'll shout a few drinks later on. But Without a Trace is your favourite. 235 into 185, 480 for Ethanol Water, the superstar. Pass marks out to 650 from 480. I think it's great value. Number 7, Late Night News, is $7.50. Aiden's Warrior represents value, $7.50 out to 11s. $14 about the 10. Fade to Black gets a run off box 1. $31 for the Queenslander Red Dirt Road. And Springvale Bray from South Australia, 35 out from 21. But all the rage, number 5, Without a Trace. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit that Gambling Help online website.
Bring on the Sportsbet Topgun Stayers. Great chat with Ned there. Wasn't that special? Just shows how much it means.
He's a good fella, and I actually had him on the Green Light On podcast early days when he started training, and it's so nice to be able to sit there and watch someone, and he's got great bloodlines in the sport, but he's making his own way, and to become a Group 1 trainer in a race like the Hume Cup, just a phenomenal achievement. Having a look now at the Topgun Stayers, the Sportsbet Topgun Stayers speed map. Look at the speed. Firethorn's out, so that's no longer there, but you've got Passmark, who should go forward. Without a Trace should go forward, and I think Ethanol Water's the other dog that maybe doesn't lead but sits up on the pace. So the way we break that down, I reckon Passmark, Without a Trace go at it. If Without a Trace takes the lead in the first 100 metres, Kate, I think this could be game, set, match. Another anti-climax in a way in a Group 1 after we saw Accredited just go bang. I think it's Without a Trace who'll go bang in this one.
We seen her win a big race here where she showed that she's not a one-trick pony either. She didn't lead, and she gusted out to the line when Ethanol Water was all the way behind her as well. Yeah. So, I think there's a couple of strings to her bow for sure. Box 5 has to navigate through that. She can get through that, Kate. You can understand why she's short, but they have really crunched her late now because you're getting black figure odds now. It's into the red.
Yeah, we heard from the trainer before with Peter just how much it would mean, and let's head to Jace in the pre-brain.
Thanks, Kate. Yeah, I'm with Pete once again. And Pete, you know this girl better than anyone. How has she come out of the kennels? How does she feel on the other end of the lead?
She's real relaxed tonight, which is a good sign. But she's all business tonight, I think, as well. So we can't wait to get out there and give it a crack.
I'm sure you're happy to see the rain subside before the running of this race.
Yeah, no, it was. So hopefully the track looks all right tonight. So they've done a great job, the track staff. So fantastic.
Go get it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Peter Bashiro there with the girl of the moment in Without a Trace. Let's go over chat to Nick Britton, who's got Passmark. Now, Nick, this is a boy. He spoils parties, doesn't he, in some races up against some more prominent greyhounds. How does the camp think he's going to perform tonight?
Yeah, well, he's got one thing most dogs don't really have, and that's consistency. So, yeah, he rarely puts in a disappointing run. So, hopefully he can get out in front tonight. And yeah, if he's out in front, it'll be tough competition.
Go well, mate.
Thank you.
Nicholas Britton there. Let's now go chase Josh Formoso, who's got Ethanol Water by his side. Now, Josh, a lot of the hype has been on that girl over there without a trace. Do you think this girl here, Ethanol Water, is going to have something to say about that tonight?
Well, I hope so. Box draw's not great, but hopefully she can just find a rhythm early and get a spot forward half of the race and just don't let her get too far away because she is a rocket.
A handful of starts ago, it just didn't feel like she was at the peak of her powers. Was that sort of by design for the kennel to build her up to this time of the year?
Yeah, she's been up for a long time, so we sort of just gave her a little bit of a let up and sort of just targeted these races later on in the year, so hopefully she's ready to go.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Josh Formosa there representing at Team Daly and Ethanol Water. Runners are being called to make their way to the boxes, guys, for the next of the big ones tonight, the Group 1 Top Gun Stayers.
Yeah, and she's drawn the pink. Ethanol Water, the reigning national distance champion, chasing a 5th Group 1 title. But we've got this boom stayer without a trace. We're going to be able to see her there in the run. She's so captivating. She's also pretty consistent there. The 12 of 21 starts and the 5 of 7 since stepping out to the staying trip.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought Jason's question, he was really apt because sometimes greyhounds can come out of the kennels and they're a little bit too fizzed up. You'd know this, James, with when you own greyhounds, and it's probably the same in the thoroughbred world, right? You see a horse sweating up a little bit, it's a little bit of a concern. To hear that she's relaxed and calm is a really good sign.
And to be honest, mate, sometimes the trainers, the handlers can come out a little bit fizzed up on a Group 1. They all seem pretty calm. Peter Prosciutto, he's sort of been there now. He's done it a few times, so he's used to this.
We touched on this a bit before and we spoke to Peter about it too, but obviously these are two of the best stayers that we've got in Australia at the moment. Ethanol Water has the proven track record. We've seen the recent skill unbelievably from without a trace, but if she is able to take it out and beat the champ, does she move ahead of her as probably the best?
Yeah, I'm probably side with trainer Peter Prosciutto with the showing of respect to Ethanol Water. She's been up for a long time and is a multiple Group 1 winner. She's getting closer, and if she beats her a couple more times, I would agree with you. Incredibly, this race, we talk about sometimes a lack of depth in the stayers. James, they've won $2 million combined, these greyhounds. I mean, it's a terrific field.
I think this year, George, there's a few of them that might just be a little bit past their peak.
Yep.
And that's where, without a trace, she's redlining now. She's hitting the peak. So that's the key. I think she's the up-and-comer. A few of these are well and truly past their best. You look at a greyhound like Springvale Bray, for example. Phenomenal dog. He's won 18 times from box number 1. That's most dogs won't win 18 races, let alone win 18 from box 1.
I think he's the first 5-year-old of all time.
Well, here's this, 114 starts, 49 wins. He's 5 years old already. A couple more years, he's eligible for his driver's licence. And he's going to try and win a Top Gun.
Absolutely.
It'd be an enormous story if the South Aussie could do it here.
Yeah, it would.
We heard there as well with Passmark. Could we see him upset the party?
He does it.
He's a very, very talented greyhound, absolutely. He's probably a rung below them when they're at their best, but he has beaten them in the past. So connections will be keen, but if she leads, she's going to be incredibly hard to beat. Aiden's Warrior, of course, ran second to her in that race, that Sydney Cup at Wentworth Park. He's a very talented greyhound, but now he meets her on her own deck, and that's a big advantage.
Mitch, what do you think we're going to see?
Passmark for me, I think it's out to a backable price now, $7.50 with us at Sportsbet, getting even money about without a trace, and Ethanol Water's had backing as well. But look, I think it's between those. I just think they're the three that will know this deck better than any others, and I just think the two just gets a lovely run on the inside, and you can back him each way now. $5 earlier on, he was probably a tad skinny, but $7.50 now I think it's a great play.
Georgie, your numbers?
5, 8, 2 and 7 to me.
I am 5, 8, 7 and 3. I think Late Night News is the unforgotten dog in this race. He has done nothing wrong in the last 6 months, and he will be storming through the line as well, the Sydney Sider. It's a terrific race, the Top Gun Stayers, the first of the 2 Top Guns tonight. Last year, it was won by Kenya All Class. Who will it be this year? The young star without a trace or the evergreen Ethanol Water? We'll soon find out. Runners are at the start, about to load. This is the 2025 Top Gun Stayers.
Firethorn has won 13 of 31. Moving in, race number 8. Just about ready to run for the second of the Group 1s tonight. And the market suggests that 5 without a trace and 8 Ethanol Water are the key hopes. The green light is turned on and the lure rolls for the Top Gun Stayers. They're set to run. Racing, beginning quickly on the middle, was Without a Trace. She's going to fire out to find the lead. Passmark got through to second, but got a slight check there with Aiden's Warrior around its outside. Springvale Bray was next. Going deep was Red Dirt Road. Then came Fade to Black. Well back now, Late Night News. And Ethanol Water gives the leader a dozen, and it's all to do. Without a Trace goes to the back. Leads out by 4 lengths on Aiden's Warrior. Up to third, Springvale Bray. Then came Fade to Black. Further back was Passmark. Then came Ethanol Water and last Red Dirt Road, but it's Without a Trace. Trying hard was Aiden's Warrior, but he can't go with her. Next was Fade to Black, but she's vanished. She disappeared. Without a Trace. 4 lengths. Aiden's Warrior ran second. Third's a photo. Late Night News has dived at Fade to Black, and it's very tight on the line. Passmark was next. Ethanol Water never got into the race. Springvale Bray was back with Red Dirt Road, and the time 42 and 30.
42 and 30 is as good as they go here at the Meadows over the 730 metres, and Without a Trace has done it in the easiest way you've ever seen. Straight to the front, Pete. I can see a little bit of a tear in your eye, mate. What does that mean?
Oh, it means everything. This is. I don't cry a lot, but geez, I'm getting close. This is what we do it for. This is tonight. Pressure was on, and she performed, which is. I don't just love her, and I just want to thank the owners, Mick and Darren, for giving me the opportunity. It's a big win for us.
How do you know Mick and Darren? Talk to us about the relationship we've had with them over the years.
Well, she's the third dog I've had, but she's the best one, obviously. But they've given me a couple of others that make it all worthwhile as well. So it just just great to have someone that backs you and gives you the opportunity to show what you can do. And my family that help out a lot, they got to be thanked as well. So couldn't do it without them as well. So that's it, mate. I can't. It just means so much to us.
Do you get a sense of what sort of roller coaster this could be? Not what it has been, what it could be.
Oh yeah. It's sort of. I don't know how far she could go. There's no limit to what she can do. I think. Because she can sprint as well, so I don't know what the time she ran tonight, but it's just humbling to have something like that in your kennel.
Mate, they call you the big bad wolf. You don't look anything like it at the moment, but I absolutely love it.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Peter Prosciutto there, the winner of the Topgun Stayers with Without a Trace. Go and give her a kiss, Pete. She's an absolute star, guys, and tonight is yet another example of that.
She was scintillating. Without a Trace takes out the Group 1 Sportsbet Topgun Stayers. What a result, 42-26. And we heard from Pete how much it means. Natalie was crying a couple of hours ago just at the prospect that they could get a result like this.
You know what? This is what I love about greyhound racing. You can see how much this means. Look at Peter Prosciutto, and to be honest, Georgie, I think he's going to have to get used to this, not just Without a Trace. I think she's your Bold Trees winner now. Off the chart. There's so many good dogs he has in the kennel, but this is why she is going to be the #1 stayer for the next 12 months. Early speed, doesn't really have a flat spot. Aiden's Warrior's Aiden's Warrior's, I think, a genuine 650 dog, so he's got the burn to go after her. Yeah. You can't catch her when she's in front like this.
Group 3, Group 2, now a Group 1 winner. And Kate, the time, 42.26. The record's under 42 seconds, but that was years ago. They rarely run this anymore. And we're talking about group races, they don't run that quick. You win a group race here running 42.60, which is 6 lengths slower than what she's done tonight. She's had to do it from a middle box. Incredible performance.
And don't underestimate how good that win was, because you could see through the first 300-400 metres just how much she opened the field. She stretched them right out. She won that race just off her own bat. And I can't wait to see her next 6 months, because you've got races like the Bold Trees in a couple of weeks, which will be on the Dream Chasers. And if she steps like that, George, how do you beat her in a race over 700?
No, you don't. And she's equally adept at Sandown Park, Kate. That's the problem, right, James? So, we're seeing really good scenes here. You spoke about the changing of the guard. Maybe it comes a little bit quicker now after that.
That was the moment.
Ethanol Water has been a champion for such a long time, but she's getting close. She's getting close Without a Trace. There's no doubt.
She's surpassed now, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kate.
No, I was just saying what a training performance too. We'd heard from Pete saying that going into the Sydney Cup and that heat with those blistering times as well, they'd had that light prep by design. Why change it if it's working? He backed himself, he backed his methods, and we've just seen the results of it.
Incredible. And we've got to have a shout out to Darren Pulio. He's the owner. An unbelievable breed of greyhounds. Comes from the same damn line as Hooked on Scotch, Poke the Bear, these type of greyhounds. And they've got another star here.
You know what I love about this win as well, and the way that he's trained her? I think they realise that she's a natural 700-metre dog. Like, she can run it.
Yeah.
So you just need to keep that sprint in her legs, get her out in front. And if she's out in front right now, there's no stayers around that are going to take 3-4 lengths off her, because her run home, 12.78. There'll be races that win over 600 metres that struggle to run 12.78 home.
It'd be remiss of us not to mention the sire, Houdini Boy. One of the most exciting greyhounds that we watched. He'd jump out last, James, as you remember, and circumnavigate the field. He was a freak.
His win in the Sale Cup, Houdini Boy, I was down there standing in the catching pen.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dog live in the flesh move like Houdini Boy did. It was a Group 1 Sale Cup. His turn of foot, ducking and weaving, just blew them away. So you're right, George. He was an absolute star, and she is an absolute star as well.
Corey Smith on track interviewing Darren Pulio, who is also the owner of Hooked on Scotch, who has been an unbelievable sire this year. He threw the $1 Million Chase winner in Power and Glory. Unfortunately, we didn't see him race in the Top Gun. He's retired now, but what a great feeling for the connections.
We've seen something special tonight. Unbelievable, without a trace. Takes out the Group 1 Sportsbet Topgun Stayers. Where is the ceiling? But wonderful to have her for the sport. Means to take out the Group 1 Top Gun Stayers. Pete and Natalie Prosciutto there with their unbelievable pitch without a trace. Lift up the trophy there, Pete. How good is that, guys? Numbers 5, 6, 7 and 10. But it's all honours without a trace.
Did you hear the story? They couldn't find the dog post-race. She disappeared without a trace.
That's good from you.
You reckon?
Dad jokes at race is about perfect. Just a little bit on the place getters. Aiden's Warrior was a massive run. Considering the time was great. And Late Night News running into third was a big run too. So
just on that, $2, $1.40, probably a pretty fair price at the end for the winner. And Fade to Black gets a run as a number 10, which you don't see too often in a Top Gun Stayers. Runs a really good race and gets up the fourth.
Absolutely. Great scenes here.
Yeah, we can see son James, of course, a massive part of the operation. The grandkids too, daughter-in-law, everyone there. And they got something special over the next 12 months and even further, don't they?
It looks like Pete's still crying. What have you done to him, Kate?
Oh, you know who's been best on ground outside of Pete, who's just been an unbelievable start. I still can't believe we've got the Top Gun for the sprinters coming up. Yeah. But let's head out to Chelsea Ryan now. She's done a fantastic job. Where do we find you, Chelsea?
I'm down here trackside with Nathan, who is $5,000 richer. And he's got a lot of friends because of it, I feel. But there were lots of celebrations on the track. You've won our activation. What you had to do, you had to catch a ball hit in the air by Finchy, ex-Australian captain Aaron Finch. You had to turn around, hand behind your back, and catch that final ball. When you caught it and you knew you were the one, how did you feel?
Oh, it was just a surreal moment. I've been training for this the whole year, and I just knew tonight if I brought my A game, it would be mine. So all credit to myself. I've worked hard for this, and you know what? We're going to have a ripper of a night.
Absolutely. Now, what cricket club are you with? Because you had your teammate, your captain, and you bet your captain at the activation.
Yeah, so I play Haig Faulkner Cricket Club. I just want to thank the major sponsors of Haig Faulkner, Toyota Coburg, 300 Grams Coburg, Bunnings, Internet Excavations, Mega Leaks, and our major sponsor, Therion Apparel. Without you guys, wouldn't have been able to do it tonight. So full credit to yourselves. And we love your contributions. And yeah, thank you.
Plenty of pictures, plenty of celebrations, plenty of cash to go around. What are you going to spend it on?
So we'll probably be heading down to Maxine's tonight, just a local venue in Brunswick. Have a couple of drinks there with the boys. And
if there's any left over, I think I heard Europe.
yeah, so definitely looking for a flight tonight. I reckon we'll book it into London. But yeah, we'll get it sorted.
Oh, nice. Thanks to Sportsbet. You are $5,000 richer, my friend. Congrats once again. That was all you. $5,000 thanks to Sportsbet there. We might have the Dream Chasers on the track, but the Dream Catcher. And how good was that? One-handed, up you go, got it off Finchy.
Yeah, well, I think when he got here, he had no one with him, and he won the 5K, and now he's got about 30 mates taking off
about
him.
3 of them to London.
What would you do, Georgie, with 5K, mate, if you won it at Top Gun night?
Sushi. No, mate. Yeah, a bit of sushi. High-end sushi for the daughter.
See, I reckon what I'd do is just stick it in the bank account and go home.
Mitchell,
Well,
I don't think you'd do that.
I think I'd be investing in a dog right about now.
Yeah.
I'm captivated
You're
here.
going to get it without a trace pup.
Well, we've got a Leviathan owner here that might be able to help you out on the right-hand side, Georgie.
Maybe.
Some sushi money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Mitch, what would you do with the money? Give us a market as well coming up.
I'd gamble responsibly and have a wager here on Summer Quinn. I'm pretty keen on it. Best of the night, 225 into 215. Stomping is good value. If you liked him last week, you might like him at 245 tonight. Mapunga Smoky off the inside draw, 650. Also 650 is Paul Petrov. The 4 Paul Quinby is 10 out to $14. Warm Hugs, $27. I think we'll get a few of them later from James Vandermart. $81 for the 9 Paul Julia gets a run off box number 1. And let's have a look at the feed. Jump on and check it out. There's plenty of big guns on there, including Jimmy Boy. I'm on there as well. Copy and share bets with other punters. There's stacks on there across all racing and sports. So jump on the feed if you haven't got a part of it. Well, get a part of it now because you're missing out. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
Leading into race number 9. And guys, there's a pretty interesting map coming up for this one as well.
There is. Before we get to that, there's 2 feeds I like. The Sportsbet feed is number 1, the Souvlaki out the back number 2. Both very good feeds.
A wrap, not a Souvlaki because there's nothing in it.
That was a wrap. Yeah. That was a wrap on the
a pitter.
Souvlaki. Anyway, let's move on to this speed map. We always get a bit loose by this time of night, but we've still got the Top Gun, so we need to focus. I'm going to pull the reins up a little bit here. Race number 9, Georgie. Summer Quinn's expected to be on speed with Paul Quinby. Chicken Fish, Mapunga Smoky, maybe the next line. And out wide, you've got Warm Hugs. I think Leroy's Girl will show a little bit of box speed. And Stomping out in box number 8, expected to zoom past those underneath of her. Now, what are we looking at? Because this is an interesting race. Last start, you've got Leroy's Girl going to the front, and then Summer Quinn just went bang. Took the lead. Talk me through this. You're the owner. We said that fella just won 5K. If you win as the owner of this next race, 3.5.
Well, all I know, Kate, is that James is definitely off the Christmas card list because this is the second time we are watching my dog get run down in a Hume Cup. Look, she shows her best racing when she's out in front. Your runner, Xavier, was just too close to her there, and she just got run down. The week before, she went 8.84 early and 34.30. If she can replicate that, she's a huge chance. Yeah. My query is the 8, Stomping. Where does it land? Because if Stomping leads her, I don't think we can run it down. That's the thing.
You have to find the lead is the key in the race with that little bit of a lack of speed underneath. That fella, $5,000, he's going to take his mates out. Georgie, you're racing for $3,500 as an owner if he wins. What are we doing tonight if Summer Quinn gets home, if she can win?
I think my partner Cheryl will book a flight to Japan for her and
Cheryl.
the kids.
Come on, Georgie.
Well, Cheryl's the Minister of Finance, mate. I don't have a say in anything.
You're too busy up here to do handling duties, though.
I'll go with you to Japan, all right?
You coming to Japan?
Summer Quinn wins.
Enough. Yeah.
I hope you're right, mate. I'm just worried about where the 8, Mitch. What do you think about Stomping here? Because its form recently went 29.58 here, 5.05 early. That's my concern.
Yeah, I think the wide draw is definitely a hindrance. Look, if it was probably in boxes 4 or 5 close to you, I think it would get the lovely run through. But I reckon you can kick and burn off that first turn.
Let's steady it up here, not far away from the 9. Let's go out to Jace.
Thanks, Kate. Just waiting for this tractor to walk past before these runners come out. Here we go. All right, Craig Salkin, he's handling Mapunga Smoky. Now, Craig, the Jeff Britton and Angela Langton camp have Mapunga Smoky, Summer Quinn, Warm Hugs. Yep. Most people consider Summer Quinn the best chance. Is that what you think?
Yeah, she probably is the best chance. This dog will turn right coming out the boxes, so hopefully he doesn't snod or anything. But, yeah, so slightly quicker dog on the inside, you know. Smokey's not getting any younger, so but hopefully he misses the 3.
Either way, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, mate.
Craig Salkin now. I want to have a chat to Ben Magri, who's got stomping, jumping from box 8. He's an absolute machine when he gets it right, this dog. And Ben, how does box 8 suit him in a field like this?
Oh, if he can get a clear run off the start, we should be pretty right. He does like it out wide, but, you know, see how we go. If he's at the front, he's in the front, hopefully.
It's amazing how he just continues to perform the way he does. I mean, when he gets it right, he really gets it right, doesn't he? You just must be in awe when he does.
Yeah, he's an incredible dog. He's almost 4, I think, started next year. So him and his brother's been an absolute legend. So, yeah, hopefully tonight he can put it all on the track and see how we go.
Fingers crossed, mate. Good luck.
Fingers crossed. Cheers. Thanks.
Ben Magri, the guys with stomping, who, as I said, when he gets it right, he really gets it right. He's got a job ahead of him from the pink.
Yeah, box 8, stomping, drawing the pink. And Mapunga Smokey, we know a veteran, not as dynamic that we were able to hear there as well. But where do you think that we're going to see him map?
Smokey, I don't think he's got the speed to hold out Summer Queen. I don't think he's got the speed to hold out Stomping, and I don't think he's got the speed maybe mid-race at the moment to hold out Paul Quinby, who can sort of cut loose, even Paul Petrov, Leroy's girl. So although the inside draws are normally a huge advantage, I just think these two off the inside, maybe not so Mapunga Smokey, he can begin, but Chicken Fish in particular doesn't have that early speed to hold a place, and this might be a race at the corner start where the middle brigade swoosh across and lead, George.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, Mapunga Smokey's been a great dog. He won that Masters at Wentworth Park. His prize money's $360,000. He uses a bit of the track, so Summer Queen's going to need to navigate that, and that's why I thought Stomping was the best box dog in the race.
Mitchie, market?
Yeah, market. The 8's been smashed into $2.25 with Sportsbet. As a result, Summer Quinn's out to $2.70. We've got $6.50 about Paul Petrov and Mapunga Smokey, but all the rage is the 8 Stomping.
Okay, George, your selections, mate. I see you being a little bit humble here and going against your girl, Summer Quinn.
Yeah, 8, 3, 2 and 4 are my numbers.
I think he's just being a little bit silly, our man, George. He doesn't want to look too confident. I'm 3, Summer Quinn. I hope for you that she can jump, lead and win. Paul Quinby, I reckon, is a huge SRM play. Can just tuck in, follow Summer Queen, the 8 for 3rd Stomping, and Paul Petrov, who might require a little bit of luck. Now, still a very, very soft headwind in the home straight. We just had a slightly more intense shower of rain, but it's just softened off ever so slightly ahead of this, the 9th race. It will be the entree to the big one, the Sportsbet Top Gun, which is race 10 at 10 to 10. So the countdown is on to the big Group 1. Take out the 4, take out the 6 in that one. But prior to the Top Gun sprint, here's race number 9 at the 600-metre start.
The Di Battista Real Estate. We're just about set to run. Green light. Lure on the move. Set to run. Race number 9. Ready? And away. Very slow out there was Poor Julia. Winning the start was Summer Quinn and goes through to lead early over Paul Petrov, and Stomping is across to 3rd and stalks the leading pair. They're clear on Mapunga Smokey, railing Poor Julia. Deeper out was Warm Hug, second last Leroy's Girl, and Poor Quimby's at the rear. It is Paul Petrov who takes off down the back, leads by 3. Summer Quinn can't go with it for the time being. Neither can Stomping. Leaders going real well. Mapunga Smokey was next, then Poor Julia. It's all over. Paul Petrov will win it. Paul Petrov 4 lengths. Stomping 2nd. Summer Quinn 3rd. Mapunga Smokey's made up many lengths to run 4th. Next across was Poor Julia ahead of Poor Quinby. Warm Hugs, and it was one of the last across the line. The time is 34 and 43.
Paul Petrov, very good in the 9th for Team Delbridge, and Miles joins me. And Miles, did you think he'd be in such a commanding position like he was mid-race?
Oh, mid-race, I thought he was. It was how he jumped. Since there was only the 3 of them, I thought, well, he's got a chance, and he was able to push through. It was helpful with the second corner that Stomping got held up, and he was able to keep pushing. But so it was good. It was a good run.
We haven't seen him do a lot of racing over 600 metres. Could this be a turning point, and maybe we do see a bit more of that?
Potentially. It's up to Mark, up to Dad. But I think it's a big possibility that it could be a start for a couple more races over 600.
Good job, mate.
Thank you.
Miles Delbridge there, guys. After Paul Petrov wins the 9th, of course, the next up, it's Top Gun time.
Yeah, bring that on shortly. But how good was Paul Petrov out of the gates? Well, and then just as we heard, seems to be relishing this step up to 600 the past couple.
Yeah, really good mid-race turn of foot, wasn't it, to cut around the outside of Summer Quinn, who, Georgie, I thought for a fleeting moment there we're all going to Japan. What happened?
Yeah, she didn't begin as well, and all fairness to the 6, he was just too good for us. When he lobbed that close, he was hard to beat. She tried to reel him in down the back, but he was just too good, and stomping finished off nicely, the old campaigner getting second place.
Yeah, the good news is Michi Abaya, Georgie, off air, he said, look, we're not going to Japan, boys, but third placing was $1,075. As an owner, he gets nearly, $600. He said, we'll have a night at the Big Four Caravan Park in Mildura.
Beautiful.
So all is good.
With some real souvlakis, mate.
It's a long way from Japan, that, Jim. That's a long. It might be a big one caravan park, I reckon.
I tell you what, we might be doing an around the world trip if one of Georgie's dogs can get home in a Melbourne Cup later in the year. We'll see what plays out, Kate.
Oh, poor Petrov, too good. Sorry, Georgie there. Numbers 6, 8, 3 and 2 coming up in the 9. We head to a break on the other side. It's the big one, the Group 1 Sports Bet Top Gun. Wonderful to see Paul Petrov, too good, coming up in the previous event. Really strong. Stepped up the last couple of races to the 600 metres and was too good out to the middle distance trip. A great way to be able to close it out. Number 6, 8, 3 and 2 for race number 9. We've still got 3 more to come, including the feature event, the Group 1 Top Gun. Well, there's been some special stories, and James, we've got to say, we've got a really special guest here. We've had tears all round with Without a Trace getting the win.
That's right, Darren Pulio joining us. And Daz, tears all round, mate. I doubt a man like you would have got too emotional. We couldn't get Peter Prosciutto post-race because he's a crying mess out there. What's going on?
He is a bit of a baby. He doesn't mind having a bit of a sook-up.
Hey, mate, it's a credit to you and the old boy Mick, because you've taken the punt, given Peter Prosciutto, a lesser-known trainer in many ways, a crack with a few of your dogs. And I tell you what, he is doing a hell of a job with them.
He's doing a great job. He really is. We gave him a couple of dogs 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And they were just not up to standard, up to grade. So we said to Pete, righto, we'll move them on and we'll place them with other trainers, and we'll just see if the next thing comes along. And he actually come to our kennels. He only lives around the corner, so he come round and had pups in the kennels, and he asked, well, which one's this one and which one's that one? And he thought they were race dogs. I said, no, they're only pups. And he sort of looked at me and went, rubbish, that's not true. And he said, well, I'll take this one. And I said, well, just be careful what you ask for. Hadn't been broken in, it was just a pup. So we got it broken in and a couple of other dogs as well. So I said to him, well, if you're true to your word, mate, you want them, you can have them. Which he said, yep, no worries, we'll take them. Yep. And this is what he's ended up with. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good ride.
A hell of a ride, really. What about the race tonight? I mean, I think right now, Darren, she's the number one stayer in the game. And I think this sort of just proves it, because she's got the speed, she's got the mid-race that makes it so hard for anything to pass her, and then she's got the strength that just breaks their hearts, mate. She must be so good to own.
Yeah, look, it certainly is. It's a bit surreal, like to have that front-running stayer. Very, very rare to come by. And she's strong as well, so that's what's good with her. She does have a bit of a flat spot, believe it or not. Actually, if you look at her going down the middle section, and then she'll take off again around the 600 boxes coming home. So, yeah, she's a special dog, and hopefully it's just the start of what's yet to come.
She's so striking, and we've heard from Peter saying that he always knew she was good, but he didn't get her till she was 18 months. What was she like as a pup?
Yeah, no, she was good. We rear them all together. We sort of, there's a couple of different methods we use. So we have them all out in paddocks together until they're about 9 months old, 10 months old, and then I'll bring them into the runs and then let them stay in the runs for quite a few months. We do early education with them, so I bring them inside the kennels, and they're all on walking machines by 12 months, and they're all handled, and then they've all been through the bull ring and getting chasing. We've got a straight track. They've all chased the drag. We do a lot of work with them before they go away for a break-in. So when they do go away, we sort of get a bit of a guide. And so I'm not fussed about times, on break-in times. I just want to see them begin okay, chase, grab on, do all the right things that they're supposed to be doing, bring them home. We then put them through another little process, and then we'll start pre-training them, and then that's when they go out from that point. So
I reckon, to be honest, Darren, you've almost answered my next question, and that is what is the key to success. But it seems like you've got almost a program for these young dogs as they come through, because, as we've said, you've bred Poke the Bear, you've bred Hooked on Scotch, Without a Trace, just to name a few. Is there one thing that you can point out as being a key to success, or is it just that consistency and to do things and just do them right?
Well, I think the line is important. I think the line's very important. So, we've obviously got a line that does produce. You've got to keep the line rejuvenated and keep going to the right size and all that sort of stuff.
So when you say that, mate, rejuvenated, what do you mean by that?
So what I did years ago was I went out to Irish Blood and come back in and just refreshes the line and rejuvenates it again. And then you go back to local size. It gives you more scope of who you can go to. So it's not a secret. Everyone does it. And it's, the process that we do as well I think is really important. A lot of handling. They're not just left alone. They've all been in trailers, cars, all that before they're herded off to break in. They're all handled regularly. Walking machines, hydrobaths, you name it. They've had everything done to them. So, it's a full-on program that we do. And Dad takes them home to his place and he'll do a little bit of work with them there, just different, because Dad's in the suburbs. So it gets them used to cars and noise, and it's just, again, it's different, So I think all that contributes to it.
It's a great insight.
Yeah. Really. She should be so proud, and, obviously with her, it's so exciting where the ceiling could be.
It's a family thing. My wife's in it, my kids help. Dad and I have been doing it for quite a long time, and there's nothing special. To be able to do it with Dad is just, it really is a dream come true. And now with the prosciuttos doing it as well, and their family involvement, as all trainers are the same. They all don't do it on their own. Their families are heavily involved. It's a part of the process.
Do you bask in the sunlight for a moment and enjoy tonight, or do you think as a training team, gee, we're in the box seat in the bowl trees in a couple of weeks?
Oh, look, certainly not. Look, there's some dogs tonight that I watched go around in the race as well that are still on the up. She's obviously on the up, and they're going to be coming for her. There's no doubt about it. Yes, I think she's got a good chance in it, and I'm hoping she has a good chance in it. Yeah, she does. But they've still got to do it. She's still got to stay injury-free. She's got to stay off-season. There's a whole range of things that have got to play into all that. So, hopefully she's in it in a couple of weeks, and hope she pulls up all right tonight. And, we'll just go to the next step. It's just one step at a time. That's all we can do.
Cliche.
I know. I could be talking to you for hours about this, Darren. It's so fascinating as well. But we've got to get to the big one now. Wishing you all the best of luck. And I feel like we might be chatting to you over the next
Good on you. Thank
quite a
you.
bit.
Thanks a lot.
Well done, mate.
It's time for the big one, though. Let's go to a market for the Sportsbet Top Gun with Mitchie Abaya.
Yeah, race 10 on the program is the Sportsbet Top Gun, and I tell you what, they have piled into Mallee Beauty. $2.60 on opening, now $1.50. I think it's severe unders. Had it up on my Sportsbet feed, I reckon around $2.40, and I thought that was a half-decent price, but $1.50 is rock bottom. Tourizer Sparkles, 5 out to $6.50. Slick Splits is holding his price at $7.50. Mapunga Awards, 10 out to $14. Smooth Plains also drifted 10 out to 15s. We've got a big drifter in Sooty Keeping, 6 out to 16. $17 for Jungle Johnny, gets a run after a late call up. And Flying Zulu, who would have thought, $15 out to 21. But all the rage, Mallee Beauty, $1.50. Rock bottom. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call that number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website.
So there's our market for our feature event. It's the Sprint, the Invitational, over the 525-metre distance. And guys, who takes up the lead, do you think?
The $1 million question,
yes.
I reckon you could say, Kate. Who takes up the lead? According to Sportsbet, we've got pace with Flying Zulu. You've got pace with the Rise of Sparkles. Many would argue you've also got speed off the one, Mallee Beauty. She'll be trying to drive through. I think Slick Splits is the other runner. Number 9 goes into box number 4, Georgie. He can hit the start. We've seen him do it time and time again here, in particular at the Meadows, where he's had 10 starts, 7 of them being wins and a Group 1 maturity to boot.
Yeah, and he was dominant that day early. Guys, I don't know what you think. I'm staggered by this market, how it's turned out. I'm not saying Mallee Beauty can't win. Of course she can, but $1.50?
Sure.
And Flying Zulu at $21? I mean, if he's not Oh, if he's not a play, I
just want to cut you off, Georgie. Number 1 here, Slick Splits, holding his place. And look at this, he had to hurdle it off. Literally got picked up, lifted up like he was in a hot air balloon.
He almost hurdled the rail,
driven up into the air, and then put back down.
He jumped the rail.
And after that, look at him hold his own. Now, you've got Quillenbale leading. Tribeca moves up. This is the silver bullet. The red, I think, is such a big run because he runs into trouble again, Slick Splits, and he was ahead of Tribeca. He was ahead of Smooth Plane through the first 100 metres. As it turns out, Tribeca wins, Smooth Plane massively eye-catching. Slick Splits showed a second string to his bow last week.
And you know the other advantage, James, is from box 4, I've watched his replays when he's been in the middle. There's a slight right step, but then he stays pretty straight. So he won't mind being there.
There's no...
And I don't think there's a lot of speed.
So why wasn't he in the original 8 that was selected?
Well, you're going to have to ask one of the Top Gun...
the old elevator.
He gets in, obviously, as
watching the replay again.
Look at that, Kate. He had to just about hurdle.
And he might be causing some of that himself because he wants to get off a little bit, but it's just...
To be honest, though, if we could pick fields like we did last week for the Silver Bullet, Quillenbale and Poor Ultra maybe should have been in the race because they were dogs that just come out, they went hard left, they caused havoc. Over to South Australia, mate. What's going on here, Georgie?
Yeah, look, Mally Beauty, obviously, off box 3. And you noticed out of the boxes, she did push off a little bit. And then this mid-race acceleration, Kate, is elite. There's no doubt about it. But $1.50 against greyhounds who know every grain of sand out here and are bona fide group performers, especially with a greyhound with speed in Ariza Sparkles next to her. I've got no qualms about her winning the race, but at that price, it's a worry for me.
And is box 1 ideal for her? Because as you said there, we saw her step out a little bit too. Is that a slight concern? Or
I think you'd still take box 1 if you were given it, wouldn't you, James? Or?
Yeah, I think she's suited to the red in the sense that if she steps and she does veer, often the greyhounds to her outside or to the outside when a greyhound's veering off will almost feel the pressure and roll off a little bit themselves. Now, if that does happen, it becomes a domino effect. She shoots through and she leads, and it's almost tactical. Those behind her domino, and she pinches a break. But the flip side is if Ariza Sparkle takes the heat to her, which I think she can, the Sydney sider, her runs through the $1 Million Chase were outstanding. Sooty Keeping will be going forward, and if Slick Splits gets the start right, the more I look at this race, the more I think Slick Splits could just go bang as soon as the starter lets them go, and it could be game, set, match.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And Flying Zulu, I'm still staggered by the price. I mean, what has he done wrong, this greyhound? I don't understand. He's gone 5.05 and 5.07 in his last couple in town. We know he can get the start right. He's got a slow beginner in Mapunga Reward next to him.
Team Thompson train him.
Yeah,
that helps.
It's crazy odds. It's crazy odds.
I'll tell you, with Mally Beauty, 28 career wins, 37 starts, but 7 starts off box 1 for 3 wins. So of the 9 career losses, 4 have come off box 1. Yeah. I think if they had their choice of draw, which I think they will in the Phoenix, because I reckon she'll win the Phoenix, my on top selection, I'd be choosing the pink. I'd be choosing the 4-5. But I think they'd love the 8 in this race with the way it sets up. Yeah. I think the 1 is the only thing that brings it undone. If not, I reckon it would just absolutely bolt this in, hence being $1.50. But I think that's rock bottom. I would not go anywhere near $1.50 in this.
What do you think about Flying Zulu, Mitch? Because we're seeing, obviously, we know Team Thompson. Like, they've won 5 Top Gun victories already. They're going for number 6.
Yeah.
And do you think, is there a chance he's just way over the odds?
Oh, massively overs. The dog's a class act. We know that. And I think how many times do we see numerous Thompson runners in the one race and we overlook Flying Zulu and next minute he goes bang straight to the top like he did in Queensland and away it went. So I think there's a race here that can suit down to the ground. You can just get the right card across and then go bang through those middle stages. 21s, you have to have something. Like, if you're talking backing the overs, he's the genuine overs of the race each way. Top 4 sports bet.
I can just envisage the great Jason Thompson. I'm not sure if he's here tonight. I think he's sitting at home. In the office, I'm not sure if he smokes cigars, but post this Top Gun, if he does cross lead and win and dominate, you could just imagine Jason sitting there going, well, I told you so. Like, he can do it this time. He's won $1 million.
And at those odds, you just have to have a play. The other one, Kate, which we have to mention, is if there is some sort of traffic jam, the greyhound in box 7, Mapunga Reward, is one of the best finishers in Australia, and he weaves his way through traffic. Now, can he find trouble? Yeah, he can. But he's a special greyhound, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up winning the race either. I mean, there's some very, very good greyhounds here.
It's the invitational race, the Group 1 Sportsbet Top Gun. The expert panel have picked who is in as we head out now to Jason to be able to get a bit more information from the connections.
Thanks, Kate. I tell you what, the rain's been ordinary in the past 10 minutes, but it's just starting to ease up at exactly the right point in time. And as we've all mentioned, number one here, Mally Beauty, who's got Jade Hurley by her side, has been backed heavily. Now, Jade, she's about $1.50 shot in the market. What do you think of those odds?
She just needs the luck, like any race.
Confident she's going to spear to the front like she did in her last start here?
Hopefully.
Box 1 suited?
Average.
All the best.
Thank you.
Wearing the South Australian flag is Mally Beauty and Jade Hurley. Shane Stiff as Sooty keeping. Stiff, we had a chat off air just before about what could happen in this race. We've got a few dogs here that can go very similar first splits. Your girl Sooty keeping, where do you want her to be?
About 5 lengths in front of the whole lot of them around the first turn would be great, but mate, it's a very good field. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can all run, and something's going to go 5-0 Blanc, and that'll be the hardest one to beat. But just good to be in a great field.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Shane Stiff there, the king of Dubbo. Corey Heinrich, Team Daly, Smooth Plane. This boy's a powerhouse, and it's races like this, draws like this, where he gets forgotten about. What do you think about his chances?
Yeah, he's got a good chance. He's a good dog, so I guess they're all got a good chance, but I would have preferred a better box. He gets shafted every final with his boxes. I would have preferred Slick on the outside, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
What do you think of Slick Splits? Of course, part of Team Daly as well. He goes in the box 4.
Yeah, he's a rocket, so, and I think, yeah, he could win it as well, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Jake.
Corey Heinrich there representing Team Daly. Craig Solkin's got Mapunga Reward by his side. He's a very good-looking animal. The jaw looks a bit sticky. How does he overcome it?
Oh, look, he's not great away, but, as long as he can stay out of trouble, he'll be running home strong.
That he will be. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Craig Solkin there. Let's move over to greyhound number 2. This is Ariza Sparkles. Steve Fitch is her trainer. Steve, I mean, we've seen great support from Mally Beauty in box 1. What confidence do you have about your girl from the 2?
I never doubt her ability. If she comes out running, well, she'll give him something to chase, won't she? So,
all the best.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There you go, guys, getting called over on their way to the boxes for the big night. The main event of the night is the Group 1 Top Gun.
Thanks very much, Jace. Nice push there from Steve Fitch about Ariza Sparkles, the lightly raced bitch in this field coming in. And this is the one we've been waiting for. Looking forward to this. Mitch, we'll come to you first, just with the market. Where are we seeing the late money push?
Yeah, Mally Beauty's 150 out to 195. Slick Splits has been well back, 750 into 550 now, $6.50. Ariza Sparkles out to 850. A little bit of money around for the 7. Mapunga Award into $8.50 and Smooth Plane $11. But yeah, good drift about the 1 now. Did touch 150 now, even money.
They're taking a set against her, Mally Beauty, from the inside draw. I think not because I don't think punters think she can win. It's because the price got in too short. Yep. Selections, George, for the big dance?
9, 1, 8 and 7. I'm going Slick Splits on top.
Yeah, I'm 9, 1, 5 and 7. Look, I've got the replay in front of us here. Last week when Slick Splits had to hurdle the dogs in front of him, he was a half a length ahead of Tribeca, who eventually won that race. Now, you tell me, if he won the Silver Bullet last week, you would not be getting the price we just got on Slick Splits.
No, and the run before he went 5.05 and 29.20 at Sandown. That gave me enough confidence to say he's a huge chance to win this race.
$5 now. Slick Splits, $5. Yep, $5.
We just got, you've loaded.
Mally Beauty out to 215. I'm with the 1. I like it.
Japan trip's back on you.
I've been a fan for a while, but yeah. Well, James might be taking us to Japan though, Georgie.
Yeah, I think so.
So who are you? You're number 1.
Yeah,
here.
I'm with the red. I've got to stick fat with it. I've been with it for a long, long time, and hope it wins because I want to see it go into the Phoenix.
Kate, who are your chips on this time?
Oh, this is tough. I think maybe you've convinced me with Slick Splits.
I just wanted to add, as they're about to move in, Smooth Plane is a chance, I think, to win the race.
Any others you want?
I'll give you a Grand Old campaign.
Yeah, Grand
another
Old.
couple of choices, Jimmy.
Jungle Johnny's another one.
Okay, yeah. And you may as well have Ariza Sparkles, and you've got 3/4 of the field.
Anything can win. It is a hell of a race. It's got one of the great honour rolls. It is a stud-making race as a rule. Mally Beauty, the star from South Australia, the queen of South Australian greyhound racing right here, right now. She's won 28 out of 37, and she's looking to add a Top Gun to her resume. It is one hell of a field, as you come to expect in a sports bet Top Gun. The field about to be loaded, and we're about to head up to Daniel Hibbard. The favourite draws the inside. Georgie Farrugia, he is going with the 9. I'm going with the 9. Mitch Abaya is with the red Mally Beauty. Here's the pre-race with Daniel Hibbard ahead of the Sports Bet Group 1 Top Gun.
Sparkles, $9.50 Mapunga reward. And the starting signal given, and the runners are about to move in. Getting set. Thank you, James. Runners moving in. It is a ripping race. Mally Beauty, she gets into a ridiculously short price, but she now drifts out. And there's been support for a lot of good dogs at big prices here. 150,000 of the winner. The Top Gun 2025 set. Racing, speed out deep from Mapunga Award and also Flying Zulu. Now Ariza Sparkles and Slick Splits push through, and Ariza Sparkles will lead to the first turn over Slick Splits. Mally Beauty got through to third. They put a gap on Sooty Keeping. Next was Jungle Johnny from Smooth Plain Flying Zulu. Mapunga Award at the rear of the field. Up front at Slick Splits, goes up to Ariza Sparkles. Then came Mally Beauty, but it's the maturity winner hitting the front, and Slick Splits draws away. Slick Splits won the Top Gun. Ariza Sparkles, Mally Beauty ran third. Fourth across the line will be Jungle Johnny, I think just ahead of Sooty Keeping. Smooth Plain Mapunga Award, Flying Zulu was last. 29 and 79 the time. Number 9.
Slick Splits, he's a dual Group 1 winner and dual Group 1 winner here at the Meadows, Joshy Formosa. That was some sort of performance. He was challenged, he fought hard and got over a very strong greyhound in Ariza Sparkles.
He's just a good young dog, and when he comes out and can find himself in a good spot, he runs good, and he's always a bit stronger than her, so I was half confident going down the back.
It's one thing to have a dog with talent, it's another thing to have a good dog with speed and toughness. That was what was required at the first turn, and you can't buy it, can you?
No, you can't. He's got it all, that dog. He should really get a spot in the Phoenix too. And he was stiff not to get a run in this race, but just shows you a couple of scratchings, gets his chance and he takes it. So he's a good dog.
So you guys had the ambition that he could go into those bigger races and take him by the scruff of the neck. And Melbourne Cup's probably next, but as you say, a Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right. He's just a young dog. He's only just gone over 2, and he's going to be in all these races next year. He'll go in everything.
And a quick word on Tom, Andrea, George, the whole Daly clan who have got this boy to where he is tonight.
Yeah, it's a huge effort. They've been in with Ross Lyon and Jason Lynn, Ross Davidson, who bred these dogs and that, and it's just a credit for all of them. They stick together and get a big reward tonight. A Group 1 Invitational Top Gun doesn't get much better, does it?
It's bloody awesome, mate. Good job, Team Daly.
Thank you.
There we go, guys. Joshy Formosa after the winner, Slick Splits. I tell you what, it was young for young and old. Down the back straight, but in the end, too tough. Very good he was, Slick Splits.
Another Group 1 at the Meadows takes out the Top Gun. He wasn't even in the first 8 selected, and the champ, Power and Glory, came out and he got his spot.
You know, the funniest thing, Kate, I'm not even sure if I'm really meant to mention this, but I am part of the Top Gun panel, and I wasn't sure if he deserved a place in the field because his form hadn't been doing what he can do, what he can produce, what we saw in a maturity, George, but the race comes out, the field is the way it is, the box draw happens, and you end up tipping him on top, and he wins the race.
I said on radio with Gareth and Jason that I had him in because he was a Group 1 winner on the track. I understand what you're saying about the form. What got me over the line was that run 2 weeks ago, and I know that was after the field was announced. His win at Sandown was outstanding. That was a gutsy win today. He didn't begin unbelievably, but his acceleration was fantastic. 5:12 led the field, which I don't think people would have understood.
Yeah, and look, mate, I think the key to that race was, although you look at the field and go, well, the Top Gun, there's going to be frantic speed, Jungle Johnny, Flying Zulu maybe not so at the moment, not as quick as he could be, Mapunga Award, Smooth Plain, Sooty Keeping, there wasn't a heap of early speed, so he was just able to begin with them.
Yeah.
He had the acceleration. His run was outstanding. Gets the job done. The draw was the key. The key. I think if he had drawn out even wider, he might have been in a bit of a precarious place. Of the beaten brigade, we're going to have a good look at the replay to see exactly what took place.
Yeah.
Ariza Sparkles just proved she is the real deal.
She's emerging. She's emerging. I know she was drawn well, but she really gutsed it out against a very, very good dog. We hope the punters got on. We were really keen on him. I really liked where he was.
He was $10 when we were chatting about him a minute ago. He jumped at $4. The punters got on. The racing.com punters got on.
You mean Japan's back on the cards?
Japan is on the cards, but I've got to hire a jet ski to get there because we didn't win enough.
I'm surprised you heard me, Georgie, because Jimmy was screaming that loud that I'm surprised you're not deaf. He was giving some of the biggest fist pumps that the upper level here at the Meadows are almost feeling it.
Well, this is why the producers asked me to move the earpiece into to the one next to James.
He was giving it. And I tell you what, let's look at the time, 29.75. He had to work overtime to get around to Rise of Sparkles. If he had all his own way, he's running 29.55, 29.60, I reckon.
Terrific run home, Mitch, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and he can go quicker. He's a 29.50 dog here, the way he's going. Now, the big question, Mitch, will he be in the Phoenix? Are they going to snap him up?
No, they won't.
They won't snap Slick Splits up?
No, I don't think they will.
They'll snap him up. They'll snap him up.
I look at 5.12 and I say, does he lead Phoenix? No.
But we know he can go quicker than 5.12.
Yeah, I think I think the map of the race tonight really suited him, especially drawing in the middle there, speed on the inside.
Who would you take ahead of him in tonight's race? Maybe Mally Beauty?
I'd take Mally Beauty. She's got done 5 lengths tonight, and I don't think was drawn well when you look back at things. If you're hand selected, you pick your first name out of the barrel and your Mally Beauty, you're choosing a draw that suits.
That's the thing, Mitch, though. I think that's an advantage to Slick Splits for people looking at him in the Phoenix. If you don't get picked early and you got 4, 5, 6 left, it's okay for him.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and he's not going to want one, is he? He's not going to want 1 or 2.
No.
And how about this reserve rug winning a Top Gun? We see it so often. I reckon if you had $1 to win on every reserve in the Top Gun when they get a start, you'll end up a relatively wealthy person.
We've seen Photo Man, we've seen David Bale win one. We just Jason Lyon is getting interviewed here. He's a prominent person in New South Wales. He's a terrific fella. Only problem he has is he barracks for the Parramatta Eels. Go Storm! But he's a great guy. Congratulations to Team Daly again. They seem to produce on the big stage every single time.
Yeah, another big win for the all-conquering Daly team. Slick Splits becomes a multiple Group 1 winner here at the Meadows, takes out the Sportsbet Top Gun. We'll wrap it all up after a quick break. And Slick Splits, he lived up to his name. He was scintillating to be able to take out the Top Gun guys, and you were bullish.
I'll tell you what, Kate, you can tip a dog and then you can almost force people to follow you in. And I feel like we'd almost force people in a responsible manner.
I want to know how much you won.
Not enough. The missus is already planning the Japan trip, but I tell you, it wasn't that much. It was enough maybe to get one of those little small planes from Lilydale Airport to Moorabbin. That's about it.
You gave yourself a good pump up earlier. Like, there was a lot of... You're on fire. You were saying Jimmy Vandermatch just put on a masterclass. Well, you've got to give a bit about this one.
No, look, we won something, but I'll tell you one thing.
That was elite by you.
Did you not hear the fire brigade noises before? I heard they were coming to put me out because I'm on fire.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
The second one.
Oh, God.
No, look, to be honest... One thing, we did the Green Light on Racing and Sport podcast this week.
That's a second plug.
Myself and Mickey Ty. And when you sit there and you pull apart the form, you watch the replays, you'd know, Kate, it's nice just to be able to go, I'm keen on this.
It's all about you. You keep
but
going.
in different races.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's rewarding.
Yep.
And that's one thing. You don't even have to have a bet, I don't think. But sometimes when you sit there and you just do the form and you go, well, it's all worked out, and there's the end result. The $4.70 makes me want to spew. Wants to regurgitate the kebab that we had earlier. But at the end of the day, if you got that $9 or $10 prize, that was mad. Absolutely mad.
It's much nicer when you do have a bet, which we did. So
we did. We did. Yeah, we're not going to lie.
Just on the Bean Brigade as well. We've got to talk about Mally Beauty. Obviously comes in third there. Had been a drifting favourite leading into the jump. But what did you make of her run?
Well, I liked what Mitchie said, that her strike rate from box one, she's still winning from the red, but you can see, look, she just wants to lay up.
No.
And Ariza Sparkles puts the heat on. Flying Zulu probably a bit unlucky. Look at this from the pink.
And the 3 fanned off here and caused a lot of trouble, and then the top 3 were off and gone. So
Jungle Johnny up for 4th late. What did you make of him?
Oh, he's a star. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he runs low 29 seconds at Wentworth Park. For the viewers, that's, near track record runs. It was a massive run, but they were off and gone. Slick Split's too good.
Put your Phoenix hat on right now. You've seen the running of the Top Gun 2025. Is there one that stands out that you'd want to select if you had a slot?
Oh, definitely the winner. But, I mean, I'm a huge Cumbria Jack fan, but he's already been taken. But definitely the winner, absolutely. I think he can go better than 5.12, and I just think if you don't get any luck in the box draw and where you want to be, I think you can still win the race even if you're drawn off the track.
I think, to be honest, the winner of the Top Gun this year was probably $1.50 to be signed up for the Phoenix, in my opinion. And if it was Slick Splits, I reckon that firms up to about $1.25, because it just proves he had that little lull through sort of probably the last 3 months, and he's hitting the peak at the right time. Here's that drama at the first corner.
Yeah,
is it Melly Beauty wanting to veer up as well, and then the
I
three
think.
wanting to push up to try and get around her? So that what we saw there from Melly Beauty, I'm not sure if we can replay that again, but what Melly Beauty does in the run to the first corner, she does want to push up the track. We might be able to get that replay again, because I reckon that's going to be her undoing. Here we go. So you see Melly Beauty sitting leaders back. To her credit, she's got nowhere to go, but she's the reason the three's starting to push to the outside.
Yeah,
Look,
you're right. Yeah.
she's veering off.
Yeah, you're right.
And that I guess being able to want to veer off and maybe not handle the pressure, that could be her undoing in races like a Phoenix.
I reckon it's a positive.
You want her drawn out.
Well, anyone who, say you're Melly Beauty, right? I've got the market here for the Phoenix just to read out in a second. But if you are connections of Melly Beauty, you've got the slot hold, right? You don't come out in the first 3 or 4. It doesn't matter, because boxes 1, 2, 3 and 4 are going to be taken, and she's going to be drawn absolutely perfectly from 5 through to 8, really. But if you do come out first marble, you can choose 3, 4, 5 or 6 or wherever you want to be, and you are right in that race. I was as impressed with the one there to go with those dogs after didn't get it all its own way. I'd still be that confident going in if I was Melly Beauty Connections. And, yeah, your market, if you want it.
Hang on, Mitchie. Before we get to a market, I'll be devil's advocate to the chances of Melly Beauty in a Phoenix. You put her out of 8, you put Slick Splits in 1. If she can't hold him out from box number 1 when he has 4, what hope has she got of crossing him from 8?
Yeah, but she missed a kick desperately. Unlucky.
I don't think she's ever an electric beginner, though.
Well, 5:04 last time. First look at the Meadows, 5:04.
Box 4, though, and veered to the middle
Tonight she had to go, 5? She would have had gone 5:18, 5:20.
We're butting heads, Kate.
Well,
That's what it's all about.
I was going to say as well, Ariza Sparkles, though, too.
She was good.
She's the most lightly raced in the
emerged.
field. 15, 16 starts as well. Looks really progressive, has that early speed.
Kate, she's the fastest female ever at Wentworth Park. Yeah. And I mean, I know she was drawn okay, and I know the interstate greyhounds went 2nd and 3rd, but you cannot dismiss having form on this track, and that's what won Slick Splits the race. He didn't do anything silly on that first corner, and his run home time was fantastic. He'd have to be one that I think people are looking at for the Phoenix. And I tell you what, Mitch, if Explicit is right, we are going to have one hell of a Phoenix. If we've already got Barefoot Zulu in the race, Cumbria Jack, if Slick Splits gets picked, Melly Beauty and Explicit, there are 5 absolute world-class greyhounds. Cannot wait.
I'll give you the market for that in a second. Let's get to race 11 first. We stand with Tasmania. Yes, we do. Number 8, Colac Kid, is your favourite. $2.50 into $1.95, the Cranbourne Cup winner. Number 5, My Boy Bingo. Jimmy declared him last week and got up in the nick of time. $5.50 into $4. Slick Badger is a drifter. $4.20 out to $6. I like it a lot. I think it's drawn beautifully. Georgie, this is one of your connections. Avengement, $5.50 out to $7, getting a nice price. 7 Talcott Bale, $7. $15 for the 6 Laurie Keeping. 1 Uphill Shiloh is $34, as is the 4 Joragumo for Nettie Mack. But your favourite's the 8. Chance they're about to lose. Your friend confidential support, call the 1-800 number on screen. Visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Phoenix market. Cumbria Jack, $5. Barefoot Zulu, $6. Explicit, 7. Melly Beauty, 9. Slick Splits, 10. Traumatised, 10. Kanya Ponga, 12. As is Delicate. Mapunga Award. You get out further. Dashing Sleigh, 16. Tim Zoo, 16. And Colac Kid, who's racing in this, $18.
Yeah, and if you like what you've been seeing tonight already, we're not talking about any of us, we're talking about these incredible dogs that we've been seeing on the track as well. The Phoenix coming up December 13. So that's culmination. Obviously, the richest greyhound race in the world. We've got these 4 big Saturday nights that we're able to showcase on racing.com. Obviously, we're back to the Meadows for that. A couple at Sandown with the Melbourne Cup Eats, the Melbourne Cup as well. But this is so exciting. Like for me,
it's a huge couple of weeks, huge couple of months. And like you say, to end it with the Phoenix, it's just... Yeah, there's no night in greyhound racing, I don't think, anywhere like the Phoenix. And I think with the slot holders, with the atmosphere and the vibe, like I'm a huge traditionalist when it comes to racing. I love the Golden Easter Egg. I love the Melbourne Cup. But for me, the Phoenix is the number 1 race now. Like I think it's surpassed, not just because of the fact it's worth $1 million, but what it does for the sport. and what it does for people who come out and enjoy a night at the Dogs. It is out of this world.
I think in terms of atmosphere, it's unparalleled. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been to a $1 Million Chase. They say it's very, very good too, but I think the Phoenix, when they have the DJ playing here, you can feel the buzz in the crowd.
Yeah.
We've been lucky enough to get really good weather. We're looking at the first split, the speed maps here. Interesting speed map. There's some speed drawn off the track in Laura Keeping, but that's she's got some New South Wales form there. Colac Kid, for me, I think that speed map's a little bit skew-if, because if Colac Kid gets the start right, and the field he beat last start, he'll be incredibly hard to beat. Yes, box 8 can be a little bit sticky, but he's got a fair record off box 8, and he does look the greyhound to beat in this race.
It's not the easiest race to try and sort out. I wanted to show a replay of Slick Badger last start from box number 6. Now, he's been a dog that's had enormous raps on him from the moment he came down from New South Wales. Things haven't gone to script since he's been here in Victoria, but I just feel like his last couple of starts, he's been stepping in the right direction. Aston Countach has got a heap of mid-race speed. He bet off that challenge. Look, whether or not he's at the level now to come out and beat a field like this, George, it's obviously another step in the right direction, but 5:03, 29:32. He couldn't have done too much more.
Yeah, I think the box draw really suits him tonight. I think he's a big chance. I think we're going to see a replay of Colac Kid winning at Sandown. And guys, this is when he ran 29:04 off box 3. I mean, when he gets to start right, his acceleration is elite, this dog. He's a very, very fast animal. Backed it up the week after, beating a Cranbourne Cup field very impressively off box 5. Has to contend with box 8, but like I said, it is a drop in class, even though there's some good greyhounds in the race. He's a group winner more recently, Kate, so it's a good little race.
Does he have the class edge on this field here?
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. Yeah, he's been racing against very good company for a while. He struggled with his consistency, I think, at the top level, didn't he? I mean, before the Cranbourne Cup Series, I think he had 10 starts for 1 win. In his last 10, but he seems to hopefully have turned the corner. No luck last week. Forget the run. There was a whole traffic jam on that first corner.
I've just done a little bit more form in between races there, Kate, and I'm changing my selection.
What?
I was on Slick Badger.
So I'm with Slick Badger.
I've done the replay form, excuse me, of Colac Kid. It's choking me down. I'm that excited by it. But number 1 in that race last week, the Tribeca race, the Silver Bullet, Slick Splits, you'd argue that Colac Kid was going just as well as him to the first corner.
Yeah,
now, he was in just as much trouble as what Slick Splits was. He's coming off a Cranbourne Cup win. He finds his way into a mix 4 and 5 on a night where the big guns were either in the Top Gun or the free-for-all. So, yeah, all day I was Slick Badger.
Did George just switch your arm?
I think a little bit of sort of, what do they
Twisting?
call it?
Twisting? Rubber arms.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just sometimes...
We've been in sync today.
Well, sometimes
not the boy
you can,
band.
Yeah.
You look at his stats, right?
Well, I think
Colac Kid,
sometimes...
6 starts off box 8, 3 wins, strikes at 50%.
Yeah.
Right, boxes 1 to 3. He's 21 starts for 7 wins. He strikes at 33%, and then he put him on the outside. Boxes 6 to 8. He also strikes at 33%, win through 15 starts. So the stats say it doesn't matter where he draws. He just needs to nail the start. Exactly right. The only concern, Talcott Bale's got speed inside.
I think it
does
could
that
help
make
him,
the
though.
race,
It could help
or does
him.
that put him out of the race? And look, I look at Slick Badger. He's 14 starts, 8 wins, and 4 minor placings off inside draws 1 to 3. That is a huge plus.
Yeah.
What do I do, Kate? Do I jump ship and go
Never.
from Slick Badger to Colac Kid?
Let's get away. I want to get a bit more information. Let's hear from
Jace.
the trainers. Let's hear from Jace. You're doing a great job down there, Jace.
Thanks, Kate. Well, let's get the mail from the horse's mouth. Where is he? D. Gill. Here he is with Slick Badger. Now, Dave, you've only had this greyhound since September. What have you learned about him since then?
Yeah, well, we knew he's a very fast one-bend dog, and but we've just tried to push him up over the 2 bends. We're hoping, he went real good at Sandown, and we're just hoping now he can develop into a 2-bend dog. But, so he's only been a 1-bend dog at this stage, but just showed a bit of promise for Sandown.
Gut feel tonight?
Yeah, he should go good, yeah.
Should go good. There we go, guys. Back to you ahead of the penultimate here on Top Gun night.
And can you guys sum that up for me? I think that I get it, but going from a 1-bend dog to a 2-bend dog, and is that a maturity thing, or is that just educational thing, or...
I think maybe educational, because he's had a few injuries, he's had a few issues, and he's just trying to sort of build him up slowly, I suppose. But I'll tell you what, I've never heard an interview, George, where the word bend has been mentioned as many times as that.
It got a fair run, didn't it?
1, Ben 2, Ben 3, Ben 4, Ben 5.
All right, well, you're cashed up. Put it on.
That's right.
Put your money on the line. Where are you going to go now
Colac
for
kid.
race number 11?
Colac kid for me. All day I was 2.835, but I've jumped ship. Not so much an arm twist, but I just think now that Slick Splits was so good last week, so good tonight after that last week run in the Silver Bullet, Colac kid, this is a massive class drop. Talcott Bale drags him across. My boy Bingo looks for the fence. He sweeps down the outside and he wins, George. My number's now 8.235.
Yeah, 8.236 for me. I think the 2 is the best box dog in the race. I think the 3 uses a bit of the track and he's slow early. So, interesting battle to that first corner.
You got some rubber arms yourself,
No, I
Mitch?
don't. I'm not changing any section. I'm firmly with the 2 here. I think he's a great each-way play, and I reckon he is probably the best boxed dog on the program.
Wow.
We'll soon find out, won't we? What's the market suggesting, Mitchie, as they arrive at the start?
That kid been really well supported. Little bit of money around for the 2 late, and on the drift is the yellow My Boy Bingo. I think he gets crowded up there off the inside draw, and the punters seem to agree. So if you like Georgie's dog, though, the 3 Avengement, you're getting a nice price.
Yeah, Georgie, any chance for Avengement?
He's just a little bit slow early. I think he's going to be a very, very good 600-metre dog. He's run 29.77 here, but needs luck early.
All right, well, my arm has been twisted. I am now Colac kid. And what I love is the team down the back, the editing team, they've managed to even put up that I'm tipping number 8 in the graphics.
How
So
good are
they are dynamite. They're working really well.
They want it up there just to hold you.
I tell you, well, that's right, because they know me. And if the 2 wins...
If the 2 wins, you'll say, see, it was on the graphic.
Yeah, I told you so.
This is a good go for Colac kid, mate.
Well, they're following us in on racing.com. It's been a good night on the tip thus far. Second last race, Colac kid, the Ducks of the class to jump from box 8 as the fave.
The We Stand with Tasmania, mix 4 and 5, set to run. Ready? Racing, Colac kid a touch slow. Flying out was My Boy Bingo. Uphill, Shiloh goes with it. Talcott Bale coming across. It gets messy. Uphill, Shiloh leads from Talcott Bale. My Boy Bingo through to 3rd under Joragumo. Slick Badger the rail. Then Laura keeping. Well back Avengement. Colac kid was last. Uphill, Shiloh tackled by Talcott Bale. My Boy Bingo's running on. Clear then on Joragumo and Slick Badger. But Uphill, Shiloh kicked away. Uphill, Shiloh's in front and it will win. Uphill, Shiloh just held off My Boy Bingo, who got the paint late and got through to 2nd. Talcott Bale, I think 3rd, just ahead of Slick Badger. Laura keeping, Joragumo, Avengement. Colac kid was never in at last. Time is 30 and 29.
Well, I tell you what, we're all talking about Slick Badger and his chances for the man of the moment, D. Gill. Even asking me about Uphill Shiloh, and she salutes at massive odds from the red. Dave, did you expect anything like that from her?
No, not in this field. Look, outclassed. Like, she has begun once before. She's a pretty bad beginner normally. She began well once over a grade 5 final here and surprised at big odds. And but once she gets on the lure, actually, she can go a bit. She's one of Uphill Jill's daughters. And but yeah, looked outclassed in that race, but it just shows you, doesn't it, when you lead? Yeah, bit of a surprise, all right. Well, we didn't back her, but I'm not much of a punter.
She's been awesome. What did you make of Slick Badger, first up here at the Meadows?
Yeah, big run. Geez, did he hit the line hard? He got into trouble early. I could see him in strife out the corner of my eye, and yeah, I liked his run. Yeah, we'll push ahead with the Sandown Prelude next Friday. And push ahead, and yeah, he looks a nice type for the 2 bends, I think.
Aside from those 2, there's been some breaking news, which I think dropped, was it yesterday or the day before, that your boy Barefoot Zulu will be representing Sportsbet in the Phoenix. Will we see him at Sandown on Friday in the shootout?
Yeah, that's right, in the shootout, if he gets picked. Yeah, it's a great thrill to be with Sportsbet because they're a massive sponsor, great for greyhound racing, and it's a really thrill and exciting to be part of them. You know, they're a great team and great organisation, and probably it's just a thrill to be selected by them. So it's going to be a big 4 weeks or so.
Hey, Barefoot Zulu will be in the shootout. Don't you worry about that. But go and see your 2 here. I can see Uphill Shiloh here, ready for a kiss. Go and get her, mate. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Lachlan's got. He's done a good job. He's got a 50 to 1 chance over the line for us. Good on you.
There we go, guys. David Gill with Uphill Shiloh winning at big odds in the 11th here on Top Gun night.
Oh, how good. And doesn't he love it? And Sportsbet, massive sponsors of Greyhound Racing and the Dream Chasers Festival. Uphill Shiloh gets it done.
Yeah, royally bred, beautiful bloodlines. And when she went through that first bend and was heading to the second bend in Dave Gill lingo, once she rounded that third bend, she was home a winner, wasn't she, Georgie?
You've hit the nail on the head. Couldn't be any better bred greyhound.
Yeah.
And something by Uphill Jill, who won a couple of Group 1 races, if I might add. Shouldn't be $51, but look, there was so much trouble behind her and she was off and gone. Slick Badger a big run, and so was my boy Bingo.
From a perspective of a punter watching on racing.com for the first time, and can you have a bet on a dog based on their bloodlines, or do you think it's just...
Probably.
No. So we couldn't have backed the 50s because she's...
By Uphill Jill.
Yeah.
By a champion.
And as George said, as the great man, Dave Gill said, that he's got plenty of dogs for the Sandown series coming up that are good around 2 bends.
1 and 2 bends.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I've never heard a man
kennel.
mention the word bend as much as Dave Gill did tonight, but I tell you what, he's a very, very good trainer.
With Brian Taylor, big bender.
A big boo-na-na from the pocket.
Yeah, Paddy Ryder style.
There you go.
Oh, too good. Well, we've still got one more to come after a quick break. We'll wrap it all up. But Uphill Shiloh, too good, takes out the penultimate, and we stand with Tasmania. A big upset in the penultimate race on Top Gun night. James, it was a great way to be able to just upset a few punters. Uphill Shiloh gets the result ahead of my boy Bingo, Talcott Bale and Slick Badger in for fourth. 1, 5, 7 and 2 in the second last on the card. But we're lucky enough to be joined here on the home set with Nicholas Major, the owner with Slick Splits. And I've got to ask you first, did you get on? Because everyone here was talking about how they were getting the good prices, and I feel like maybe you guys might have got an earlier nibble.
Yeah, well, they definitely put him up at a wrong price early, so we've definitely had a couple of decent bets. So thank you to all the corporates out there. They've certainly sponsored a good night tonight.
Gee, I love that. Not only $150,000 in the bank from prize money, but it sounds like the punt might have even been a little bit more kind.
Yeah, might have get to charter a flight home tonight on a private jet over it. So, no, it was great.
Hey,
so.
I love it. This dog, Slick Splits, can you talk to me about the name? Because as a race caller, I sit up there when he's having a race and I think, gee, they clearly think this dog is going to be something because he must have showed Slick Splits from day one. Is that where the name came from?
Unfortunately not. It was Jason and his partner Louise. They were out for a walk one morning and on the Apple Wide Watch, they were like, oh, we've done some Slick Splits. And I thought, that's a great name to own the dog. So it could have gone pear-shaped. We got another one. His brother ran around tonight at Shepparton and run second. If we had that dog, it might have been a little bit more embarrassing. But no, he's a brilliant dog. But I suppose the first thing I really want to say is out to the connections of Power and Glory.
Yeah.
You don't want to sort of make these races off someone else's misfortune. He's an absolutely brilliant dog, Power and Glory, and Ken's a great bloke as a trainer in the connection. So really feel for them not being in the race tonight. So just really want to put that forward.
Mate, that's a great credit to you and the ownership group to be even thinking of Power and Glory. But you have to take the option, I guess the opportunity as well when you get it presented. He gets a run as an emergency into a Top Gun, which for some reason the reserve rug seems to always go very well in a Top Gun. But were you confident? Obviously you punted him going in. Box number 4, were you confident enough that he could overcome that centre pin?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as he draws mid-tracker out wide, that's where he wants to be. As soon as he drew the 4 box, we were. You're not going to be super confident in a Group 1 race, but we were confident enough to say, he's going to be a big opportunity tonight. And he's got a massive fan base back in New South Wales and really hoping the Phoenix slot holders out there come and talk to us because there's a big plane load of people wanting to come.
Sell it to the slot holders now.
Well, they know.
Should they get Slick Splits?
Mate, if they want my number, please call me. We're ready to go. There's an enormous contingency in New South Wales. He's a big fan in Sydney. Jason lives in Orange. He's well known out there. Everyone loves him. I think the Royal or whatever where Jason drinks out there, they're just going to be pumping tonight. That poor pub will just be absolutely bananas tonight. So it was brilliant. Yeah, he's got a massive fan base. He's a brilliant dog. I love him, and it's just amazing. And just watching him on the screen there tonight and stuff, and with Jace and Wayne Pressbridge reared him, and it's great. Wayne come down here today, and I can't give Wayne enough credit. He reared the pups, he reared 2 of them, and he's done an enormous job. And especially like Tom and Team Daly and stuff, it's just been brilliant. So we're super excited to have him, and just, yeah, look, it's going to be a great night. And full credit to the Meadows and all the sponsors that put this sort of event on. It's just an enormous thing, and just proud to be here and to be a winner.
It sounds like you were really confident that if he got in, that he could put in a performance like this. Obviously, as you touched on, you don't want to take anyone else's spot, but were you really sweating on a run?
Yeah, look, we were. Like, and when I got the call to say he was in, I was like stoked and stuff, and I was pretty confident he could win it. And I saw, like, the rest of the field, all we want them to get around is safe and just have a good run and have a fair race. You don't want to see dogs go and just knocked around and something gets a bit of a run and stuff. So super happy he did what he did. We were confident. We've come. Jason's on his private jet. Come down. I got stuck in cattle class, but, it is what it is. I might fly home private tomorrow now, but it's great.
Hey, mate, he's redlining, he's peaking, leading into a race like the Melbourne Cup and the Phoenix. What was the go with him? Because if you go through his form from an outside looking in, he looked after the maturity like he was the next big thing, and then all of a sudden he just looked like he tapered off a little bit. Was there a reason behind that?
Well, he went Thompson's dog ran him down in the sprint heat here. He had the 1 box he went, and Thompson's dog's is brilliant. And then finally drew the 1 box. It's never going to be his box. Then he had a slight little injury concern when we went into Adelaide. He unbelievably trialled here post to post. I think we went within a 10th of the track record over the post to post trial, and then we had to pull him because he's a bit sore and Tom didn't want to race him. So we were super confident that we can just push on with him. And then he had the 1 box on Monday night here, and he had a little bit of unluckiness in the first corner. But, Tom said he's pulled up well. The team do great. You can't get better than what the Dailies do with dogs. Like, they're just unbelievable in everything that they do. Can't give Tom and the rest of the team enough credit, whether it's Corey, Andrea and Josh and all the team that do it. And I knew he'd be cherry ripe tonight, and he was absolutely cherry ripe, and he did what he did best. And, it's an absolute thrill. To win it. So, a little bit of a blip, but you have to work him through it. There was the Bendigo Cup. It was a phenomenal run that night when he won the heat. He was a lay of the day with someone, and he just absolutely got over the line. Wish I was at the track, but would have had something on with you. But, yeah, I know I would have. But
would have gone broke by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but it was what it is in the final, and he's come out and done what he's done, and he's a fantastic dog for us, and we love him. And like everyone, we love our greyhounds. No matter what they are, whether they win 1 race or no races, we just love them, and we're in for the sport, for the fun. And then you win a race like this tonight, and you sit back and you look at it and you think to yourself, there's a lot of people here tonight. They're supporting the industry, and all you want I want every single person to experience what we experienced tonight. You just want everyone to experience it.
We're trying. Let me tell you, we are bloody trying.
Oh, we do. And it takes us a while to get there, and I want everyone to do that. I love everyone to come and win a group race. So
yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
No,
Nicholas.
appreciate
We'll let
it.
you continue the celebrations. Hopefully they continue into the Phoenix as well.
Excellent.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very much. No, thanks for having us. Thank you.
Oh, Nicholas Major winning the dream as well to take out a Top Gun. It's downtime though for a market for the lucky last.
Race 12 on the program, and I tell you what, it's absolutely pissing down here at the Meadows. Kiwi Kenji's $2.60, and your favourite, Bookaloo from South Australia, $3.70, wants to shift up the track. Number 7, Poor Justice, $3.80. I'm with the 4, Poor Quebec. I think it's a great price at $5. Tommy Sparkles had a nibble for the Daily team, 13 into 10. Honest Beers, well, there'll be plenty consumed for the Slick Splits crew, $23. $46 about Magic Scotch, there'll be a few of them as well, and $71 for Belfast Spot. But all the rage is the red Kiwi Kenji, $2.60. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call that number on screen or visit the Gambling Help online website. And I think Georgie Farrugia is quite keen on the 1.
Yeah, but I priced this race completely wrong. I thought we were going to get better value.
As did I.
To be honest. So, look, I just go back to its placing here when it ran 30.09. Well, having a look at the speed map here. The speed map doesn't favour too well for Kiwi Kenji. That's understandably so. She's not electric early. There's a little bit of speed drawn in the middle of the track, and I think James is keen on one in the middle of the track. But I just think Kiwi Kenji, 30.09 here 4 starts ago. 25.16 at Ballarat, guys, is a very fast run. I think if she runs up to that, she'll be hard to beat. James, your selection?
Yeah, look, I'm leaning to the 4, Port Quebec. I just think here's another good race call, by the way. You can hear that in the background. Absolutely speared the lids from the 6 alley, went straight to the front, and then I actually didn't mind her run last start because she came to the Meadows, or he came to the Meadows, sorry, bombed the start, and yet he was only beaten 6.5 off a 5.29, which clearly if he jumps like this, he can be a lot closer to the speed. Poor Jasta, though, as we saw on the speed map from box 7, does have speed, but I love the way he really stretched the neck there too at Warragul. His last 100 was impressive.
Paul Quebec.
For me?
Yeah, I'm really keen. Bookaloo almost end up with us here in the studio, wants to go that wide.
Yep.
And missed a kick last time out, wanted to get in the middle of the track, and I think the red well unders at 260, so I reckon he's a great play.
There's not a lot of speed underneath, so if he steps like he did at Warragul, he'll be like a little missile straight to the lead, I think.
So, Kate, Bookaloo is assisted at Mallee Beauty, so both of them like to use a little bit of the track. They haven't seen the rail in a while.
Both
very
got a
fast,
bit of talent,
very fast greyhound.
Yeah,
don't worry
geez,
about
goodness
that.
me.
So, we're having a
problem. Kiwi Kenji as well, wanting to jump and just step to the outside.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this race was over when Avengement jumped to the front here, but
who owns it?
A good friend of mine, Matty Fennick. Yeah,
the Leviathan owner,
good cricketer
George
too.
Farrugia.
Hyphen owner. No, an interesting race this. I just thought the one Kiwi Kenji could bring us home, but I don't know. Yeah, you're right. There's a little bit of speed drawn in the middle. Bookaloo, as you mentioned, uses a bit of the track. I just wanted some better value for Kiwi Kenji.
I agree. When I saw the field and I did the replays, I thought, you know what, $5 or $6, and it's probably worth having a nibble.
Yeah.
The only thing now, I've just obviously you can hear it, but it's pouring rain here. Yeah. Does that change?
It's just cut in the past 30
Do you reckon that's
seconds.
pouring?
Well, it was.
No, it was bucketing down.
It was bucketing, Jim.
Didn't hear it.
Yeah. I think you've deafened yourself from
Just
celebrating
listening to your own
early
call or
complete
something,
slips,
were you?
Yeah, I was too worried about that.
Does that change anything with the red and then for the 4? Because the 4's not super strong, but it's one of those things where...
I didn't hear it.
We've just had 10
what happens
minutes.
with the rain now?
It's just been going.
It's been belting.
It's just been bang on. We've just had 10, 15 minutes of
Was it really?
pouring, the heaviest that we've had of the whole night, pouring down. And luckily, as the greyhounds were just making their way around to the parade, it settled
Didn't
a
hear
little
it.
bit.
Did not hear
in
it.
his own little world.
I'm in my
You know
zone
when-
to try and tip the racing.com audience a winner.
Do you know when you walk in the shopping centres and there's the people standing at the doors and they're like...
too scared to
they're
go
getting
out.
here for the hearing test?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
I'm
But
getting
that's where I
them in
need to
the
go,
mail.
is it?
That's showing my age.
They need to send the...
So what kind of rain are we talking? Like as heavy as when you turn the shower on full blast?
Oh,
or?
it's gone now. All right, we've got to get to
You're in
Jace.
Yarra Glen, so
We've got to get to Jace soon, but we got to close it out with a winner for all the punters too. Quickly before we get there though, just give me who's going to win. Who's going to take out the
Oh,
last?
geez, I'm not changing selections, but there's something. There's a little bird sitting on my shoulder that says just don't put a complete line through Tommy Sparkle, but. I've left him out of my top 4, so I know that doesn't make much sense. 4-1-2-7 on Paul Quebec, but it's all on the start. I think if he lands in front and he leads, that $5 price is generous. George.
1-4-5-7, and it was raining that heavy that they've gone straight to the boxes.
Oh no, this is what's happening.
It must have been raining. Mitchie, have you got a market move, or have you got a winner in the last for us, Mitchie?
With Port Quebec, I'm just getting the updated market here for us now with about 50 seconds till the jump. Port Just is actually your favourite now. 330 to 280. Kiwi Kenji at the 310. Port Quebec still holding at $5. Bookaloo's drifted from 360 to $6. And a little nibble for the 6 Honest Beers 21s. But yeah, the big move is the 7 Port Justa.
All right, runners just starting to arrive at the boxes. I think the key to the race is just what goes on early. Kiwi Kenji's going to want to push up. Bookaloo's going to want to push up the track. Port Justa's going to be going forward. Port Quebec's going to be going forward. And as we've asked all night on a couple of these races, Kate, who would you put your chips on in the last? The get-out stakes.
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to go in the corner. Port Quebec.
Yes,
there we go.
Let's go.
Bring it home.
He's racing well.
Team effort.
Let's go.
It's a party pup.
Wearing red too. I thought you were going to be in my camp there. It's disappointing now, Kate.
Jimmy and I
I've
frequent SEN a little bit, and when we all align, it's called a party pup. Now, they also do a thing called the self-congratulator, and I reckon James would have racked up numerous votes tonight.
Hey, we've got to make sure
Would have
Hutchie
been
doesn't get this vision.
Patrick Cripps in the Brownlow sort of areas.
Best on ground.
I tell you what, it's all in the name of fun. Runners about to move in for the lucky last. The Gorski Tippers Melbourne to round out a great night of racing. 3 Group 1s. They're set for the lucky last.
Race number 12, ready. Racing, flying out with Poor Jasters, carved across and led for fun with a lap to go. Honor Spears to second, Tommy Sparkle across to third. A couple of lengths then to Belfast Spot on the outside, Bookaloo. Wide off the track was Poor Quebec, then Magic Scotch and Kiwi Kenji. It's Poor Jaster, chips in by 3. Tommy Sparkle starts to close, running on Honor Spears, clear then on Belfast Spot, but it's Poor Jaster still in front, coming in at Tommy Sparkle. Poor Jaster's going to go all the way. 2 lengths. Second, Tommy Sparkle, I think just a pimple ahead of Honor Spears, who got close. Kiwi Kenji got the 4th ahead of Belfast Spot, Bookaloo, Magic Scotch and Poor Quebec. Time of the last 30 and 13. Number 7, Poor Jaster.
Poor Jaster wins the last on Top Gun night. Steve Collier's a stand-in handler for Team Camilleri, and that was a pretty good performance. Gee, she got out well.
He came out of the boxes humming. He's been showing good speed, so I expected that. I really did.
Now, he hasn't been finishing off his races awfully well, but in the wet tonight, he's still on 30 and 14. It must be pretty impressive what he's been showing.
Yeah, it is. Look, when at the 600 boxes, I was like, just keep going, boy, and he kept going. He had a good dog on his ass, but yeah, very, very happy.
And you got to give your credit to the handler as well, mate. Best on ground tonight in the last.
Yeah, thank you. He's a nice dog.
Steve Collier there, guys, after Poor Jaster takes out the lucky last on Top Gun night.
And we saw that race a bit like a dog's breakfast, but it was all honours there with Poor Jaster coming from box 7.
Well, James just mentioned off air that despite the wet weather, greyhounds that have led here tonight have been really hard to run down. And especially, like Poor Jaster's a greyhound who doesn't have exposed form over this type of distance, or not much of it, but he was pretty strong to the line. It was a fantastic effort, winning in 30 and 14, because we have had a heavy downpour.
Showed that immediate speed last week as well, but there was just so much speed in the last week race that it couldn't get that soft lead, the uncontested lead that it got tonight. But apparently there was a decent rainfall before that race, and they've still ran a pretty respectable time. So credit to the curator, Chrissy Chilcott, and the team here at the Meadows. I think they've done a wonderful job. You can see it's wet, it's soggy, but the track looks in pretty good order considering the amount of rain.
Yeah, the early speed to be able to cross. Poor Jaster, too good. 7, 8, 6 and 1 in the last from the Meadows. We head to a break and we're going to wrap up Top Gun night. 3 Group 1s to dissect on the other side. Of the best at the Meadows tonight, and it was an interesting result coming up in the last, guys, but what a way to be able to close it out.
Well, it would have been nicer if the 4 was out in front, Kate, but we can't pick them all, I reckon is the way to put it. Tommy Sparkle, he gave me a real concern down the back, George, when he loomed up, because I had this little bird on my shoulder saying put something each way on me, and I didn't.
Yeah, no, he was a good run, but Poor Jaster, it's an impressive little run, especially in the mud, as we've discussed, 30 and 14 for a greyhound who's got a bit of a future.
They found the winner though, didn't they? 261.40. It was heavily back. Poor Jaster, early speed, gets the job done. Tommy Sparkle, $3, and locally Honor Spears at $3.70. After Ned McDonald won the Group 1, he said he'll be deleting beers later tonight, and I reckon that's a good name for a dog moving forward. Deleting beers.
Yeah, we'll get to look at our 3 Group 1s very shortly, but it's our pleasure to have Dan Hibbert, our race caller, done a fantastic job, Dan, and great to have you join us here to be able to wrap it up. What a wonderful night.
Great night. Weather wasn't good. It was pretty fresh by the sounds of it down here, but wasn't too bad up in the box. And a few showers throughout the course of the night, but not too bad. But the track, look, the staff have got to be commended. That track raced about as good as you could expect with the rain that they've had.
Mate, is that electrical tape on your glasses?
It certainly is. I
copped a short ball in the cricket.
I copped a short ball this afternoon. People are saying, how did you possibly play cricket? But it actually didn't rain north of the divide, so I managed to cop one in the head early this afternoon.
Oh, too good.
Didn't affect his calling, did it?
Well, we're going to start here with the Hume Cup final, the first of the Group 1s. And as we touched on, Ned McDonald got the Group 1 on the board.
Well deserved, wasn't it, lads? Just straight to the front, broke their hearts. An anticlimax if you're just a viewer of greyhound racing, because it was game, set, match the moment the starter let them go.
Did you have to double take when you seen 874 to
well,
the mark?
There's a sheet behind us on the wall, and there's with all the splits, and calling here enough, you sort of get to know what the the records are. And as soon as I saw her, I knew that was, if it wasn't a record, it had to be very close. And I looked across and it was. It was stunning, absolutely stunning. And it was the race was over once he ran that out in front. They weren't going to catch him.
Surely a live Melbourne Cup chance now too.
Oh, you'd think so. Like he's got so many options. The ones that run over the 600, they can, plenty of options available for them. They go longer or they can go shorter.
Yep.
It's a good thing to have.
Well, Dan, what were you thinking as well? She's so captivating. Without a trace, takes out the Topgun Stayers.
I thought this was incredible. I mean, this race was over past the 600. And I thought Aidensworth did a really good job to keep up with her, but she's breathtaking. She's absolutely brilliant, and it's a lot of fun to call her. She's done some really good stuff at Sandown. She's run some fast races over the 600, but you get her out to this trip and what she's shown, it's she's looks like there's not many that are going to be able to touch her in the next little while.
Have they found her yet? So here she went missing without a trace.
She vanished and disappeared. Yes, I've had a few comments about that already. So it's
Tell you what, it's better than the dad jokes we've been hearing down here. I can tell you. But that was a terrific victory. And the last race, Slick Splits, the last big race was. He was just incredible, wasn't he? And I think everybody knew he was drawn okay. We're watching the replay here. Probably, I reckon that his kennel mate began better than him off the 5. But once he got into this position, I think Connections would have been pretty confident.
Oh, absolutely. Like I've watched that replay from Monday a number of times. It's incredible to think that he didn't actually jump the rail.
Yeah.
And for him to come back, not even a week later, draw certainly more favourably for him. But I mean, to have 2 Group 1s on this track, it's a brilliant record, and another reserve wins the Top Gun.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll tell you what, A Rise of Sparkles, the more I look at that replay, to think, well, I know there was a bit of a scrimmage early, but she has safely held Mally Beauty once they settled. Safely held Mally Beauty.
Could Connections have 2 Phoenix runners? Cumbria Jack already in. Will A Rise of Sparkles join him? Really interesting next couple of weeks. There's no doubt about that.
Phoenix Flight Path on the Green Light on Racing and Sport podcast, the place to stay up to date as well if you want to do that.
Now we're going to be showing it all on racing.com. One of the stars of the show tonight, Jason Adams. Jace, what was your highlight for Top Gun?
Well, normally on a night like this, Kate, we get sort of a performance outside of the features that we go, wow, how good was that? We didn't really get that tonight. Sharapova Star was great, but I think the performances in the 2 main races without a trace and also Slick Splits, they were just unreal. So I think out of those 2, probably Slick Splits, the hold off A Rise of Sparkles like he did. He was absolutely superb. So great night at the office. And I tell you what, I'm not sure I was in for that at the start of the night. Mitch Abaya shows me his phone at the start. He's ordered on Uber Eats hand warmers from Coles. I couldn't believe it. We've got a race caller that's got electrical tape on his glasses. George Farrugia, James Vandermark complaining about the rain. I tell you what, lucky you and I have a bit of tick and we've held this thing together, Kate. Great to have you a part of the show.
There's the warmers. There
Well,
they
it's
are.
been great to be a part of it, but I got to admit, I got a warmer as well, one of the heat things too. And hopefully we get better weather when we're back on the screens of racing.com. We've talked about it. What a way to be able to start the Dream Chasers Festival, that we've got these 4 big Saturday nights to showcase this incredible sport. We're going to be back at the Melbourne Cup heats.
Yeah, it's enormous. The next few weeks are huge, and I feel like tonight is a bit of a shaper for the next. Like, you can see A Rise of Sparkles now. She'll have a crack at the Melbourne Cup. She's a genuine chance to be selected for the Phoenix. Slick Splits as well. It was a huge night, and for me, without a trace, I reckon was almost the standout that just locks herself in as the star stayer.
Guys, thanks so much. It's been a real pleasure to be able to be here. We'll join you again in a couple of weeks. Hope you've had a great night, found a few winners, and we will see you again soon.